to the cosmic level, with a world of difference in strength. Ling Xiao once easily defeated a cosmic-level powerhouse with the power of destruction because his destructive power far exceeded the strength of ordinary cosmic-level law threads. To him, a cosmic-level powerhouse was nothing more than an enhanced version of a peak star sea-level powerhouse. But for ordinary people, without the threat of laws, the gap when facing the cosmic-level power of laws is simply insurmountable. Cosmic-level experts can use the power of laws to instantly crush tens of thousands of peak-strong warriors from the starseas. This is where the terror of the power of laws lies. Laws are divided into 5 levels: low, medium, high, top, and the 8 supreme laws. The power difference between each level is several times or even more than 10 times. The holy light currently controlled by Ling Xiao belongs to the top-level laws, and the power of one thread of this law is equivalent to 100 threads of lower-level laws. As for the power of destruction, one of the 8 supreme laws, the power of one thread can match 1,000 threads of lower-level laws. Within the same level of laws, there are also differences in strength, with the strongest and weakest differing by 3 to 4 times. Especially among the 8 supreme laws, the power of the spatial law is more than 10 times that of the other 6 supreme laws, and the temporal law surpasses the spatial law by 100 times. All this information is provided by the system. Not to mention the spatial law, even the temporal law is something no one in the entire universe can truly master. Unfortunately, at this stage, even the top-level law power, a single thread of laws might is still insufficient to shake Ling Xiao. However, he possesses the power of death and the power of destruction. As long as he can comprehend the laws more deeply, his strength will explode exponentially. Ding! Congratulations to the host. The innate supreme body has broken through its limit and evolved into the 15th stage constitution, human emperor body, immortal level. The system prompt suddenly sounded, directly resonating in Ling Xiao's mind. His pupils contracted. Human emperor body? The name itself exuded overwhelming power, and it was an immortal level constitution of the 15th stage. He hurriedly clicked open the prompt. Human emperor body. In ancient times, the human race had a supreme human emperor who suppressed the heavens. Their appearance inevitably rewrote history. Now the human emperor has passed away, and their whereabouts are hard to find. Effect: talent increased by 100 trillion times, cultivation speed accelerated by 100 trillion times, all law affinities enhanced by 100 trillion times. Skills: human emperor aura. Any human race who sees the host will feel deep admiration. Battle of the heavens can mobilize the entire human race's power to empower oneself. Range increases with realm advancement. Note: this is the initial stage of the human emperor's body, still capable of further breaking limits. Excitement sparkled in Ling Xiao's eyes. Awesome! Every human race will fear me? Even the supreme deities are no exception? The battle of the heavens skill can mobilize the power of the human race? This is simply an invincible life-saving skill. He clenched his fist, his heart surging. This skill would be the key to defying fate and changing his destiny. But he knew clearly that now was not the time to test it. Reckless use might trigger chaos throughout the entire human race. Only when life is in danger, or when his strength is sufficient, can he dare to take the risk. The right path is to improve strength first. First cultivate the power of the law, divide consciousness, and enhance strength. The power of the law is the strongest weapon of the future. He looked around, facing countless domain lord level attacks. Ling Xiao did not hesitate, unleashing his full destructive power, enveloping the surroundings. It is precisely because of this that he remains safe and sound, focusing on breaking through. Buzz. The power of destruction slowly spread, instantly attracting the raging energy erupting from millions of surrounding domains, wildly rushing toward him. Boom, boom, boom. The thunderous explosion sounds echoed all around, but Ling Xiao's body repaired at an astonishing speed, even managing to keep up with the rate of damage. If it weren't for the intense battle in progress, no one would notice the small-scale anomaly. Once noticed, it would surely cause shock. 1 minute quickly passed. Ding! Congratulations, host. Your soul and body have been repaired for 1 minute, and your vitality value has increased to 24 trillion. The breakthrough in strength caused the repair speed to surge by hundreds of times. Previously, Ling Xiao gained 320 trillion vitality in 50 minutes, about 6 trillion per minute. Now, it has skyrocketed to 2.5 quadrillion per minute. At this rate, in 4 minutes, he can break through to the second level of the galactic realm, with vitality exceeding 1 quintillion. Within 1 hour, you can accumulate 1.5 quintillion attribute points. To break through to the Starsea realm, it only takes 60 hours, completing it within 3 days. Reaching the Starsea realm in 3 days? This speed is simply like cheating. Cannot level up before the genius battle starts, but it's already impressive enough. Ling Xiao secretly calculated in his heart, the future is promising. There are still a full 24 hours before the genius battle begins. By then, the number of repairs will have just refreshed, increasing by 9 times, enough for Ling Xiao to continue using. In that case, train hard. Ling Xiao coldly closed his eyes, his aura suddenly condensing. Onlookers would definitely be shocked. With a cultivation speed 100 trillion times faster, why would he still foolishly use the undying divine body to cultivate? Shouldn't he be using his talent to rapidly increase his strength? It must be understood that at a speed 100 trillion times faster, cultivation cultivating for 1 day is equivalent to others cultivating for 300 billion years. The lifespan of a Xinghai realm expert is no more than 10 million years. Logically, Ling Xiao should be able to reach the Xinghai realm level in just a few seconds. At first, he thought so too. But after cultivation, he discovered a harsh truth. This million trillion times cultivation speed is calculated based on his initial waste talent. At that time, his limit was only the body refining realm. Want to ascend to the acquired level? Absolutely impossible. The talent of an acquired level expert is theoretically 5 to 6 times stronger than Ling Xiao at that time. Innate level is 5 to 6 times stronger than acquired level. The talent of Grandmaster realm is generally more than 10 times that of the innate level. And higher realms, Grandmaster, planet, star, galaxy, starseed are layered one upon another. A starseed realm expert is already at the Grandmaster level at the age of 15. Their cultivation speed is more than 1,000,000 times faster than Ling Xiao's. Such a genius takes 1,000,000 years to go from 0 to the starseed realm. Ling Xiao would need at least several trillion years to cultivate. Therefore, normally reaching the starseed realm in just a few days is already a legendary speed. Mastered the starseed realm in just a few days, a super strong being capable of ruling a giant galaxy. This speed is extraordinary, worthy of the title Human Emperor. Unfortunately, Ling Xiao's fastest was 3 days, still far behind. This is the speed after his innate supreme body ascended to the Human Emperor body. Before the enhancement, the cultivation speed was less than 1,000th of what it is now, and it took even longer. Ding! Physical body and soul repair completed in 4 minutes, chi and blood plus 100 trillion, soul plus 100 trillion. Both the physical realm and the divine soul realm have simultaneously advanced. Galaxy realm, second layer of heaven. Ding! Weapon master level has advanced to the 6th intent realm. Ding! Perfect comprehension of the supreme 8 divisions 12 stages technique. Elemental awakening has advanced from the 11th stage to the 12th stage. Congratulations, the power of all elements has successfully condensed into the threads of law. Ding! All professions have been upgraded to the 10th rank, lower grade. In Ling Xiao's mind, the notification sounds came in rapid succession, deafening. He sighed slightly. The human emperor's body is truly terrifying. The previously imperfect cultivation techniques and martial skills have now all broken through their limits. He quickly divided his consciousness and began cultivating the newly exchanged 12th level martial skill and destruction type supernatural ability. At this rate, by the time the repair count resets, all the loopholes will be fully fixed. He scanned the attribute table. Attribute table. Name, Ling Xiao. Repair count 0 out of 9. Martial arts realm, galactic realm, second layer of heaven. Spiritual soul realm, galactic realm, second layer of heaven. Vitality, 200 trillion, 1 point equals 30,000 tons of force. Soul, 200 trillion. Secondary profession master, 10 types, 10th rank, lower grade, 0/10 trillion, legendary. Skill, weapon master, 6-fold realm, 2,800%, 0/10 million. Laws, low level 0, medium level 0, high level 8 types, top level 1 type, supreme, power of death, law threads, 2, power of destruction, law threads, 2, talent, undying divine body. Physique, immortal level, emperor's body, combat power surges by 5,000%, void dragon body, physical strength multiplied by 512 times, both at the immortal realm. Cultivation method, soul immortality technique, eternal level, 10th rank shattered, power increased by 1,000 times. Demon King's sacrifice, 12th rank superior, advanced version of the demonic disintegration, terrifying power, but lasts only 1 minute. However, for Ling Xiao, 1 minute is enough. Berserk absorption, 13th rank superior. Heaven law and earth phenomenon, 15th rank, middle grade, 1,000-fold power. Juntian divine tome, 8-fold fusion, 15th rank, lower grade, perfect mastery. Martial skill, slaughtered demon spear, 12th rank, lower grade, proficient. Destructive divine light, 13th rank, lower grade, proficient. Instant light step, mid-level, 12th rank, mastery. Jiewang golden body, top grade, 12th rank, mastery. Equipment, black heaven battle armor, low grade, 13th rank, perfect quality, indestructible, even God King level experts find it hard to break. Black heaven demon spear, low grade, 13th rank. Angel wings, 11th grade supreme. In addition, the armor is equipped with a 13th grade lower tier intelligent brain and combat instruments, the pinnacle of cosmic technology. Physical combat power reaches the 9th level of the cosmic realm, with ultimate combat power approaching the 1st level of the domain lord realm. Ling Xiao's attribute panel has added a new category for laws. Previous talents such as death power are now included under laws for clearer integration. Martial skills, cultivation methods, and equipment have all been comprehensively upgraded, causing a surge in combat power. The Juntian Divine Classic has been fully integrated, and Ling Xiao opened the attribute interface to study it carefully. Juntian Divine Classic, the supreme divine classic that integrates 8 advanced elements. Because it incorporates 8 sacred classics, all 8 elements are elevated to the 12th level. After fusion, it unleashes the power of the 14th level elements. But the fusion process is extremely perilous, with 90% of cultivators perishing within it. Ling Xiao's heart trembled, suddenly enlightened. The core of the Juntian Divine Classic is forcibly merging 8 opposing elements such as Holy Light Divine Power, Light Attribute, and Extreme Power, Dark Attribute, Holy Flame Power, Fire Attribute, and Extreme Cold Power, Water Attribute. Each pair of elements fused is accompanied by intense repulsion and energy fluctuations. A slight mistake means certain death. This is undoubtedly a suicidal cultivation method. No wonder few in the world dare to cultivate it. The difficulty is extremely high, and the risk is enormous. Legend has it that only the human strong cultivator who awakened the innate law body of the Creator has ever successfully fused it. The Dark Demon Heavenly Emperor once said, without extraordinary comprehension, it is difficult to cultivate this skill. A trace of determination flashed in Ling Zhao's eyes. Since he had successfully merged the Juntian Divine Classic, the next step was to fuse all 8 elements. Only then could he be considered to have mastered it perfectly. Let's give it a try. There's nothing else to do right now. Ling Zhao sneered, shifting his mind as his consciousness delved deep into the sea of awareness. The space within the sea of awareness suddenly expanded. The originally floating supernatural energy orb transformed into countless flickering strands of energy, colorful and each representing a different elemental law. Although the laws of death and destruction were represented by only 2 strands, they emitted a more terrifying aura than the dozens of strands of the 8 advanced elements, their oppressive presence intimidating the mind. Ling Zhao's eyes flickered slightly, starting first with the fusion of the Extreme Power and the Holy Light Sacred Power. These two repel each other the strongest. If they can be successfully combined, the subsequent fusion will proceed more smoothly. He activated the threads of the laws, and the energy fluctuations exploded instantly. Buzz! A strong wave burst forth, the threads of the 2 opposing elements slowly intertwining, with fierce clashing sounds echoing deep within the sea of consciousness. 50 threads of the laws surged instantly before Ling Zhao's eyes. Without hesitation, he immediately began the fusion according to the guidance of the cultivation method. Dozens of rules transformed into 2 beams of light, one black and one white. Buzz! The 2 forces collided instantly. Because they were all controlled by Ling Zhao, they quickly merged. But before they could merge even 1/10, the 2 forces suddenly trembled, as if they were about to explode at any moment. Ordinary people would have given up long ago, but Ling Zhao was different. He possessed an immortal divine body and was not afraid of life or death. Being in the virtual universe, he cannot truly be defeated. He violently stirred 2 forces, forcibly merging them. The power was thoroughly enraged, emitting a world-destroying aura. A dazzling light burst forth from the black and white light sphere, sweeping in all directions. Rumble! A tremendous roar shook the sky, and Ling Zhao, along with everything within several light-years around, was enveloped by black and white energy. The newly revived domain lord-level strongholds had no time to escape. They were instantly swept away by the energy and turned into nothingness. The next moment, they revived again not far away. In this 100-light-year battlefield, the death of the strong had become commonplace, and no one was surprised. Ling Zhao, who was blasted to death, immediately revived as well. Failed after only 30% fusion. It seems I can only take it slow. A cold light flashed in his eyes, and he immediately struck again. With a terrifying insight, previous failures turned into endless ideas and fusion plans. He quickly adjusted and began a new round of fusion. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Once again, a black and white explosion swept across several light years. This time, the fusion finally reached 90%. The resurrected Ling Zhao did not hesitate and struck for the 3rd time. The 2 opposing forces finally perfectly merged. The black and white light sphere slowly floated above the sea of consciousness, emitting a terrifying power, rivaling the legendary sacred light of the powerful 13th level ability. Ling Zhao sighed. The stronger the opposing elements, the stronger the fusion. Next, I will fuse the remaining 6 elements one by one. He mobilized other elements and continued the fusion. This time, the difficulty of fusion increased significantly. Fusing 2 elements was relatively easy, but when fusing 3 elements, he was blasted to death 7 or 8 times before succeeding. The 4th element was even harder. He died dozens of times before achieving fusion. Next are the 5th and 6th types. Time flew by rapidly as he died and was reborn again and again. Ding! Host, physical body and soul repaired for 8 minutes, vitality plus 200 trillion, soul value plus 200 trillion. Physical realm and soul realm advanced to galaxy realm, triple heaven. Ding! Host, physical body and soul repaired for 16 minutes, vitality plus 400 trillion, soul value plus 400 trillion. Physical realm and soul realm advanced to galaxy realm, quadruple heaven. Ding! Host, physical body and soul repair for 32 minutes, HP plus 800 billion, soul value plus 800 billion. Physical realm and divine soul realm have advanced to the 5th layer of the galactic realm. As the fusion progressed, Ling Zhao's realm slowly climbed. It took 1 hour to rise from the 5th layer to the 6th layer, and 2 hours from the 6th layer to the 7th layer, 4 hours from the 7th layer to the 8th layer, and a full 8 hours from the 8th layer to the 9th layer. After a total of 16 hours, Ling Zhao finally broke through the 9th heaven, and there were only 8 hours left until the genius battle began. Congratulations, host. You have successfully perfectly fused the 4.8 types of energy. The proficiency of the Juntian Divine Classic has reached its peak, and the fusion element level has leapt to the the 14th rank, superior grade. At that moment, a prompt suddenly entered Ling Zhao's mind. He slowly opened his eyes, his gaze as firm as steel. Finally mastered. All cultivation techniques and martial skills have reached perfection. The cosmic genius battle is about to begin. A sharp light flashed in Ling Zhao's eyes as he stared at the time. 8 hours remained until the start. At that moment, not only would the number of repairs reset, but the cosmic genius battle would also commence on time. He took a deep breath and closed his eyes, waiting quietly. 8 hours passed in the blink of an eye. Thud! A thunderous bell toll shook heaven and earth, causing all cultivators in both the real and virtual universes to halt instantly, their gazes converging. The geniuses engaged in fierce battles also ceased fighting, their hearts surging with emotion. The era that belonged to them had finally arrived. It's finally begun. A low roar broke the silence. At the center of a supermassive black hole enveloping a large galaxy, a young boy slowly opened his stern eyes, his voice strong and resolute. In this cosmic genius battle, I will definitely win a place. As his words fell, the black hole suddenly contracted, transforming into a stream of energy that merged into his body, as if he had devoured a god that consumed the entire galaxy. Ha ha ha. My sword intent has broken through the 8th level. This championship belongs to me. Above the starry sky, in the center of a continent pierced by countless swords, the boy's figure surged up, his sword intent sharp as a frost blade, slicing through the void. Within the endless sword domain spanning hundreds of light years, all the treasured swords seemed to sense his presence, trembling violently. In the intelligent species zone, the star beast zone, and the mechanical zone, waves of excitement surged like tides. As for the lower level civilizations, whether 7th or 8th level or 1st level primitive civilizations, their faces were full of horror. They could not comprehend the meaning of the cosmic genius battle. Was it a blessing or a disaster? Yet, they had no other choice. The cosmic genius war begins. All beings below the immortal level throughout the universe will start teleporting. A shocking alert came from the depths of the endless void, instantly spreading to every corner of the universe. Buzz buzz buzz. Countless beings immediately lost consciousness and fell to the ground. Even those cultivators with divided consciousness were stunned to find their main consciousness forcibly teleported to the virtual universe, unable to return. Only when the genius war ends can they return to their original bodies. Ling Xiao heard the prompt ding, a new day, repair attempts refreshed 99. The system notification suddenly entered his mind. Before he could react, his figure abruptly changed, dissolving into a stream of data. VZZZ. In the fluctuation of consciousness, he was already standing in a boundless plaza. Around him were densely packed star beasts, humans, and spirit clans, varying greatly in size. The smaller ones were tens of thousands of times larger than atoms. If not for Ling Zhao's great strength, they would be completely undetectable. The giant's height rivaled that of a deity, still clearly visible from hundreds of light years away. Ling Zhao's gaze swept across. The square was endless, and even the far end was hard to see. Clearly, barring any accidents, all living beings in the universe had now gathered here. He noticed that neither he nor others could move freely. Those beings from lower-level civilizations were completely stunned, frozen in place. Some civilizations, comparable in level to 21st century teenagers, had eyes full of excitement, looking around everywhere. Obviously, they all thought they would become the protagonists of the story. But reality is harsh. A novel is ultimately just a novel. Even if they were all chosen to enter the virtual universe, they had almost no chance. After all, who can predict the true content of the genius battle? First, patch up the flaws in my cultivation method and martial skills. Let's see what ultimate technique can be fused this time. A sharp gleam flashed in Ling Zhao's eyes as he stared directly at his attribute panel. There are 4 martial skills to be repaired, 2 cultivation methods, and 2 weapons, meaning only 1 chance left? I'll save it for now and use it at a critical moment. If it's not used by tomorrow, I'll directly upgrade the angel wings. The target was set, and he hesitated not at all. System, repair my 4 martial skills. Ling Zhao's voice was firm as he directly issued the command to the system. Ding, command received, beginning to repair martial skill flaws. The prompt tone instantly echoed into the mind. Boom! Terrifying memories flooded into the sea of consciousness like a torrent. The 4 martial skills rapidly practiced in the arena of consciousness. In a moment, Ling Xiao seemed to have undergone trillions of years of cultivation, with all martial skills honed to the utmost perfection, and all were top-tier 15th level martial skills. Ding! Congratulations, host, the martial skill Slaughter Demon Spear has been upgraded to Death Spear Technique, Immortal level. Ding! Congratulations, host, the martial skill Destructive Divine Light has been upgraded to World-Ending Light, Immortal level. Ding! Congratulations, host, the martial skill Instant Light Step has been upgraded to Teleportation, Immortal level, and at the same time, the element Power of Teleportation, 14th level supernatural ability, has been awakened. Ding! Congratulations, host, the martial skill Jiewang Golden Body has been upgraded to Heaven-Shaking True Body, Immortal level. 4 notification sounds exploded simultaneously in Ling Zhao's mind. Among them, after the Flash Step was upgraded to the 15th level, it directly awakened the 14th level Spatial Element ability Power of Teleportation. Ling Xiaoming understood that this power was comparable to the Void Power and was one of the top-tier abilities among among the 10 spatial elements. If all 10 spatial elements could be gathered, it would be possible to awaken a spatial power far surpassing other elements. Spatial power is the supreme 17th level element. Mastering it would make Ling Xiaoming invincible in the world even if he became the highest deity in the future.
Martial skills can actually awaken elements?
It seems I need to try some space-type martial skills. Perhaps I can truly trigger the power of space. A gleam flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes. He knew well that the level of elements was the true path. Although the powers of destruction and death were strong, they were ultimately limited to the 15th rank. Many powerful beings in the universe had long comprehended this path. If Ling Xiao wanted to easily crush them, he had to obtain higher-level elements. Fortunately, with the help of the system, when leveling up, combined with martial arts and skills with sufficient potential, he can develop even stronger ultimate techniques. When potential is insufficient, the function to break through limits can help him acquire stronger martial arts and skills. All of this depends on Ling Xiao continuously improving his own realm and strength. The introduction to martial arts upgrades then appeared.
Death Marksmanship, 15th tier immortal level martial skill.
The ultimate killing move of the supreme god of death, merging the power of death to unleash a force that destroys everything. Wherever it strikes, all things perish. World-ending light, 15th tier immortal level martial skill, containing the power to destroy heaven and earth. At its peak burst, it can instantly reduce all things in the universe to nothingness. Teleportation, 15th tier immortal level martial skill, a space-type ultra-fast escape technique. Ling Xiao's gaze was sharp, inwardly marveling. This speed-type martial skill is simply defying the heavens. Now, I can teleport instantly within a range of several light years,
teleporting 100 times within 1 second.
His voice was low and resolute. The stronger the power, the farther each teleport, and the more times it can be performed. The system calmly reminded, regretful true body instantly absorbs the spiritual power of heaven and earth. At peak strength, it can devour the entire universe, greatly enhancing defense. Ling Xiao's lips curled slightly, thinking to himself, no wonder it's an immortal level cultivation method. Casually absorbing cosmic energy, destroying the universe wouldn't be difficult. Reaching the peak might even surpass the supreme deities. He withdrew his gaze and decisively ordered, set aside the power of space for now. The most important thing is to improve strength. System, immediately repair the flaws in the 2 weapons and the Demon King's sacrifice.
As the grand finale secret manual, the Jun Tian Divine Classic was reserved by Ling Xiao for last to repair. Other cultivation methods, even if reaching level 15, having low potential is normal because the higher the level, the narrower the breakthrough space. But the Jun Tian Divine Classic is different. He firmly believes that after repair, it can improve by at least 1 minor realm or even higher. Ling Xiao analyzed the structure of the cultivation method. The Jun Tian Divine Canon had limitless potential. It had already reached the 15th level by fusing 8 elements. What about fusing 10, 100, or even 1,000 elements? There were as many as 3,000 elements in the world.
I have system assistance, strong talent, and full comprehension of all 3,000 elements. The 18th level or even higher is not a dream. A fanatical light flickered in Ling Xiao's eyes. Ding, command received, beginning repair. The system responded coldly. In an instant, dazzling golden light surged like a flood into the spear and armor behind Ling Xiao. Only Ling Xiao could see this golden radiance. The virtual universe was completely unaware. Under the glow, the spear and armor rapidly transformed, their forms and power evolving at an incredible speed.
Yet, no one around sensed anything unusual. The system's power far exceeded the understanding of any civilization.
In Ling Xiao's mind, a brand new cultivation method quietly formed.
He instantly mastered it, its quality flawless and perfect. Ding!
Congratulations, host. The Black Heaven Demon Spear has been upgraded to the Destruction Divine Spear, immortal grade. The system's voice rang out sharply.
Ding!
The Black Heaven Battle Armor has been upgraded to the Destruction Battle Armor, immortal grade.
Ding! The Demon King's sacrifice has been upgraded to Demon God Nirvana, immortal level. 3 consecutive alert tones echoed in Ling Xiao's mind.
His eyes sharpened and his fighting spirit surged. 2 13th rank low-grade weapons had potential reaching the 15th rank, both of the destruction type, perfectly matching his martial skills
and cultivation method.
Since the Demon King's sacrifice was originally purchased at the immortal level, the upgrade was naturally logical. Ling Xiao opened the cultivation method and weapon descriptions, golden characters flickering. Destruction Divine Gun fuses a 15th level destruction type Star Beast Star Core to enhance destructive power. When unleashed, it can tear through heaven and earth, ignoring level differences. With sufficient energy consumption, it can easily slay immortal strong beings. Destruction Battle Armor contains a 15th level intelligent core, combat power tester, and armor forged from primordial cosmic metal.
Inlaid
with a destruction type Star Beast Star Core, it enhances the wearer's destructive power. Paired with the Destruction Divine Gun, its power doubles.
Demon God Nirvana. The Demon God is the supreme deity of the heavenly demon race.
The Nirvana technique inherits its power, aiding the host in rebirth through Nirvana, causing a surge in strength. Ling Xiao gripped the Destruction Divine Gun tightly, clad in battle armor, with endless killing intent burning in his heart. He knew the real battle was only just beginning. This cultivation method was
forged by a demon god.
When used, it can instantly sacrifice one's own flesh, blood, and soul to gain an unparalleled surge in power.
The ultimate skill, Nirvana.
Sacrifice all soul and flesh, relying solely on a tenacious will to fight.
Once the will is extinguished, it means death.
If one has not comprehended the law of death, using this skill will surely lead to destruction. Only those who master the law of death can be reborn through nirvana. The martial arts and weapon descriptions appearing before Ling Xiao shocked him. This marksmanship carries the power of death. The weapon belongs to the destruction type. The combination of the two makes its power terrifyingly extreme. Especially this demon god. Nirvana, specially crafted for the master of death's power, capable of sacrificing the entire body and relying solely on will to resist enemies, it's simply defying the heavens. Looking at these descriptions, Ling Xiao nodded with satisfaction. Each ability was incredibly powerful. The key point is, as long as the power is sufficient, theoretically even an immortal level strongman can be wiped out with a single strike, so overwhelmingly defiant of the heavens it's suffocating. As for the energy, it is currently insufficient, but once the 13th level star core and the essence of flesh and blood are found and the flaws repaired, the destruction divine spear in hand can be activated. In that case, the last one left is my Jun Tian divine scripture. After fixing the loopholes, I wonder what level it can reach. Ling Zhao's eyes flickered, and he unhesitatingly gave the command to the system. In an instant, a torrent of violent memories surged into his mind. Ding! Command received. Jun Tian divine scripture loopholes, 2 quintillion, starting repair. The system prompt sound struck directly into Ling Zhao's mind, causing his pupils to contract sharply.
2 quintillion vulnerabilities?
A 15th level immortal cultivation technique is only worth hundreds of trillions. 2 quintillion is equivalent to the 18th level.
This level surpasses the 2 realms of the supreme deity and is a super cultivation technique unique in the universe. With this cultivation technique, Ling Xiao has completely surpassed all existences in the universe.
Rumble rumble. Information flooded into his mind like an explosion, endless knowledge and power revealing themselves one by one. Ling Xiao trained frantically, the threads of the laws in his sea of consciousness rapidly converging, completely merging with the colorful light sphere that had previously fused the power of 8 laws.
Ding!
Congratulations, host. All loopholes in the Jun Tian Divine Classic have been repaired, upgraded to the Genesis Divine Classic 18th rank, defying heaven level.
The system prompt sounded. Ling Zhao's pupils contracted slightly. Defying heaven level? What kind of realm is this exactly? He quickly opened the introduction to the legendary divine scripture.
Creation Divine Scripture, an 18th level defying heaven cultivation method that can merge the power of all laws in heaven and earth. The more it merges, the stronger the power of creation. If it merges 2,999 laws except for time, the cultivation method reaches its limit, with creation divine power at the 18th level. If it merges the power of time, the cultivation method breaks through the limit.
Current number of rules, 13, Genesis power level, 16th rank, lower grade.
Ling Xiao looked at the panel, fully aware of the might of this Genesis divine scripture. Although not at the limit, the 16th rank was already extraordinary. Compared to the 15th rank, it was not only a higher level but a qualitative leap. One belongs to the 6 supreme rules, and one surpasses them, with power that is incomparably greater. This Genesis divine scripture clearly means that I must comprehend more elemental powers and elevate them to the level of laws in order to integrate them into the Genesis divine power.
Genesis power. Just by the name, I know that after complete fusion, I will be able to create worlds. It seems I have an even greater goal now. Excitement sparkled in Ling Zhao's eyes.
The 18th rank was by no means the end. His limit was far beyond this. What heights he would reach in the future remained to be seen.
System, open my attribute sheet.
As soon as the words fell, a brand new attribute table suddenly appeared before his eyes. Attribute table.
Name, Ling Xiao. Repair count, 0 out of 9. Martial Dao Realm, Galaxy Realm 9th Heaven. Soul Realm, Galaxy Realm 9th Heaven.
Vitality, 35 trillion. 1 point equals 30,000 kilograms of strength. Soul, 35 trillion. Secondary Profession Master, 10 types, 11th rank Supreme, 0/7 quadrillion, legendary level.
Skill, Weapon Master, 9 realms, 3,700%, 0/100 million. Laws, Basic 0, Intermediate 0, Advanced 8 types, Supreme 3 types.
Ultimate, Power of Death, 2 law threads, Power of Destruction, 2 law threads. Talents, Undying Divine Body, Immortal level, Combat Power times 5,000%, Human Emperor Body, Immortal level, Blessing 100 trillion times, Void Dragon Body, Immortal level, Physical Body times 512 times, Power of Creation, 16th rank lower grade, 13 types. Cultivation methods, Soul Immortality Technique, Eternal Life level, 10th rank Shattered, 1000 times, Demon God Nirvana, 15th rank lower grade, Frenzied. Absorption, 13th rank upper grade, Law of Heaven and Earth, 15th rank middle grade, 1000 times, Creation Divine Canon, 18th rank lower grade. Martial Arts, Death Gun Technique, 15th rank, superior grade, 400x, World Ending Light, 15th rank, medium grade, 300x, Teleportation, 15th rank, lower grade, 200x, Heaven Shaking True Body, 15th rank, lower grade, 200x.
Items, Black Heaven Battle Armor. Armor 15th rank, lower grade, Black Heaven Demon Spear 15th rank, lower grade, Angel Wings 11th rank, Supreme grade. Physical Combat Power, Domain Lord Realm 6th Heaven. Ultimate Combat Power, World Lord Realm 3rd Heaven. After a whole day and night of cultivation, Ling Xiao's realm rapidly advanced. His ultimate combat power soared to the terrifying King Realm, and his physical combat strength steadily reached the 6th Heaven of the Domain Lord Realm. Although his leap in levels was still 3 major realms plus several minor realms, the nature of it was completely different. At the Domain Lord level, the cultivation methods of the vast majority of practitioners remain at the 11th rank, and the same goes for martial skills. The higher the martial skill level, the more sharply the difficulty increases when surpassing levels. This time, Ling Xiao obtained a large batch of 15th level techniques and martial skills, and the enemy's strength also soared. But relying on the newly mastered 16th level Genesis power, the combat power of his physical body and soul once again widened by almost an entire major realm. It should be noted that previously, the combat power of his physical body was almost on par with that of his soul. If it were not for the blessing of the world transmitting power, even with these cultivation methods, the ultimate combat power would only reach the 7th or 8th heaven of the Domain Lord. As opponents climb higher and higher, the greater the talent, the stronger the ability to surpass levels. At the level of God King and Eternal Life, every enemy is a once-in-a-billion years top genius. Ling Xiao's ability to surpass levels in combat will be restricted within a major realm. The battle power of a Domain Lord level is already very strong. Advancing one major realm further will at most increase strength by 5 or 6 minor realms. But don't forget, even now, the universe's #1 genius who is 1.5 major realms above me might not necessarily be able to defeat me. A confident cold smile curled at the corner of his mouth. Bang! Suddenly, a deafening bell toll echoed from the horizon, shaking the entire scene. The square instantly fell into a deathly silence. Rumble! In the next moment, an extremely terrifying aura of destruction erupted like a flood, rapidly spreading in all directions. A wave of destructive aura swept through suddenly, instantly turning the faces of countless cosmic warriors pale. The expressions of the immortal level peak experts changed drastically, and they had already guessed the owner behind this aura. Damn, it's that ruthless character, the Annihilation God Emperor. I heard the chief examiner this time was the Annihilation God Emperor. I didn't expect it to be true. Masters of the destruction lineage rarely show up. I didn't expect them to come and disrupt the universe genius battle this time. Don't overthink it. Focus on the exam. Being chosen by the supreme deity, you might step into the realm of immortality in the future. But no matter what, who can be stronger than the Annihilation God Emperor? Rumor has it that back then he fought alone in the demon domain, slaying dozens of immortal level demon warriors, even drawing out the strongest of the demon clan, yet miraculously survive. Even many supreme deities find it hard to match his power. Yeah, enough noise, focus on listening to the rules of this genius battle. The examiner's aura was like an earthquake and landslide, causing all the immortal level experts present to tremble with fear and fall silent. The power of destruction? This time the examiner has actually comprehended the ultimate form of the destruction element. What level of realm could this be? At this moment, Ling Xiao also sensed that destructive aura, feeling slightly puzzled but not thinking much of it. After all, the power of destruction is the most supreme among all elements. Its wielder must be incredibly powerful, ranking among the top even within the immortal level, making it unquestionable for them to serve as the chief examiner. Boom! The destructive aura enveloping the square slowly dissipated. In the next moment, a colossal divine statue reaching from heaven to earth slowly appeared above everyone's heads in the sky. The strong and weak in the universe, star beasts, and even uncivilized wild beasts all looked up at the incredible celestial phenomenon. The statue's face was stern, originating from the archaic tribe, immensely huge, and Ling Xiao was shocked to discover its size was at least 1 trillion light years. 1 trillion light years. This meant that as long as the statue appeared, any star realm would be crushed to dust beneath it. This incomparably gigantic Dharma form completely revealed the identity of the chief examiner. It's really him. All the immortal strong beings couldn't help but swallow their saliva. All beings of the universe, the 10,081st cosmic genius battle is overseen by me, the Annihilation God Emperor, as the chief examiner. The voice of the Annihilation God Emperor was like thunder piercing the ears, each word carrying endless pressure, striking directly at the hearts and souls of all beings. Now, I announce the first rule of the Genius War. Rule 1. Each realm has an independent examination hall. Beings of the universe may choose to participate in the examination hall of an equal or higher realm. Challenging beyond your level doubles the rewards, with a maximum increase of 100 million times. The Extermination God Emperor slowly declared, his tone revealing shock. Upon hearing this, the God Kings and immortal level elites who had experienced countless genius wars were all stunned. What exactly does this rule mean? Does anyone really dare to challenge a higher realm? Even if there are, they are just some low-level civilization geniuses who don't know their limits, and it's impossible for them to win the championship. No, it's not just low-level geniuses. Even the universe's #1 genius would struggle to achieve good results if they chose a higher-level examination venue. Universe level assessment. Don't be ridiculous. Even the top ranks of the supreme god realms only surpass by a dozen or so minor realms. Surpassing one realm is already the limit. Who can surpass more than 20? Surpassing more than 20 minor realms is possible, especially for low-level strong individuals like an 8-level or grandmaster level. Those top geniuses can even surpass more than 30. But here, facing a universe-level assessment, even if you are a super genius who appears once in 100 billion years, it is absolutely impossible to surpass even one realm to fight. When the Extinction God Emperor said this, his gaze locked onto the spot where Ling Xiao was. This sentence was specifically directed at Ling Xiao, because in the entire universe, only Ling Xiao had the strength and talent to dare to participate in the assessment by skipping a whole realm. Virtual universe, is it possible to skip 2 major realms? If so, what are the rewards for the top few places? Ling Xiao asked curiously. If someone else heard this, they would definitely be mocked. You can barely cross one realm, and you want to cross 2? Yes, skipping 2 major realms will reward you at least 100 trillion times more. But to be honest, no one has ever skipped 2 major realms to take the assessment. Although you can fight across 2 realms, the assessment is a different matter. The virtual universe spoke calmly. Even if you skip one realm, you can only rank around the top 100 million. The top 100 million. Rewards are multiplied by 100 million times, which is already very generous, even surpassing some of the first place rewards. The virtual universe clearly wanted Ling Xiao to give up this unrealistic idea. Oh, 100 trillion times? Not bad. Then skipping 3 major realms should earn a reward of 100 quadrillion times, right? Ling Xiao curled his lips into a cold smile. He would never be arrogant enough to think he could skip 3 realms and take first place. After all, his opponents were all peak domain lord level experts, and the top 100 million of the peak domain lords had almost all reached the 9th or even 10th level of the realm lord. He simply couldn't compete with them now. Even if the realm is raised to the limit of the galactic realm, combat power can only increase by at most 1 minor realm to the 4th heaven of the realm lord. Want to defeat a realm lord of the 9th or even 10th heaven? A pipe dream. Then can I upgrade my exam level midway? A sharp glint flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes. Yes, but after upgrading, you must defeat the last person who was just eliminated to inherit their rank and level. If you fail, all rewards will be reset to 0. Then let's challenge 2 major realms first. If there's improvement, we'll try 3 realms. Ling Xiao's eyes were firm. With his current strength, there was no need to hide. As soon as the words fell, the virtual universe immediately fell silent. Did he not take a single word in? Rule 2. The Extinction God Emperor spoke again. This genius competition consists of 3 tests. After each test, the content of the next one will be announced. After the second test, the top 100 million geniuses from each realm will be selected to enter the third test to compete for the final ranking. As soon as this rule was announced, everyone felt a tightening in their hearts. Only 100 million people remain for the second test? 100 million people may seem like a lot, but they are the elite of the entire universe, each ranking within the top 100,000 of their respective supreme divine kingdoms. If something goes wrong, even the top 10,000 cannot be guaranteed safety. Rule 3. During the exam, no weapons above one's own level may be used. The announcement of the third rule immediately sparked dissatisfaction. Why can't I use high-level weapons? Being able to use those weapons is proof of my strength. Weapons are also part of strength. Why impose restrictions? The strong ones all muttered complaints under their breath. Although these top geniuses did not know the identity of the Extinction God Emperor, they were confident that with the God Emperor's support behind them, they would never be troubled. Does that brat really think he can be so arrogant just because he's my grandson? If he doesn't make the top 10 by the end of the competition, I'll send him straight to the hell of the demon domain to train for 10,000 years. A furious roar shook the sky. Exactly, a bunch of fools who don't know their place. If the Extinction God Emperor knew he was my great-grandson, he might just destroy me. In front of the live broadcast, the faces of those immortals and God Emperors all turned pale. They knew well that the Extinction God Emperor had guarded his master for many years, and being in the realm of the Supreme Destroyer deity, no one except the Supreme Deity knew his whereabouts. The appearance of the Extinction God Emperor would undoubtedly be a cosmic sensation. Yet, a group of immature young people dared to question his rules, which was tantamount to courting death. However, the Extinction God Emperor did not get angry. He merely cast them a cold glance and said lightly, "The choice of weapon depends solely on talent, not on the strength of one's backing." After becoming a top genius, no one's background is weak. If you have objections, you may withdraw at any time. This is Rule 4. In the virtual universe, assessments are non-lethal, and you may forfeit at any time. His words were like a cold, sharp sword, instantly silencing those arrogant geniuses. Since the rules are clear, the first test begins, the Extermination God Emperor announced slowly. A sudden invisible force buzzed, enveloping the entire scene. In the next moment, all living beings in the universe were instantly transported. Ling Xiao was also among them. When he opened his eyes again, he was in an isolated space, with 14 huge maps floating before him. The first 10 were vast lands stretching endlessly, their area infinitely vast. Starting from the 11th, they were deep starry skies, boundless and immense.
On each map, more than 10 realms are marked, ranging from ordinary people, body tempering stage, postnatal level, prenatal level, to the immortal level. It is obvious that these are testing grounds of different levels. At this moment, everyone noticed that the maps below their own level were all dark, and only the maps at their level and above were lit up for selection. The voice of the Extinction God Emperor directly entered their minds. You may now choose the assessment level. The rules will be revealed shortly. Each advanced civilization quickly clicked on their level map, while the lower civilizations hesitated and lingered, and the beasts and primitives clicked chaotically without order.
Ling Xiao did not hesitate at all and selected the Cosmic Level Examination Hall.
For him, the difficulty was not great. The key was whether he could gain substantial benefits. He no longer relied on others. The power of his bloodline had been fully awakened. Striding forward, he was ready to venture out alone.
After making the selection, a cold warning entered his mind. Warning: the chosen level exceeds your current level by 2.
Once confirmed, you can only advance and cannot revert.
Confirm. Ling Xiao responded firmly without hesitation. Confirming the Universe Level Examination Hall, beginning teleportation. With a hum, in an instant, Ling Xiao's figure suddenly vanished, swiftly heading towards the Universe Level Examination Hall. Lost in place.
In the boundless star region, Ling Xiao's figure suddenly appeared in this star sea following a wave of spatial fluctuation. He scanned the surroundings and found that the star region here was completely different from the real universe. In reality, the distances between planets are extremely vast, and except within the same planetary system, they are almost impossible to reach each other. And here, the stars are densely packed to a shocking degree. Millions of stars quietly float within a range of 1 light-year. The smallest are about the size of Earth, while the largest have diameters reaching hundreds of millions of kilometers. In contrast, the solar system, with a diameter of about 1 light-year, has only a dozen or so main planets, making the space vast and sparse. This space is filled with stars, yet it does not feel crowded.
Rule explanation: all participants in this examination arena will be assigned to this universe.
The surrounding planets and starry sky are filled with secret realms of various levels. Players must search for secret realms, complete the realm assessments, and obtain inheritance tokens.
Each time you obtain a legacy token, you earn the corresponding points.
A 10th rank low-grade token rewards 1 point, medium grade 10 points, high grade 100 points, and supreme grade 1000 points. An 11th rank low-grade token grants 10,000 points, medium grade 100,000 points, and so on.
The top 1 trillion in the final points ranking will advance to the second round of assessment.
Death results in dropping all inherited tokens, and the picker gains points. The rules are simple but extremely dangerous.
Only the top 1 quadrillion can advance? It's simply absurd. In the entire universe, the number of divine kingdoms far exceeds 1 quadrillion, not to mention the top-tier cosmic level powerhouses.
By this calculation, even a single divine kingdom passing the test is extremely rare, or even non-existent.
And this is only the first round.
Interesting, this test not only compares strength but also luck. I am powerful, but my luck is uncertain. A cold gleam flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes as his divine sense suddenly expanded.
Boom!
In an instant, his divine consciousness swept across all directions like a torrent. The aura of tens of millions of planets within several light-years was all captured by him.
There really is a secret realm.
Ling Xiao's eyes lit up as he discovered dozens of universe-level powerhouses hidden within, along with 1 or 2 secret realms. The energy level is not high, nothing good here. He frowned slightly but didn't think much of it. With a step, he headed straight for the nearest secret realm. Soon, he arrived at the entrance of the secret realm. Here, the starry sky was vast and empty. But relying on 2 types of spatial energy, Ling Xiao sensed a hidden space lurking within. Even with strength far surpassing the secret realm, detecting hidden spaces still requires powerful insight, strong spiritual power, or energy perception. Ling Xiao possessed such abilities, and the power of space could directly capture hidden spaces, leaving no room for misjudgment or oversight.
Open!
Without hesitation, he struck the void with his palm. In an instant, a massive dark palm print materialized.
Boom!
The seal suddenly struck the void, a thunderous roar echoing throughout the star region. The spatial secret realm was forcibly shattered by him. A spatial rift spreading hundreds of millions of kilometers suddenly appeared before his eyes. Inside the secret realm, a piece of broken land materialized. Breaking through space will inevitably cause a stir.
Ling Xiao can do it now.
Even if it is only the first layer of the spatial rift, without a God King level expert, it is simply impossible to break through.
But these secret realms are different.
The secret realm space is like a storage ring, jointly created by formation masters and artifact refiners. This thing is called a secret realm orb, carried on the person, and instantly transforms into a secret realm upon activation.
Once transformed into a secret realm, it cannot be moved.
The secret realm orbs are at least 8th rank. Without galaxy level strength, you simply can't afford one. Therefore, the inheritances inside the secret realm are at least at the galaxy realm.
Moreover, once activated, it cannot be moved. The space of an 8th level secret realm orb is at least 10,000 kilometers square.
It is more than enough to hold the inheritance of a galaxy realm expert. Of course, the secret realm is man-made, with extremely weak spatial strength, even more fragile than a storage ring of the same level. Any strong opponent of the same rank could easily break it and effortlessly take the inheritance. Facing this shattered land, Ling Xiao did not hesitate and clenched his right hand into a fist. Sheila! In the next moment, he forcibly pulled a massive 10th rank spaceship out of the ground. The land instantly collapsed and crumbled. Ling Xiao tore open the spaceship's outer shell and finally found a long sword flashing with white light. Beep! Congratulations on obtaining a mid-level 10th rank inheritance token, 10 points.
A prompt sound rang out, entering the mind.
Buzz! The long sword transformed into a stream of light and surged into the body.
Only 10 points? What a waste of an expression.
Ling Xiao was speechless. He gave up on continuing to search for other secret realms. The remaining 3 secret realms were about the same size, with similar levels, at most 1 level higher, not worth wasting time on.
Let's go look elsewhere.
His eyes flashed, and the power of teleportation activated. Swish!
His figure vanished, instantly arriving 1 light year away.
He teleported frantically within the star region. Each teleport covered 1 light year, and his divine sense spread several light years. No matter where he went, everything around him was in full view. Teleporting hundreds of times per second, instantly scanning all secret realms within 100 light years. Efficiency was tens of thousands of times greater than any cosmic level expert. After searching over 1,000 light years, Ling Xiao stopped.
Finally found one worth making a move on.
The secret realm before him had a diameter of hundreds of billions of kilometers, comparable to the Dark Supreme secret realm he had encountered before.
Its level was set at the Domain Lord rank, high grade or even top grade.
With a slight curl of his lips, he slammed his palm toward the exit of the secret realm. The power of destruction erupted, and the massive handprint slammed down fiercely.
Boom! The secret realm's exit exploded, sending fragments flying.
Buzz! Brilliant light burst forth from the center of the formation, with dozens of beams scattering in all directions.
The exit was sealed by the beams of light. The power of the light pillar is enough to annihilate any Domain Lord level warrior below the 10th heaven. At the same time, the light pillar rapidly soared into the sky.
Dozens of light years high, cultivators within tens of thousands of light years all stared in shock at the soaring light pillar.
10 light years high? This is the Domain Lord's ultimate secret realm.
The Domain Lord's ultimate secret realm hides a vast number of legacy treasures of the Boundary Lord and low-level Domain Lord ranks. Once you possess a Domain Lord level legacy, your strength will leap by more than 1 level. Obtaining it can boost your points to 10 million, securing a spot in the second round.
Within tens of thousands of light years, there are billions of universe-level strong beings.
The space is vast, with a volume trillions
of times that of an ordinary light year.
There are only dozens of strong beings per light year, totaling in the hundreds of trillions.
At this moment, everyone is like madmen, rushing wildly into the depths of the dark universe, rapidly approaching the area where Ling Xiao is located.
Alright, I've stirred up a hornet's nest, but by the time you arrived, I had already taken it away. Ling Xiao curled his lips into a cold sneer, waved his right hand, and the power of destruction erupted, instantly tearing apart the blocking light pillar. This light pillar was obviously a signal for the secret realm to open, which would disappear only when the required number of people was reached.
Unless one possessed the strength of a Domain Lord at the 10th heaven, they could only obediently wait.
And those who reached the 10th heaven were extremely rare. Among the universe's top geniuses on the leaderboard, fewer than 100 had achieved it. Ling Xiao was one of them, a bug-level existence who, without using the power of creation, easily tore open space to enter the secret realm. Passing through the spatial rift, a vast land came into view. Ling Xiao was surprised to find beneath his feet a heavenly ladder stretching tens of thousands of kilometers, soaring straight into the sky. At the end of the ladder floated a long blade and several martial arts manuals. Countless martial arts techniques and skills were hidden along the ladder. Collecting them would grant inheritance. Not only was there inheritance here, but also several 11th rank weapons, whose power was enough to instantly kill all warriors below the 7th heaven of the Domain Lord.
One wrong move, and it would be a dead end.
Buzz!
Suddenly, a terrifying gravitational force came from the heavenly ladder, attempting to pull Ling Xiao down.
Ling Xiao snorted coldly, unleashing the power of destruction, instantly shattering the gravitational force. At this moment, his control over the power of the laws reached a new level, and his strength greatly increased.
Interesting.
Ling Xiao smiled faintly. This heavenly ladder is obviously a test point, loading a powerful gravitational force that only those with firm will can pass. It's similar to the previous Dark Supreme test, but with little novelty. He no longer hesitated and headed straight for all the hidden skill and martial arts points. In an instant, these hidden treasures were all thoroughly looted. Finally, Ling Xiao reached the top of the heavenly ladder, with only the last weapon and skill left unclaimed.
12th level skill? Not bad.
His gaze was serious. 12th level meant 100 million points.
With over 10 million additional points, Ling Xiao's score would surpass 100 million, easily topping the leaderboard.
Climbing to the top so quickly feels strange.
Could this cultivation method be hiding a body-snatching or self-destruct trap?
Ling Xiao sensed the power within the cultivation method, a faint aura of soul energy emerging.
But he had already entered the secret realm and would never give up easily.
Besides, this was only the aura of a domain
Domain Lord level expert. Done. Ling Zhao's strength soared within a few days, now able to contend with Domain Lord level powerhouses. Facing the peak Domain Lord soul before him, he felt no fear. Something created by a virtual universe, still trying to play tricks? Ling Zhao sneered, directly grabbing the cultivation method. A staggering soul aura erupted, the soul of the tenfold Domain Lord Elder lunging at Ling Zhao like a starving wolf. But he hesitated not for a moment, seizing the other with one hand. Ah, great Lord, have mercy. The Domain Lord's soul was terrified and desperate, realizing he had encountered a true powerhouse. Even for a soul, 9 times out of 10, the power requires a Domain Lord of the 7th heaven or above to control. I'm just a little trash, please spare me, he begged desperately. Ling Zhao sneered coldly, this is a virtual universe, and a genius battle is underway. You won't die, so save your energy. The soul was stunned. It turned out he had been pulled into the virtual universe as a sparring partner. Embarrassed, he quickly apologized. No problem, since I'm here, I'll take these things first and leave the rest for you to entertain yourself with. Ling Zhao had no ill intentions and released the other party. Are there still others left? The Domain Lord's soul was shocked and hurriedly used the secret realm's power to peer outside. The scene before him stunned him. Tens of trillions of universe-level experts surrounded the secret realm, and their numbers were still increasing. This is a universe-level trial ground, he exclaimed. Although he had never participated, he had long heard of this prosperous era and was familiar with the rules. He was easily captured himself, which was simply unbelievable. What was even more terrifying was that those beams of light outside were extremely powerful, impossible to tear apart without the strength of a Domain Lord at the 10th heaven level. Could you be a super genius ranked among the top 10,000 in the universe? He asked in astonishment and doubt. Let's just say first place, barely. Ling Zhao replied calmly, having just earned over 100 million points, his humility tinged with dominance. The nearby Domain Lord level elite couldn't help but swallow an invisible gulp. The rest is up to you, farewell. Ling Zhao packed everything away, tapped his foot, and instantly vanished into the void. Without hesitation, Ling Zhao rushed straight toward the exit. Really going out so openly? Aren't you afraid of being beaten to death by tens of trillions of people outside? No matter how strong you are, you can't be so high profile. A Domain Lord level expert looked at Ling Zhao's actions, full of confusion. But the next moment, he was completely shocked. Ling Zhao suddenly tore open a beam of light, instantly merging into the void, disappearing without a trace. A breach has appeared. Charge, someone shouted. Get lost. This is my chance, another person shouted angrily. I came first, step back. The sounds of erupted one after another. The crowd outside saw the crack and instantly exploded. Dense figures rushed toward the gap like a tide. Boom, boom, boom. Intense fighting broke out instantly. One inheritance item after another flew out from the hands of the slain, only to be quickly snatched up by another strong individual. The cycle of killing and seizing repeated endlessly, bloodshed filling the air. Seeing this, Ling Zhao paused in his steps. So many inheritance items, if I kill them all, wouldn't my points be unbeatable? He chuckled to himself. Suddenly, a wild thought surged into his mind. My points have now exceeded 100 million, but I get pushed off the top spot within minutes. Obviously, there are super geniuses on a large-scale hunt for universe-level strongmen. If that's the case, why not make a shocking move? A slight smile appeared at the corner of his mouth as Ling Zhao released a strong beam of light. The originally scattered huge light pillars instantly dissipated, indicating that the entrance to the secret realm was about to close, and those outside would no longer be able to see it. Once everyone is here, we'll harvest together, Ling Zhao said calmly. Although the slaughter was fierce, no one could take away the heirloom. The numbers were large, and even if he spread his energy with full force, it was difficult to completely encircle them. We need to use an 11th level formation, kill quickly, and harvest quickly. He suddenly remembered the 2 11th level star cores he had obtained in the secret realm, one high grade, one low grade. At this moment, his formation level had already reached the 11th level. The Mother Sun Immortal Slaying Formation, that's the one. Ling Zhao did not hesitate and took out 2 star cores from the storage ring. Soul power transformed into countless runes, wildly dancing as they were inscribed inside the star cores. The runes shimmered like stars, quickly spreading out. Meanwhile, more and more powerful beings arrived. For those at the cosmic level, tens of thousands of light years were just a few minutes. They quickly gathered using dark universe travel. The numbers surged from tens of trillions to hundreds of trillions. Seeing this great battle erupt, even more people joined without hesitation. Their mindset was simple: grab the inheritance and leave. If they failed and got killed, they weren't afraid. Their strength was limited and they couldn't last until the second round. The slaughter grew more intense, and the number of people rapidly decreased. Ling Zhao watched coldly from the sidelines and continued to arrange the formation. The 11th level formation took quite some time. After an hour, the formation was finally completed. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully constructed the 11th level superior formation. The Mother Sun Immortal Slaying Formation, quality, legendary. A prompt sound rang out, and Ling Zhao's mouth curled into a slight smile. The moment to close the net has finally arrived. He watched the fierce battle raging inside and outside the secret realm, and without hesitation, forcefully launched 2 already fused star cores toward the center of the secret realm. Buzz! The teleport
teleportation power erupted instantly, and the battle situation was about to be completely rewritten.
Explosion.
2 star cores exploded instantly in the center of the secret realm.
Absolute heaven and earth annihilation. Assassin immortal formation, activate.
Ling Xiao waved his hand seal from afar.
Buzz. The handprint quickly merged into the star core in an instant.
Boom. An extremely terrifying pressure erupted from the star core, instantly enveloping the surroundings. All the cosmic level experts' expressions changed drastically. This power far exceeded the limits of their levels.
Someone suddenly noticed, locking their gaze on the formation, their face turning pale. Damn! An 11th rank superior perfect formation? Retreat quickly! Shouts exploded in all directions. Everyone was shocked. An 11th rank superior perfect formation? Without a 13th rank formation master, it's absolutely impossible to set up.
In the panic, some people took off running wildly. Various secret techniques were suddenly unleashed.
Buzz. However, the mother-son immortal slaying formation was instantly activated.
A strange fluctuation enveloped a range of 100 light years. All the strong warriors were immediately trapped, shocked beyond measure. They had no idea at all that this was not a perfect quality formation, but a legendary quality one. It activates faster, covers a wider range, and its power is even more astonishing.
Slay.
At this moment, a cold voice came from the endless void.
Puff 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 puff.
The chests of the 100 trillion universe-level warriors were pierced by invisible energy flying swords.
Buzz.
The flying sword unleashed destructive power, instantly incinerating his soul. Ling Xiao scanned the empty battlefield, a cold glint flashing in his eyes.
Buzz 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 buzz.
An unexpected change occurred. Within the formation's range, trillions of blood-red auras surged forth, converging into a fierce blaze, rushing toward Ling Xiao like a raging flood and ferocious beast. Before he could react, the aura invaded his entire body.
In an instant, Ling Xiao felt his muscles and soul intensely strengthen, his power surging dramatically.
Ding! The host has triggered the immortal body and the power of creation, beginning to absorb death energy.
Ding! Vitality plus 100 million.
Soul power plus
100 million. Vitality plus 100 million.
Soul power plus
100 million. Countless upgrade notifications rang out continuously. Ling Xiao was shocked. The immortal body and the legacy power can actually stack to enhance strength? In just a few seconds, vitality surged by hundreds of millions of billions, and it was still rapidly climbing.
The surrounding aura of death was thick and unrelenting.
Ding!
The power of creation can absorb energy from any system. Death, destruction, flame, light, and 3,000 elemental derivative forces can all be
devoured.
The higher the level, the faster the absorption.
It is recommended to prioritize killing high-level strong opponents to obtain advanced death aura.
In the future, upon comprehending the power of life, you will be able to absorb life energy and at the same time destroy high-level beings to acquire destruction energy, further strengthening yourself.
The system's voice calmly entered the mind. Ling Xiao's pupils suddenly contracted, shocked by the immense power of the creation force.
It could actually devour all energy systems, and its growth rate far exceeded previous increases from kills.
In just 1 minute, Ling Xiao felt his strength surge dramatically.
His vitality value skyrocketed by a full 10 quintillion. In less than half an hour, Ling Xiao leapt from the 9th level of the galactic realm, still more than 10 levels away from breaking through, directly to the 10th level of the galactic realm.
Ding!
Congratulations, host. Your chi and blood value and soul value have increased to 51.2 trillion, and your level has advanced to the 10th level of the galactic realm. The system's notification sound rang out, and Ling Xiao smiled with satisfaction. I used to worry about slow power growth, but now it's all thanks to killing and absorbing, much better than being killed. A cold light flashed in his eyes. The system is right. The higher the energy level, the faster the absorption speed. The stronger the powerful beings killed, the higher the level of death energy absorbed, and naturally the faster the speed.
Ling Xiao secretly rejoiced. Once I break through to the Starsea realm, I'll compete on the Domain Lord realm leaderboard.
He decided to first absorb all these vitality points completely. At the same time, Ling Xiao began to fully devote himself to studying the formation array. To speed up progress, he activated the remaining 200 dormant consciousnesses and simultaneously cultivated the 10 major professions. Each profession had 20 consciousnesses training at the same time, increasing the speed by at least 5 to 6 times. The goal was clear. Before challenging the Star Realm ranking, first raise the formation cultivation to a level where he could easily kill Domain Lord realm experts. After all, the strongest Domain Lord realm masters could instantly kill experts at the 7th or 8th heaven of the realm Lord realm, and Ling Xiao must not be easily killed.
He suddenly thought, in the virtual universe, if I am killed and then resurrected, does that count as being eliminated?
Soul shattering means death to others, but he can rely on others' memories to resurrect.
This defying the odds ability makes him anything but ordinary. The system replied, not exactly. Death during the assessment does not lead to immediate elimination, but if no one remembers you, even if you resurrect, it counts as an external resurrection and is considered elimination. Ling Xiao sighed helplessly. Resurrected but still considered eliminated? Then I better not die easily. After all, once resurrected and back in the arena, the killing environment disappears. However, absorbing
Absorbing the chi and blood value also took too long. After all, the opponent was the residual chi and blood of a trillion universe-level powerhouse. Ding! The host can use the system's power to condense the chi and blood value into death energy, storing it like chi and blood energy. Upon hearing this, Ling Xiao immediately nodded. Alright, let's do it this way. Boom! A terrifying attraction burst forth from his body, condensing a red light sphere in his sea of consciousness. The photosphere rapidly expanded, becoming enormous within seconds. The scent of blood filled the air, and death energy continuously surged into Ling Xiao's body and soul, causing his strength to soar rapidly. The surrounding death aura was completely absorbed. At this rate, if I hold on for less than 2 more hours, I will break through to the Starsea realm. A fighting spirit flickered in Ling Xiao's eyes. Now, let's go find it first. To find a cosmic level secret realm, I need to reach the domain lord level testing ground first, where I can obtain star cores of sufficient rank to construct a 12th level formation. After all, only a 12th level formation can slaughter domain lord level tenfold heaven warriors on a large scale. With this thought, Ling Xiao pressed down with his foot and shot straight toward the formation core he had set up not far away. In an instant, he grabbed 2 star cores from the parent-child Immortal Slayer formation base, which had consumed 10% of its energy. This level of attack can still be used 9 more times. That's enough, he sneered, a stern gleam flashing in his eyes. Glancing at the remaining energy, Ling Xiao raised an eyebrow slightly. Looking at his own energy reserves, even after absorbing hundreds of billions of chi, blood and soul values, not even 1/10,000th had been depleted. It seemed he definitely wouldn't run out of energy in the short term. What is lacking is a higher level energy domain lord grade energy. He suddenly waved his hand. Buzz. Within several light years around, the inheritance tokens left behind by deceased universe level experts flooded in like a torrent, transforming into myriad rays of light that quickly merged into Ling Xiao's body. Congratulations on acquiring a large number of inheritance tokens. Total points, 241 trillion. The top spot on the leaderboard has been updated, a prompt sounded in his mind. Ling Xiao squinted and said softly, 2 people actually have 2 sets of point tokens? It seems my previous 200 million points are still not enough to firmly hold the top spot. However, his more than 200 trillion points were already enough to dominate the number 1 spot on the leaderboard, unless someone could, like him, eliminate over 200 trillion opponents. But he didn't know that once this point token was revealed, the universe level testing ground instantly exploded. Damn, cheating, right? 20 billion points? Who exactly is this Ling Xiao? I remember him, the top grandmaster who destroyed the Supreme God Kingdom, said to have instantly killed the previous number 1. But how could he top the universe level rankings? Nonsense, same name? 2 number 1s with the same name, that's just ridiculous. Cheating, definitely cheating. Scoring 20 billion points in such a short time is impossible. All the universe level experts instantly exploded in outrage, roaring uncontrollably. Such terrifying points, could it be that he obtained a Supreme Realm Lord level inheritance? The value of a Realm Lord level inheritance is astonishing. Mid-grade worth tens of billions, high-grade worth hundreds of billions, and supreme grade worth trillions. But the risks are equally immense, with countless universe level experts perishing within. And Ling Xiao, in just 2 hours, actually obtained more than 1 supreme universe level inheritance. Complaints arose everywhere, and the virtual universe responded with dominance. There is no possibility of cheating in the virtual universe. Malicious complainers will be immediately expelled from the assessment arena. As the words fell, the strong contender who had just complained changed his expression drastically. Before he could retract, he was directly kicked out of the assessment, and the assessment was declared over. Once the announcement was made, all the arrogant universe-level strong contenders were left speechless. Who would still dare to be arrogant? After all, the virtual universe has never had a bug in tens of thousands of years. The only explanation, Ling Xiao's strength is so extreme that he can easily obtain 1,000,000 points. At this moment, Ling Xiao was completely unaware. He glanced at the points, his gaze firm, and continued forward, a step beneath his feet. Buzz! The power of teleportation burst forth, and his figure vanished instantly. With the advancement of his realm, Ling Xiao's teleportation distance doubled, reaching 2 light-years. Although it was only double, it was enough to be shocking. He immediately began high-speed reconnaissance of the surrounding space. According to calculations, he can now explore a volume of 200 cubic light-years per second. It sounds enormous, but that's volume. Converted to diameter, it's only a range of 5 light-years. After all, a sphere with a 5 light-year diameter has a volume of about 200 cubic light-years. Even so, this speed is terrifyingly extreme. It is more than 10,000 times faster than the exploration speed of any cosmic-level powerhouse. After 1 hour, Ling Xiao had covered a star region with a diameter of 100 light-years, about 700,000 light-years in range. Unfortunately, aside from 1 domain lord-level secret realm, the best of the others were only mid-grade domain lord-level secret realms. Ling Xiao had no interest in wasting time. Buzz! Suddenly, an anomaly erupted in the distance. Beams of light fiercely spread out in all directions. The beams shot out hundreds of light-years away. Even from hundreds of thousands of light-years away, Ling Xiao could see it clearly. This is a
cosmic level secret realm? My luck is unbelievably amazing. He was so excited he almost jumped. Although he wasn't the first to discover it, what difference does it make? Without hesitation, Ling Xiao took a step and instantly teleported toward the beam of light. Calculating by straight-line distance, he could travel 200 light-years per second. Even so, it would still take an hour to arrive. The next moment, he accelerated beyond the speed of light, tearing through the dark universe. The surrounding celestial bodies instantly vanished into boundless darkness. A dazzling light spot appeared directly ahead. These light spots were the rays he captured while traveling at high speed, ranging from 1,000 years ago to 1 second ago. The intense light and heat would have scorched anyone without a strong physique. The faster the speed, the higher the temperature. At this moment, the temperature around Ling Xiao had reached hundreds of millions of degrees. Unfortunately, this intense heat had no effect on him. It should be noted that if this temperature appeared on Earth, it would instantly melt everything. In the virtual universe, due to the speed increasing by hundreds of millions of times, a distance originally tens of thousands of light years away, he reached in just over a minute. Not only Ling Xiao, countless universe-level powerhouses were also rushing toward the secret realm at a terrifying speed. A secret realm entrance, flashing with hundreds of beams of light shooting out in all directions of the universe, suddenly appeared. The entrance spanned hundreds of billions of kilometers, shocking all the strong warriors. They all gasped sharply, their hearts burning with intense desire. Cosmic-level secret realms are different from the limits of domain lord level. Even low-grade cosmic-level inheritance treasures are worth hundreds of millions. Mid-grade can reach tens of billions. Top-tier items are even rarer and extremely precious. If one truly obtains one, their points would easily surpass 100 trillion, and might even surpass Ling Xiao, who ranks first on the leaderboard. Of course, this is just a fantasy. Top-tier realm lord secret realms are extremely rare, 1 in 10,000 at best. A supreme realm lord grade secret realm. Ling Xiao instantly discerned the secret realm's level using the power of creation. Though not top tier, it was already close to the peak. Even more astonishingly, he discovered a 12th level supreme super-intelligent brain hidden within the secret realm, monitoring everything outside, clearly the guardian of this secret realm. The power of creation is extraordinary, and identifying the depth of the secret realm is effortless for him. The number of people is increasing, and the level of this secret realm is such that even with my full effort now, it would be difficult to easily obtain the inheritance. Ling Xiao's eyes narrowed slightly, a dark light flickering. He controlled a 12th level super-intelligent brain. Although he could not become an intelligent life form due to insufficient talent and could not attack directly, the technological weapons he controlled definitely reached the 12th level. A single blast was enough to reduce tens of thousands of galaxies to nothingness. With his current strength, he would probably only be able to wait for death and rebirth after one strike. Forget it, a brute force breakthrough won't work, so I'll just sneak in quietly. As long as I get those few 12th level star cores, that's enough. Ling Xiao's eyes flashed with a cold light. Sheila! At that moment, a sound tearing through the starry sky suddenly erupted, shaking the entire star region. All cultivators' pupils contracted sharply as they turned toward the source of the sound. Buzz! The beams of light shooting in all directions vanished instantly, and a huge spatial rift opened, as if welcoming everyone. The starry sky suddenly fell silent. Setting aside the treasures here for the moment, even if one cannot advance, the inheritance of cultivation methods and martial skills is solid. Once obtained, they can be cultivated upon birth in the future. 99% of the cosmic-level cultivators present come from low-level civilizations. Their cultivation methods mostly remain at levels 8 or 9. Obtaining an 11th level cultivation method offers hope to grow into a powerful domain lord level expert. The 12th level is a symbol of a rare genius. This genius battle is definitely the greatest opportunity in the universe. Not only a feast for geniuses, but also a hope for lower civilizations to break through their limits. Many civilizations are still stuck at the initial stage. Once they master the cultivation methods, their civilization progress will be accelerated by hundreds of years instantly. Each of them is determined to seize the inheritance at all costs. Getting it is an opportunity, but not getting it doesn't mean certain death. Advancing? That is exclusive to the top geniuses on the Cosmic Divine Kingdom leaderboard. They simply don't care. Set up the formation first. Ling Xiao had already blended into the crowd and quietly took out the base of the Mother Sun Immortal Slaying formation. He implanted the formation base in the center of the crowd not far from the secret realm. Buzz! Spatial fluctuations, the formation embedded in the void covering a range of 300 light-years. Full power burst can cover 300 light-years, but there are too many people here. I'm afraid none will die. Ling Xiao raised his eyebrows slightly. Billions of universe-level powerful beings densely gathered, and the massive bodies of the Star Beast clan occupied even more space. 300 light-years cannot contain everyone. If it can't cover them all, then as many as come will die, and less energy will be consumed. Ling Xiao sneered coldly. He collected chi and blood values not for cultivation, but to activate that 15th rank destruction divine spear, a weapon capable of killing even immortal level beings. The biggest challenge was energy. His previous chi and blood level was far inferior to his current death energy. If hundreds of trillions of energy
energy were fully injected into the spear, it would be enough to unleash the power to kill a god-king level.
Collecting more death energy will provide greater confidence in the future.
The death energy from killing 100 trillion strong beings can definitely kill an immortal level powerhouse. Go to the stronger domain lord level site to harvest another wave. By then, even if several eternal level powerful beings join forces, they can be killed one by one.
Even if they die due to the explosive impact, they can be resurrected.
A resolute and fanatical light flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes.
Secret realm opens. Charge. Amid the crowd, suddenly a roar from a cosmic level powerhouse exploded. The next second, he shot toward the entrance of the secret realm like an arrow.
Knowing that going alone was certain death, he remained fearless. Before the words fell, the crowd instantly erupted.
Countless cosmic level powerhouses surged into the secret realm like a flood of beasts, unleashing a violent storm. Boom!
The first wave of battle suddenly erupted.
Boom, boom, boom.
The continuous explosions shook the heavens and earth, a frenzy of slaughter woven from fury and murderous intent. In the chaos, Ling Xiao concealed himself in the void, silently following. The void's concealment made him an invisible killing god. Stepping into the secret realm, before him lay a vast continent, with palaces standing tall, majestic, and solemn. This continent nurtures a powerful 10th-tier civilization, ancient and confident, completely unaware that they are inside a stronghold of the mighty. The sky split open with a massive crack, shocking all the native strongmen. In fact, their original consciousness had long ago been selected and entered the virtual universe. This genius battle is only a contest of replicated data within the virtual universe. The truth is harsh, they are fake, yet possess real memories. Perhaps after the war, they will be deleted or become virtual pawns for the strong to train with. The strongest of the indigenous civilization is only at the first level of the cosmic tier, completely unable to withstand the countless cosmic level strong warriors pouring in. The flames of war quickly ignited, for the most absurd reasons.
A genius battle strong warrior questioned the indigenous Star Sea realm. Where is the inheritance?
The natives knew nothing and were brutally slaughtered. Blood ignited the natives' fury, and both sides instantly plunged into a bloody storm.
They did not know that if the legacy were truly in their hands, how could it have been discovered by outsiders? The fate of the weak is to be slaughtered.
A 10-level civilization accumulated over hundreds of millions of years was instantly reduced to ashes, without a single survivor. Even if they were just replicas, their consciousness truly existed. Ling Xiao knew nothing about this. Entering the secret realm, he headed straight to the place where the highest level star cores were stored. A virtual treasure, merely a symbol of points, but Ling Xiao has bigger plans. A fake star core, he can integrate it into the formation, turning it into a sharp blade to slaughter external enemies. The star core is a 12th level superior grade, its location extremely hidden, adjacent to the final inheritance site. The inheritance is hidden deep within the continent. Right here, Ling Xiao stood by an inconspicuous small pond, a slight smile on his lips. Who would have thought that on a continent several light years in diameter, the entrance to the 12th level inheritance was hidden beneath this tiny water surface? Suddenly, Ling Xiao frowned deeply, sensing another hidden presence. He looked up and saw a girl drenched in blood descending from the sky, her expression cold and stern like frost. Obviously, she had slaughtered countless cosmic level warriors in the recent battle.
Ling Xiao hid in the crevice of the void, silent and unnoticed by the other party.
Under Ling Xiao's puzzled gaze, the girl quickly formed dozens of hand seals.
VZZZ.
The small pond slowly opened, like a gateway to the unknown.
Ling Xiao was utterly shocked.
She knew clearly that the girl's soul was not a virtual image, but a real existence of a cosmic level tenfold heaven powerhouse.
Isn't this the examinee? How does she know the location of the secret realm inheritance? Could she be the owner of this secret realm in the real world? This thought exploded in Ling Xiao's mind in an instant. There are countless secret realms fought over by cosmic powerhouses at the 10 million
level. Finding even one realm lord level secret realm is a miracle, let alone encountering the one where he once lived. It's pure fantasy. At this moment, Ling Xiao's curiosity surged, and he followed without hesitation.
The small pond closed and vanished into the void. The two arrived before a complex formation.
The girl skillfully made dozens of hand seals, instantly activating the teleportation array while inputting precise coordinates.
VZZZ.
The formation roared, a gleam flashing in Ling Xiao's eyes. The coordinates are all known. It's confirmed. This assessment forbids carrying high-tech equipment. Only those who have personally obtained the inheritance could know the coordinates of the 12th level inheritance entrance.
Begin teleportation. Number of people, 2.
A prompt sounded, and Yiling furrowed her brows slightly. Before they could react, the teleportation array suddenly activated.
VZZZ.
The two were torn through space and arrived in a vast underground chamber. In the distance, an enormous spaceship stood silently, its length astonishing, trillions of kilometers, undoubtedly the overlord among 12th-tier ships.
Who's there? Show yourself.
Yiling drew her sword, alertly scanning the surroundings. The number of people in the teleportation array was never wrong, indicating that someone was traveling with her, yet remained hidden and invisible. Lialo, activate detection, and find the hidden one, she ordered coldly.
Lialo was the intelligent core of this spaceship. In reality, Yiling was a resident of this secret realm world. This world is called the Xuanqi continent, a strange continent where Xuanqi is cultivated, essentially just another name for source power. 100,000 years ago, when Yiling was still a grandmaster level expert, she accidentally discovered this inheritance point during a bath. With her extraordinary talent, she directly inherited the power of the ruler of the Xianming realm on the Xuanqi continent. Over the course of 100,000 years, she rapidly grew into a universe-level peak expert, becoming the #1 person on the Xuanqi continent. She was indifferent to fame and fortune, secluded herself on the spaceship to cultivate, and never set foot on the continent. The people on the continent didn't even know that she was the super strong person hidden in the shadows. Her unwillingness to go out was not because of fear, but because her master had set a rule before passing away: only those who reach the Domain Lord realm can leave. Helpless, she could only continue cultivating and wait for the right opportunity. 2 days ago, he heard the news of the genius battle for the first time. After gathering his thoughts, he, along with everyone from the Xuanqi continent, entered the virtual universe to begin a life and death duel. By a stroke of luck, he unexpectedly discovered a realm lord-level secret realm. However, upon entering, he was shocked to find that this was actually the virtual Xuanqi continent. At first, his heart surged with excitement. The secret realm was identical to reality, the only difference being that the virtual universe and the real world controlled the genius battles, whereas here it did not. In other words, there was another version of himself here, and he could even command a 12th level spaceship, or directly obtain his master's heirloom. This was by no means cheating. It could only be said that fate was on his side. Thinking of this, he was overjoyed. Once he obtained the inheritance, entering the second round was only a matter of time. But when he saw other cultivators frantically slaughtering their companions on the Xuanqi continent, his anger instantly exploded. At that moment, he decided to use the power of the spaceship to eliminate all enemies. Unexpectedly, as soon as he entered the secret realm, he felt someone tailing him. Beep. No lifeform signals detected nearby. The calm voice of the 12-level intelligent brain Lialo came through. Could the teleportation array have malfunctioned? He was stunned. Who are you? How do you know the teleportation coordinates here? A cold voice suddenly sounded. He turned around and saw a girl exactly like himself holding a long sword, her gaze as cold as ice. Damn, it really is the same person. Ling Xiao was also shocked by this scene, wondering in his heart just how unbelievably lucky is this woman to have found her virtual world self. I am you, but I am the real you, while you are just a copy. Facing the self before him, he was both surprised and helpless. As the words fell, the clone's expression suddenly darkened. Who could remain calm when called a counterfeit copy? Beep. Young master reports, she is right. You are all Yiling, but the current you is an image created by the virtual universe. Everyone on this Xuanqi continent, including myself, has an abnormal soul. Although the appearance is the same, it is not a true soul. Lialo's words were cold and precise. It revealed the truth by analyzing the conversations of universe-level experts around the secret realm. After scanning the souls across the entire Xuanqi continent, it detected anomalies. It directly transmitted the results into the clone's mind. The clone's face instantly turned pale. I'm actually Fei? How is this possible? What on earth is going on? She was utterly desperate. Her resolve shattered in an instant. Her aura surged wildly, rampaging through her entire body. Buzz. Fortunately, the intelligent brain immediately released its power, teleporting her to the training room, quickly sealing it off, and helping her come to terms with reality. Honorable young master, the heirloom token is ready. Shall I retrieve it now? At this moment, a phantom slowly appeared before him. To it, which had not yet evolved into an intelligent life form, whether the real or fake Yiling, both were the young master. Its mission was to help the young master grow stronger. Now that the opportunity had arrived, it was already prepared. Talk later. Now, activate all attack weapons and eliminate all invading cosmic-level strong opponents. The Xuanqi continent civilization was massacred, and his anger exploded. There was still time, so he vented his anger first. Received. Starting to activate the spaceship. Lialo responded without hesitation. The Lord of the Xianming realm is not the Lord of the Dark realm. The spaceship is unharmed and fully activated. Rumble. The spaceship roared, its immense power shaking the heavens. The earth suddenly began to tremble violently. What? The earth is actually starting to tremble. The inheritance is about to begin? That's right. The rules of the virtual universe are clear. Once an inheritance is discovered, it must be activated, and an inheritor must be found. Finally waited for this day. All cosmic-level powerhouses were filled with passion, soaring into the air and gathering around the inheritance site. More powerhouses poured in like a tide, and the sky was instantly covered with countless cosmic-level powerhouses. Rumble, rumble. The heavens and earth split apart, shaking the world. A sky-blocking spaceship slowly rose from the ground, intimidating everyone present. All universe-level cultivators held their breath and focused, their eyes fixed intently. This spaceship, a symbol of a 12th-tier expert, was indestructible, and no one could easily open it. Buzz. Just as everyone was anticipating the hatch to open, the spaceship suddenly burst forth with dazzling light, its power converging wildly around it. What is going on? Is the inheritance going to be activated directly inside the spaceship? Or is the spaceship going to take us somewhere else? Too many people? The spaceship wants wants to relocate us?
Everyone looked at each other, puzzled and confused.
Boom! A dazzling shockwave burst from the spaceship. Damn! This is a 12th level weapon, Star Corpals. Run quickly. Didn't they say the inheritance would definitely activate? What on earth is going on? Retreat quickly. Forget about the inheritance. What exactly happened here?
All the strong warriors' faces changed drastically, and they instantly fled wildly, rushing back toward the exit they came from.
However, the exit was instantly blocked, neither allowing entry nor exit. Buzz.
After the Star Corpals swept past the cosmic level experts behind, lightning flashed, and the terrifying power instantly reduced them to ashes.
The shockwave destroyed the secret realm space, broke through the blockade, and spread wildly in all directions. Wherever it passed, countless cosmic level experts turned into nothingness.
The shockwave gradually dissipated after spreading over a range of 10,000 light-years. Since then, all cosmic level powerhouses who came here, regardless of their talent, strength, or background, have all perished. Only Ling Xiao and Yiling survived.
Is the cleanup finished?
Yiling looked around the now empty starry sky, her gaze heavy. Young master, the inheritance site has been completely cleared.
Should I collect all the inheritance tokens?
The voice of the intelligent brain sounded. Collect them all, but store them well for me.
I just need to successfully enter the second test, Yiling said calmly.
She dared not take them all away. If she swept them all up, it would inevitably cause a huge uproar, and her ranking would surpass the first place, Ling Xiao, making her the target of everyone's attack.
Ling Xiao, the only background.
In the universe, only this spaceship sailed alone. But when she deeply understood the terrifying power of the entire universe, fear inevitably arose in her heart.
She was not Ling Xiao and could not possess an immortal body.
If tracked down, she would surely suffer the revenge of those eliminated strong ones, something she could not bear.
Understood, young master.
The spaceship's AI brain responded without hesitation, immediately activating the 12th level technology to prepare to collect the legacy tokens left by the deceased strong ones.
Rumble, rumble.
Suddenly, an anomaly erupted. Within a range of hundreds of light-years, blood-red raging flames surged like a tide, moving at an astonishing speed, instantly injecting death energy into the spaceship cockpit.
What just happened? Yiling's face changed drastically, analyzing, unable to explain.
The AI brain was also confused. The appearance of the power of death was extremely rare, and almost no one in the universe could understand it. All who comprehend the power of death are without exception doomed. They are assassinated by the strong of the Tianma clan. Once the power of death manifests, it triggers a full-scale uprising of the Tianma clan.
Even the
destruction of the Supreme God cannot stop this catastrophe. Thousands of years ago, the Supreme God of Death left a deep shadow over the Tianma clan, making it inevitable that those who comprehend the power of death will die. However, comprehending the power of death is not equivalent to awakening the undying divine body. Without awakening, only by reaching the realm of the Supreme God of Death and fully
mastering the origin of death can one awaken the undying divine body.
But this is almost impossible to achieve. Even top-tier experts find it difficult to reach that level alive. The Supreme God of Destruction's understanding of the power of death is limited, and the current scene is beyond anyone's comprehension.
That is not
something that pure death power alone can create. Only by simultaneously comprehending the power of creation and the power of death can it be accomplished.
Rumble. The endless death energy finally merged into the Ling Xiao body hidden in the void.
Yiling nervously stared at the void that was devouring the blood-red power.
No need to be nervous, I mean no harm.
Ling Xiao appeared with a smile.
Intruder detected, begin clearance. The spaceship's AI immediately sounded the level 12 alarm. Rumble. Destructive power enveloped Ling Xiao.
Buzz. However, the moment the force made contact, it was blocked by an invisible barrier. This was inside the spaceship, where the intelligence core could at most wield weapons at the domain lord level. Its attack instantly turned to nothingness before Ling Xiao's genesis power. The force was instead converted into pure energy and injected into Ling Xiao's sea of consciousness, condensing into a massive energy sphere. The energy contained in this single attack far exceeded the death energy Ling Xiao had obtained from slaughtering hundreds of millions of universe-level warriors, but its level was still far inferior to his. After all, he had slain hundreds of trillions of universe-level warriors. The accumulated energy was enough to unleash immortal-level destructive power from his destruction divine spear.
Who exactly are you? Were you the one who came with me just now?
Yiling asked, both terrified and cautious. Ling Xiao remained unscathed under a 12th level attack. His strength has probably reached the boundary master level.
He is definitely one of the top warriors in the universe. My name is Ling Xiao. You should have heard of me. I came here for just one 12th level star core. I wonder if you would be willing to part with it?
Ling Xiao smiled slightly, his words concise and straightforward, without any nonsense. Upon hearing this, Yiling immediately breathed a sigh of relief. So it turned out he only wanted the star core. I have the star core. Yiling did not hesitate and directly handed over the highest grade 12th level superior star core. Ling Xiao took it, a smile appearing on his face.
Thanks a lot. Consider this a gift. It's yours. Possessing this 12th rank star core means he can directly enter the domain lord level examination arena.
There, he will use the formation forged with the
12th rank star core to sweep away all rivals. Even if the opponent is a top-tier powerhouse from the 7th or 8th heaven of the Realm Lord level, as long as he sets up a 12th rank lower grade formation, he can easily annihilate them.
Because the formations refined by Ling Xiao are all of legendary quality, extremely terrifying. The power unleashed by the legendary formation far surpasses that of the top 10 strongest in the universe rankings.
Although it is a 12th rank lower grade formation, it can easily kill opponents at the 9th or even 10th level of the Realm Lord.
With it, Ling Xiao's strength will rapidly increase.
After finishing his words, he directly gave the 11th rank parent-child immortal slaying formation he had refined to Yiling.
Yiling looked at the formation core handed over by Ling Xiao, utterly shocked.
A 12th level star core exchanged for 2 11th level formations? That's a huge loss.
But she dared not say more. The strongest attack inside the spaceship couldn't harm Ling Xiao. Killing her would be easy. After all, her intelligent brain is not a sentient life form.
In that case, goodbye.
Ling Xiao gave a faint smile, activated teleportation, and his figure vanished instantly.
He had 2 main objectives on this trip: to absorb death energy and to find the 12th level star core. Now that both objectives have been achieved, it is time to leave.
More importantly, his realm is about to break through.
He needs to find a place to improve his strength before heading to the Domain Lord level examination arena.
At present, his limit has just passed the 3rd level of the Realm Lord, still some distance from the 4th level. Only when the realm rises to the Star Sea realm can one step into the 4th level of the Realm Lord. By then, his energy absorption speed will also increase 100-fold. The plan is to first advance beyond the 5th level of the Star Sea realm, then make further arrangements. With a thought, Ling Xiao teleported to a planet, closed his eyes to meditate, and waited for his realm to advance.
Ding! Vitality plus 1 trillion. Soul power plus 1 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 1 trillion. Soul power plus 1 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 1 trillion. Soul power plus 1 trillion.
The alert sounds echoed continuously, resonating in his mind.
Chi and blood and spirit values surged dramatically. 1 hour later.
Ding! Congratulations host. Chi and blood value and spirit value have reached 100 trillion.
Realm upgraded to Star Sea Realm, 1st level.
Daily repair attempts increased to 10, remaining repair attempts 2. Ding! Undying divine body essence enhanced, soul and body recovery speed increased by 100 times, energy absorption speed increased by 100 times. The prompt sound rang out, and Ling Xiao slowly opened his eyes.
Ding! Vitality plus 100 billion. Soul value plus 100 billion. Ding! Vitality plus 100 billion. Soul value plus 100 billion.
At this moment, he felt the rate of vitality consumption in his sea of consciousness suddenly increase by 100-fold, and the vitality and soul value he gained also multiplied by 100. Unfortunately, this energy comes from a higher dimension, and its nature is completely different from the previous chi, blood, and spirit, carrying a mysterious power akin to a law. Ling Xiao's frenzied absorption had finally reached a point where he could retire, but his new ability allowed him to speed up the absorption without worrying about raising the level of death energy. Logically, the speed of absorbing Domain Lord level energy should increase by several times at least. In the past, he could only recover 20 quintillion chi and blood per hour. Now, he can absorb 10 quadrillion chi, blood, and soul value per hour. At this rate, in 1 hour, his realm can directly soar from the 1st level of heaven to the 4th level of heaven. By then, he can directly charge into the Domain Lord level examination hall, absorb the energy of the Domain Lord level, and his cultivation speed will skyrocket. Also, the number of repair attempts has been refreshed this time. Including the previous one, there are a total of 2 repair opportunities.
But it seems like I don't really have anything that needs repairing right now.
Ling Xiao helplessly glanced at the attribute table.
Attribute sheet. Name, Ling Xiao. Repair attempts, 2 out of 10. Martial Dao Realm, Star Sea Realm, 1st level. Soul Realm, Star Sea Realm, 1st level. Chi and blood, 100 trillion. 1 point equals 30,000 kilograms of strength. Soul, 100 trillion.
Secondary profession master, 10 types, tier 12, mid-grade, 0/30 quadrillion, legendary. Skill, weapon master, 10 realms, 1000%, 0/10 billion. Rules, basic 0, intermediate 0, advanced 8 types, top level 3 types. Supreme, power of death, rule thread 100, power of destruction, rule thread 100. Talents, undying divine body, immortal level, combat power times 5000%, human emperor body, immortal level, blessing 100 trillion times, void dragon body, immortal level, physical body times 512 times, power of creation, 16th rank lower grade, 13 types, cultivation methods, soul immortality technique, eternal level, 10th rank shattered, 1000 times, demon god nirvana, 15th rank lower grade, frenzied absorption, 13th rank, upper grade, law of heaven and earth, 15th rank middle grade, 1000 times, creation divine canon, 18th rank lower grade, soul differentiation, 12th rank lower grade, 256, martial skills, death spear technique, 15th rank upper grade, 400 times, light of world annihilation, 15th rank middle grade, 300 times, teleportation, 15th rank lower grade, 200 times, heaven shaking true body, 15th rank lower grade, 200 200 times.
Items: Black Sky Battle Armor, 15th rank, lower grade; Black Sky Demon Spear, 15th rank, lower grade; Angel Wings, 11th rank, supreme grade. Physical Combat Power, Domain Lord Realm, 7th heaven. Ultimate Combat Power, World Lord Realm, 4th heaven. Most things have reached the immortal realm, almost the peak of the universe. Even the cultivation techniques and martial skills possessed by those immortal level experts are far inferior to his. But this also means that to break through the limit he must fuse 11 times. Yet he currently only has 10 repair attempts. By the way, I still need to comprehend more of the power of the laws. Starting from scratch to understand elemental power is almost impossible. Even with my current talent, it would take a long time. The best method is to repair the star core's flaws. After taking it, I can directly upgrade. With 3,000 types of elements, at this speed, it would take at least 300 days, and I must precisely repair the energy of all 3,000 elements. It's as difficult as climbing to the sky. Ling Xiao touched his chin and fell into deep thought. For the 18th level power of creation, he must comprehend 2,999 elements besides the power of time. Relying solely on fixing loopholes is extremely difficult. Comprehending something from nothing on his own is even more challenging. Previously, awakening elements easily was either by swallowing a repaired star core or by using top-tier techniques like the 8 divisions sacred scripture. From nothing to something, it not only requires a complete design of the energy's derivation path but also a profound understanding of these energies. Ling Xiao can create martial techniques like the 8 sacred scriptures himself, but unfortunately, this is far more difficult than directly comprehending a type of energy. Because to create a cultivation method, the prerequisite is that you must have already thoroughly mastered those energies. Then since you already understand them, why bother with cultivation methods? After all, the creators of the 8 sacred scriptures aim to forge even greater power. Ling Xiao held the powerful Genesis divine scripture in his hand, still confident when facing the Juntian treasure book. Going from nothing to something is difficult, but with the help of the elemental star core, it's 100 times easier. His eyes gleamed with brilliance. Even without repair, I can imitate it using these elemental structures. An elemental star core with attributes is 1,000 times simpler than starting from scratch with no clues, and combined with his terrifying talent, comprehending a type of elemental power is just a matter of time. Try it. Ling Xiao did not hesitate. He took out a 10th level star core from the inheritance token containing the ultimate speed secret. For fire elements, he easily deduced using the Tianyan Holy Scripture, one of the 8 holy scriptures. The elemental power of the 8 holy scriptures progresses step by step, so regressing back to the original flame power was effortless. For the 8 major elemental factions such as water, light, darkness, wind, and wood, Ling Xiao could derive them all through the 8 holy scriptures. He had already mastered many elements. By reverse engineering higher level energy, he could obtain 20 to 30 types of elements. This meant Ling Xiao had mastered 8 major high level energies, 3 top level energies, and 2 supreme energies, with the number of elemental types exceeding 200, even 300. He immediately mobilized more than 100 consciousnesses and began to study diligently from the 8 sacred scriptures. The number of consciousnesses is too few. Ling Xiao marveled inwardly, finally found the ultimate tool to break through the limit: soul differentiation. Currently, soul differentiation is only at the 12th level of the Realm Lord, which still cannot meet Ling Xiao's needs. But breaking through only requires 8 repairs. He has 10 repair opportunities per day, 2 remaining in hand, and 4 available now. However, the number of repairs is insufficient at the moment, so it must be postponed. He turned his gaze back, carefully sensing the speed element of the star core in his hand. Although this speed ability was weak, even his own teleportation far surpassed it. It was only a 3rd level ability, classified as a low level power. High level abilities, such as the 15th level 8 supreme elements, when mastered, could make one an immortal strong being with an incredibly prestigious status. But low level abilities, like the 3rd level speed ability, unless one has extremely high talent, are difficult to advance to the postnatal realm in a lifetime, with limited improvement. Even so, Ling Xiao was determined to gather all the elemental powers, not letting even the lower level elements slip away. The speed ability in this 10th level star core has evolved to a powerful law level, possessing more than 500 strands of speed law threads. The star core's owner in life must have been a universe level 10-fold heaven expert. Almost all the insights of the speed element are engraved on the star core. Closing his eyes, Ling Xiao delved deeply into investigating the structure of the speed element. The laws are incredibly profound, making it extremely difficult to extract insights from them. Helpless, he persisted with experiments. Without trying personally, he would have to rely on frequent repairs to obtain elements in the future. After repair, the level was very high, but 99% of the 3,000 elements were low-level elements below the 3rd tier. The repair ability could only be used to comprehend advanced elements. The vast number of low-level elements had to be understood on his own. 1 hour and 30 minutes passed. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Your chi and blood, soul value and energy value simultaneously soared to 1.6 quadrillion. Your realm has officially broken through, advancing to the 5th heaven of the Starsea realm. Even though Ling Xiao himself had a ascended to the fifth heaven of the star sea realm, he still only glimpsed a trace of the great Tao's pattern. Without low-level star cores, it's impossible to reverse engineer the elemental origins. Ling Xiao frowned, feeling helpless inside, but he was not panicked. He knew that as long as his soul weathering level improved after the genius battle ended, he would definitely be able to buy a large batch of low-level elemental star cores to aid his cultivation. At that time, the efficiency would be tens of thousands of times higher than now. At this moment, Ling Xiao, through the cultivation method deduction, had successfully deciphered more than 30 types of elements. At this rate, before the second genius battle began, he would master 100 types of elements. After all, the 8 major element categories are vast and boundless, and each rank of the fire element system contains at least several types of elements. The highest rank is the 14th rank, the great cosmic star flame. Water, light, dark, and other systems each have dozens of lower rank elements, with the highest also reaching the 14th rank. Unfortunately, Ling Xiao's current cultivation method can only be deduced up to the 11th rank. Higher ranks require first repairing the cultivation method's flaws. Since I can't comprehend more elements in the short term, I'll first improve my realm. My ultimate combat power has reached Domain Lord Stage 7, and with the formation, it's more than enough for self-defense. Ling Xiao's gaze was firm as he issued a command to the virtual universe system. I want to upgrade the examination arena level. Please note, after upgrading the examination arena, all inheritance tokens you obtain will be calculated at the Domain Lord level. Only Domain Lord level inheritance tokens have points: low grade 1 point, medium grade 10 points, high grade 100 points, supreme grade 1000 points. Domain Lord low grade 10,000 points, medium grade 100,000 points, high grade 1 million points, supreme grade 10 million points. Based on your current heirloom token, if you advance to the 10 million Domain Lord level examination hall, you will lose your qualification for promotion. Do you wish to continue? The virtual universe calmly warned, its words full of threat. Obviously, this move carries great risk. A slight mistake will lead to elimination. All of this was clearly observed by the Extinction God Emperor lurking in the shadows. What does the Grandmaster mean? His formation array is only at the upper 11th rank. Could he possibly break through to the 12th rank in such a short time? Even if it rises to the 12th rank of the lower grade, a perfect realm formation is still not enough to defeat a powerful being of the 7-star realm lord. The Annihilation God Emperor was completely convinced that the Ling Xiao before him was indeed the reincarnation of his legendary ancestral master. Such an astonishing surge in strength, combined with the comprehension of the power of death and the immortal divine body, how could it be a coincidence? However, even so, Ling Xiao at the 4th level of the Star Sea realm challenging the universe's strongest genius beyond his rank is still a fantasy. Master must not find out. If the Grandmaster doesn't qualify for the finals, I'll definitely get beaten. The Extinction Divine Emperor's face darkened. Thinking of Master's irritable temper, if he saw the Grandmaster causing trouble and didn't stop him, he would surely be in trouble. But the other party was the Grandmaster. Although he was the chief examiner, he couldn't interfere easily. He was momentarily caught in a dilemma. Wait! Suddenly, a ruthless gleam flashed in his eyes. As long as I wipe out all the geniuses ranked ahead of the Patriarch and send them to the God King level secret realm to be defeated one by one, no one will know what happened. The Extinction God Emperor's thoughts shifted, and a conspiracy was born. All the geniuses ahead of Ling Xiao on the leaderboard would be quietly eliminated by him. Such methods, though not honorable, no one dared to question. The power of the Extermination God Emperor swept through immortal level experts and could even withstand some supreme deities. Behind him stood the support of the Destruction Supreme Deity. What's the big deal about killing a few geniuses? Even if the other side has a supreme deity behind them, so what? The decision is made. This is how we'll do it. Be stealthy. The ancestral master must not notice. The Extinction Divine Emperor showed a smug smile on his face. At this moment, Ling Xiao also made a decision. Upgrade directly? No nonsense. Ling Xiao said coldly to the virtual universe, not wanting to hear those lengthy explanations at all. Command received. Upgrading the assessment venue immediately. The virtual universe's voice was concise and powerful. Buzz. In an instant, Ling Xiao transformed into a blazing stream of data and vanished without a trace. Deep within the boundless star sea, Ling Xiao's figure slowly appeared. A prompt came to the mind. Assessment venue upgrade complete. Points 1,540,000. Ranking 1,144,112. Ling Xiao sneered coldly. The fierce competition hidden behind these numbers was beyond imagination. To break into the top trillion, the score had to reach tens of billions, even hundreds of billions. It seems that only by massively killing geniuses can one quickly accumulate enough points, he resolved silently. He took out a 12th rank superior star core from his storage ring, his sharp gaze sweeping over the attribute table where all 10 professions had reached 12th rank medium quality. Then let's forge the prototype of the 9-turn devouring heaven formation. This formation can reach up to 16th rank at its strongest and is rumored to be able to annihilate god-level powerhouses. Now, laying down the basic version to easily slay the universe's top geniuses. Ling Xiao did not hesitate, swiftly arranging formations with both
hands.
Hand over the heirloom token, descendant of the Wild Clan, and I might spare your life.
Suddenly, a cold voice pierced the eardrums. Ling Xiao raised his eyebrows, his gaze instantly locking onto the source of the voice, a young man shrouded in black mist, expressionless.
He hadn't even noticed his lurking?
This startled Ling Xiao deeply. With his strength and keen spiritual perception, it was impossible for someone to be completely hidden unless they had reached the Divine King realm.
He immediately focused all his attention, probing the other's aura. In his sensing, a faint and extremely weak aura flickered in and out.
Even so, Ling Xiao exerted all his effort to capture it. The other's strength was at the Domain Lord realm, 10th heaven, and the intensity of the aura indicated he was the top-ranked strongest figure in a certain supreme divine kingdom.
Concealment power? Number 1 on the Divine Kingdom leaderboard?
So you are the shadow of the supreme hidden divine kingdom. Ling Xiao chuckled lightly. Before coming, he had scanned hundreds of supreme divine kingdom leaderboards, memorizing all the top-tier strongholds information. Even the super beings from the Star Beast Zone and the Mechanical Tribe Zone were fully under his control. These were as easy for him as flipping his palm. You actually recognized that I was using concealment power and even concluded that I am the shadow. It seems you are not ordinary. A trace of surprise flashed in Shadow's eyes, his tone serious. Many can recognize the power of concealment, but very few can identify his true identity. This means that Ling Xiao's strength is extremely formidable. Only he can see through Yu Ying's concealment technique.
You're flattering me.
My strength is decent, but I didn't expect to meet such a super genius like you right after arriving.
Just right, I was
thinking of using your source of supernatural power to study the power of concealment.
How about it? Will you generously lend me 303 for a while?
Ling Xiao's lips curled slightly as he spoke slowly. He clenched his right hand, and with a sudden buzz in the void, a long spear abruptly appeared, the Destruction Divine Spear. Although this spear was only level 11, Ling Xiao was currently in the Domain Lord level examination arena, so he could naturally wield an 11-level weapon of Domain Lord rank. At the same time, pure black armor slowly spread from his body, quickly enveloping him completely.
Clang! The spear clashed with the armor.
Ling Xiao waved his right hand, and a destructive aura suddenly burst forth, shaking the void.
This aura, a weapon and armor forged from the power of destruction, and they are level 15? Where on earth did the Grandmaster get these?
In the distant void, the extermination god Emperor, who had been panicked by the appearance of the shadow, was so shocked that he was speechless. 15th tier destruction type weapons and armor, even he had begged his master for years to obtain just one set. Yet the Ling Xiao before him, still only at the Star Sea realm, easily possessed this set of equipment as if it had appeared out of thin air, leaving the extermination god Emperor completely stunned. He knew very well that in the universe, apart from his own master, there was no one else who could forge such armor and weapons, unless that opponent was also a supreme deity of the destruction lineage. Unfortunately, before the master died, there could only be one supreme god of destruction in the universe, and this set of equipment was obviously not made by the master, because its level actually reached the terrifying perfect grade.
The extermination god Emperor was excited in his heart. Perfect grade level 15 armor and weapons? Who dares say this is not the reincarnation of the ancestral master? If I catch him, I will definitely execute him.
With Ling Xiao's speed of restoring strength, he will soon reach the immortal level, and now, with no death supreme god in the universe, as long as he becomes a god, the human race will surely return to the peak of the universe, and it will also be the end of the demon clan.
What kind of weapon and armor is this?
Just their presence makes me feel a threat of death. Shadow's face was grave, regretting not having ambushed and killed Ling Xiao earlier. As a master of concealment power, his strength lay in surprise attacks. Almost everyone was an expert assassin. Unfortunately, this time he was overconfident, trying to act tough and ended up losing both his advantage and his men. Helplessly, he drew a black light blade and said coldly, "Want my source of supernatural power? You'll have to get past me first." After speaking, the shadowy figure's body instantly erupted with endless black mist.
The black mist quickly spread, enveloping an area of several light years in dense fog.
Ling Xiao's vision went pitch black, and all means of perception were cut off. Even the surrounding stars were swallowed by the black mist, merging into one.
Interesting, is this the legendary absolutely invincible assassination domain?
The Shadow's assassination domain is said to be a super domain formed by the condensation of more than 9,000 strands of law threads. A cold light flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes as he recalled the information. Law threads, as is well known, can condense into a domain once they reach 1,000 strands, but only true experts know that the number of law threads can continue to condense even beyond 1,000. Legend has it that any law thread can reach up to 10,081 strands, a number from the cosmic era.
Epoch. An epoch is the lifespan limit of a God King level powerhouse.
Only those who break through to the God King realm can live beyond an epoch, enter the realm of immortality, and possess theoretically endless lifespan. Whenever the number of law threads reaches 10,081, the power far surpasses that of 1,000 threads, and the condensed domain becomes increasingly powerful. To date, there are no more than 10,000 beings in the universe who have condensed 10,081 strands of law threads, because after breaking through 1,000 strands, each additional strand becomes extremely difficult, requiring terrifyingly high talent. Almost all universe-level strong beings exhaust their lifespans to increase the number of strands. Many reach 3 to 4,000 strands but forget that their lifespan is running out, ultimately perishing before even breaking through to the Domain Lord level. However, countless universe-level tenfold sky-strong beings still desperately strive to comprehend more law threads, not only to become stronger in the future but also to pave the way for constructing small worlds. The Supreme Cold talent is unparalleled, but she is just a humble minor cultivator, unaware that beyond the 1,000 threads lies an even higher realm. She was millions of years old, reaching the limit of a Domain Lord, yet she could never break through to a Boundary Lord. The reason was that she only had 1,000 strands of the law thread, making it theoretically impossible to break through. By the time she realized this, it was already too late. Later, she was killed, and her domain was shattered. After surviving the Great Disaster, she had to reassemble her domain in order to continue enhancing the threads of the law. She had not reassembled her domain all these years, precisely because of this. If she had reassembled it, her strength would not be at the galaxy level, nor would she be restrained by this little waste. Ling Xiao. Back to the main point. At this moment, the domain formed by Yu Ying using more than 9,000 strands of heavenly law threads suddenly merged with Ling Xiao's domain. VZZZ. A very faint energy fluctuation came from behind. Ambush? Seeking death. Ling Xiao snorted coldly, instantly activating the power of creation. His entire body's cells went into overdrive, and his speed and strength immediately soared to the level of a realm lord. Death marksmanship. With a furious shout, the aura of death surged toward the spear like a flood. The destruction divine spear instantly transformed into a black and red intertwined spear. Clang! The spear turned into a black and red spinning spear, suddenly thrusting backward. Poof! The sound of breaking echoed. Buzz! The dark energy contracted wildly like a tide, all converging onto the shadow pierced through the chest by the gun. This sudden move shocked Yu Ying immensely. At this moment, the black blade in his hand was only a few centimeters away from Ling Xiao, yet he could no longer move. The spear pierced through his body in an instant, and the power of death and destruction erupted within him. He was completely dead. The expression of terror before death was frozen. Put! Ling Xiao slowly drew out the long spear, and the shadowy figure turned to ashes and scattered. Only a black glowing orb remained in the original spot. That was the opponent's Psychic Sea's supernatural energy orb, also known as the source of supernatural power. Ling Xiao said he wanted to borrow the source of supernatural power, meaning to kill the Shadow Phantom. This marksmanship is terrifying. It's definitely a 15th level ultimate martial skill. The Annihilation God Emperor stared at the screen excitedly. Even among my junior brothers, few can reach this level. Although the Master Ancestor hasn't fully awakened his memories, he is already close to the limit. He might even have fully awakened them. If the Master knew about this, he would definitely be extremely happy. Ling Xiao was incredibly fierce, intimidating everyone. At this moment, he smiled helplessly. Once upon a time, when he first met Yu Ying, he was worried that the Master Ancestor was in danger. But now, it seems Ling Xiao's strength has surpassed everyone's imagination. Recently, I keep feeling like someone is watching me. Could it be the virtual universe? Ling Xiao, who had just eliminated Yu Ying, frowned slightly and muttered to himself. Upon hearing this, the Extermination God Emperor hidden in the shadows was instantly stunned. Ling Xiao had actually sensed his presence. Such power was simply terrifying. Ling Xiao had fused the power of creation and destruction, making his perception of destruction extremely sharp to the point that even he could easily detect it. The reason he hadn't noticed Yu Ying before was his unfamiliarity with concealment-type abilities. The power of the void was strong in hiding, but it was hidden within the void itself. Concealment power was even more elusive. Ling Xiao studied the opponent's concealment power precisely to unravel this layer of fog. Although Yu Ying was at the Domain Lord Realm's 10th heaven cultivation level, specializing in pure concealment abilities, techniques, and martial arts, even Ling Xiao, several levels below him, would never be easily deceived. It was just that upon arriving here, he was fully focused on setting up formations and didn't pay attention to the surrounding aura, so it was not surprising he didn't detect Yu Ying. With just a little attention, Ling Xiao could instantly lock onto the faint aura of Yu Ying. Yu Ying's concealment power has already reached the 13th level. No wonder it's so strong. Perfect. I still have a few repair chances left. I'll try this one first. Ling Xiao's lips curled slightly as he stared at the source of supernatural power in his hand, which was at the high level of 13. Concealment power, like telekinesis, is an independent supernatural ability branch. The lowest level is 1, and the highest is 14. Yu Ying being able to top the Supreme Divine Kingdom leaderboard is definitely not just because of this supernatural ability, but more due to talent and other abilities combined. Ling Xiao then checked the number of vulnerabilities in the source of supernatural power. Ding! Detected number of vulnerabilities, 70 trillion. The system prompt sounded. 70 trillion vulnerabilities were once enough for Ling Xiao to directly ascend to the 14th tier. But now, this amount was no longer sufficient for him. The concealment power of the 14th tier, with my strength, is difficult to shield from the scrutiny of high-level experts. But at least it can hide my accomplice's martial skills and abilities, preventing those 3 or 4 levels above me from discovering them, barely enough.
Ling Xiao analyzed calmly, then ordered, "System, repair the vulnerabilities."
Ding, starting to repair the source of supernatural power vulnerabilities. The system responded. A light visible only to Ling Xiao instantly covered the source of the supernatural power. Even though this was just a simulation within the virtual universe, after being processed by the system, it could also manifest as a real existence.
The level rose to the 14th tier, and the virtual universe could not detect any anomalies.
Even the virtual universe that created this virtual world was unaware, let alone the extermination god emperor.
Ding, repair complete.
The source of the concealment power supernatural ability has been upgraded to the 14th tier, immortal level.
Source of supernatural power, concealment power can merge into the sea of consciousness, instantly comprehending the 14th tier concealment. Supernatural ability.
At this level, the concealment power has reached its limit, capable of blocking all detection from heaven, earth, and all things.
The system prompt entered Ling Xiao's mind. Can the limit isolate heaven and earth? How strong is this limit exactly? Could it really be the power of the supreme deity?
A sharp light flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes. He knew clearly that this ability far surpassed the previous 13th level, astonishingly powerful. The shadow of the 13th level supernatural power could be isolated from him, and his probing ability was comparable to that of a god-king level powerhouse.
Moreover, he was currently wielding the 14th level power of concealment.
Without hesitation, Ling Xiao slapped down on the phantom and pressed it sharply against his forehead. Buzz! The source of the supernatural power instantly merged into his sea of consciousness. In the depths of the void, the extermination god emperor was dumbfounded, his expression changing drastically.
What is going on here?
He knew clearly that this source of supernatural power was different from a star core. Although a star core could restore strength, it was by no means something to be
easily refined.
Refining it too quickly would cause foreign energy to flood into the body, leading to a loss of control over both mental power and the physical body. At best, the sea of consciousness would shatter. At worst, the soul would be completely destroyed. Moreover, this source of supernatural power was extremely unstable itself. Injecting it into the sea of consciousness would inevitably cause an explosion, and the explosive force would far exceed that of a star core's rebellion. At best, the soul is damaged. At worst, the spirit is destroyed.
For genius cultivators, soul damage is a fatal injury that requires a long time to recover.
A slight carelessness can lead to hidden wounds that are hard to heal, causing them to be far surpassed by their peers.
If luck is extremely bad and an outburst goes out of control, the spirit is directly annihilated.
Although the virtual universe can revive Ling Xiao without leaving scars, it means he has been eliminated. If he were defeated by someone else, he could still make an excuse. After all, the strength gap was huge. But if he were eliminated because of this kind of power surge, he would probably be severely reprimanded by his master. At this moment, the Extinction God Emperor was tense, unable to be sure whether Ling Xiao had awakened the power of the immortal body. After all, Ling Xiao had only awakened in this lifetime for a mere month. How could he have fully unleashed the Death God body? Even the reincarnation of the Supreme God of Death would find it difficult to reach such a realm.
It was too late to stop it.
The moment the source of the within Ling Xiao's body was injected, a riot was about to erupt. Virtual Universe, immediately detect all energy fluctuations in Ling Xiao's body for any abnormalities. The Extermination God Emperor gave a tense order, his gaze fixed tightly on Ling Xiao, not daring to rashly use his power to spy. Master Ancestor, oh Master Ancestor, although I can be resurrected, this is just too reckless.
Can we wait until the genius battle is over to analyze the concealment power?
The Extinction God Emperor smiled wryly in helplessness. Those who realize the power of death always seem to have a death wish.
Detection complete.
Ling Xiao's vital signs are stable, soul fluctuations are calm, with no signs of turmoil.
Ling Xiao has developed the immortal god body to its limit and will never perish in the virtual universe.
The virtual universe system responded calmly. The Extinction Divine Emperor was stunned upon hearing this, then burst into excited laughter. Good. To have perfected the immortal divine body to its extreme in less than a month, truly worthy of being the reincarnation of the Patriarch. He finally breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Ling Xiao lived, there would be no worries. This kind of immortal power could be called defying the heavens. As long as someone remembers you, even if your soul shatters into nothingness, it can be reborn.
This power is astonishing.
The power of death is indeed one of the most terrifying energies, aside from space and time. Its destructive force is not as brute as the power of annihilation, which tears through heaven and earth like a wild beast, but its strange usage makes it impossible to guard against. Legend has it that if one can cultivate the power of death to the utmost, reaching the level of a supreme god, they can actually reverse life
and death and resurrect others.
There are even rumors that immortal level beings can be called back, though the truth is hard to discern. Master once mentioned that he had died once but was resurrected by the Grandmaster using the power of death. Only the Destroyer Supreme God knows the truth of this matter, as all traces of the Death Supreme God have long since vanished without a trace.
Master alone holds the secret.
When Master spoke of the Grandmaster's power, the disciples were all shocked and found it hard to believe. It should be known that if a supreme god of death truly exists, then in a civilization, all beings except the supreme god theoretically could obtain immortal power.
This is simply against common sense.
Although the supreme god of destruction is revered, no one dares to believe that the supreme god of death is so powerful, and some even doubt its existence. Of course, no one dares to say this out loud, fearing retribution from the supreme god of destruction. If it weren't for Ling Zhao's appearance, even the extinction god emperor would find it difficult to discern the truth. At this moment, a pure black light sphere rapidly condensed above Ling Zhao's sea of consciousness.
Relying on Ling Zhao's astonishing comprehension, the black light sphere instantly contracted, transforming into a rule thread as thin as a hair.
The thread, like a black flowing light, quickly merged into the nearby huge colorful elemental light sphere.
Ding!
Congratulations, host, your supernatural ability has awakened. Power of concealment, immortal level.
This element has successfully merged with the Genesis power. Current number of merged elements, 142.
The level of the legendary power has risen to the 16th grade supreme.
The prompt sound struck directly into Ling Zhao's mind.
As the understanding of the 8 sacred scriptures deepened, more and more elements were merged, and the Genesis power had reached the 16th grade supreme level. The explosive power at this level far surpasses that of the previous lower grade elements. Rising to the 17th level greatly increases the difficulty, requiring at least the fusion of one supreme element and dozens of top-level advanced elements. Ling Zhao frowned slightly.
Top-level elements are mostly between the 12th and 14th levels and are extremely rare.
Levels 8 to 11 are advanced elements, mid-level elements range from 5 to 8, and low-level elements are below level 5.
Among them, the 8th level ability of mid-level elements already belongs to the human SS rank, yet SS rank abilities are still considered mid-level, showing how precious top-level elements are.
However, there are already more than 140 types, and 3,000 targets are not far off.
After my realm advances, I
will repair the human emperor's body, and my comprehension and cultivation speed will skyrocket.
By then, even top-tier elements can be quickly mastered.
I can also enhance the level of soul differentiation. The 14th level is not enough, the 15th level will do.
At that time, multiple consciousnesses will comprehend simultaneously, and the convergence of 3,000 elements will be within reach.
Ling Zhao's mouth curled slightly. Such a vast number of elements was nothing more than a piece of cake to him.
Buzz! Suddenly, a strong aura of death surged from the void. It was the residual death energy left after Ling Zhao killed the Shadow Phantom.
On the surface, it seemed slow, but from the moment Ling Zhao obtained the source of supernatural power, repaired the loophole to the fusion, this period of time
was only a few seconds.
Ling Zhao felt a pure and piercing death energy rapidly merging into his body.
Buzz!
The death energy surged through his meridians like a flood, and the ultimate power instantly activated his potential.
Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul value plus 200 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul power plus 200 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul power plus 200 trillion. The notification sounds rang out one after another, each shaking Ling Zhao's consciousness.
However, he frowned slightly as the absorption speed only increased by 2 times.
Sigh, the bonus brought by upgrading one level of energy is so limited?
Ling Zhao thought to himself, could it be that to significantly increase speed, one must absorb a higher level of energy? He knew that the power of death was already nearly top tier. Beyond that were only the powers of space and time. The power of space, according to legend, requires the perfect fusion of 10 types of 14th level abilities, and mastering even one is a difficult cultivation. 10? That's simply a fantasy. Fortunately, he had a system. If he couldn't buy these star cores from the virtual universe, he could still visit destruction level deities, where these rare elements were always available. As long as the vulnerability can be fixed, even if the star core level is insufficient, he can directly awaken the elements within it. By this reasoning, the comprehension of spatial power is actually easier to grasp than ordinary supreme power.
The difficulty lies in the
price of the star core. A 14th tier star core is extremely expensive, and even immortality level experts find it hard to obtain easily.
Ling Zhao's expression was grave.
To acquire these elements, there were only 2 ways: rely on a powerful backing, or take a gamble on the rewards of this genius battle. Double the increase, then double it is, he muttered to himself. Domain Lord level energy increases by 2 times, and at least 4 times for Realm Lord level. At the current rate, absorbing Domain Lord level energy will break through to the cosmic realm within a few hours. First, set up the formation and find a place to gather more Domain Lord level energy. After the genius battle ends, if the reward is high enough, buying a lowest tier star core of the 8 spatial elements is not a dream. Virtual star cores are billions of times cheaper. Even a tenth of the price of a 14th tier star core is affordable. The first place reward is definitely substantial, potentially reaching a value of 100 trillion times. Buying 10 14th tier star cores should be no problem. A cold light flashed in his eyes, and Ling Zhao's heart was resolute.
Rely on a backing? Better to rely on oneself.
This time, he must claim the reward that spans 2 major realms. Although he thought he could leap 3 major realms when entering, after his strength rapidly improved, he directly challenged the Starsea realm, reducing the leap to 2 major realms.
Currently, he can obtain 2 quadrillion chi and soul values per hour.
At this rate, breaking through to the cosmic level will take about 50 hours. If he can immediately reach the cosmic level to claim the reward for crossing 4.8 major realms, he must enter the Realm Lord level examination hall. Even if he uses the Realm Lord level Death Breath to double the cultivation speed, it will still take at least 1 day. But if he can leap 3 major realms, the reward will double to 100 quintillion, making even a 13th rank item worth 15th rank. That is enough to exchange for 10 14th tier star cores.
Realm Lord level?
A bit difficult, but it's unrealistic to break through the level in a short time. The formation realm needs to reach the 13th tier. Without 13th tier energy, you can't even pass the first stage of the Realm Lord level examination, let alone win the championship.
Ling Xiao sneered coldly, knowing his strength was limited.
Although his realm had risen, his combat power was still only at the Realm Lord level, far from the Divine King realm, which was out of reach. Forget it, just stay put quietly. A flash of determination crossed his eyes. The reward for the number 1 genius warrior absolutely cannot be lower than the 14th tier.
This is a cosmic grand event that occurs once in a trillion years.
Even the number 1 on the ordinary Supreme God Nation leaderboard is at least 13th tier for the top of the entire universe. Giving rewards of the 14th or even 15th tier is not excessive. After all, there are only 14 levels for competing warriors, and 15th tier items are easily assembled.
Even if it's only 14th tier, he can
exchange countless star cores for 10 14th tier star cores with ease, and even redeem the remaining 4 types of Supreme Elemental star cores. Right, the Supreme Elements must also be fought for. Ling Xiao's gaze was sharp. First get through the first round, then worry about what comes next. If the second and third rounds take too long, I need to prepare a few 13th tier star cores.
If it drags on, I have to break into the cosmic level. Otherwise, I can only go to the Realm Lord level examination hall.
His eyes flashed, and without hesitation, he began inscribing countless runes within the star core. This time, he was going to set up a legendary formation of the 12th grade superior level, surpassing his rank. Setting up a formation beyond one's level takes an astonishingly long time, at least 3 to 4 hours, but Ling Xiao was not in a hurry. This was just the right time to break through his realm.
The assessment still had more than 10 hours left, more than enough.
This formation was far from ordinary. It was the prototype of the immensely powerful 9-turn devouring heaven formation, which required the power
of destruction as its foundation.
Its complete form also needed to integrate 6 elements besides space and time, making its power terrifying.
This technique, is the ancestral master really going to set up a perfect 12th grade superior formation?
Injecting the power of destruction, he must be crazy. The Extinction God Emperor in the void was shocked beyond words. He had witnessed the power of the Ling Xiao formation before, but now he realized Ling Xiao's strength had leapt forward. The Grandmaster's awakened memories were increasing. Within a few years or even months, he might fully recover.
If another billion years passed, it was very likely he would reach the pinnacle. By then, the master might be able to be reborn. The 12-tier formation is set. If we can encounter a peak-level realm of a realm lord and battle against billions of candidates again, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Ling Xiao sighed. In the endless void, the Extinction God Emperor's eyes gleamed. The Grandmaster's wish is simple. This disciple, will help you fulfill it. The Extinction God Emperor smiled, summoned the virtual universe operation interface, and prepared to make changes. As the chief examiner, his authority was limited. He couldn't show favoritism or cheat, so previously he had only skirted the rules.
Now it was different.
He planned to draw a peak-level domain lord's secret realm from the virtual universe's secret realm inventory and place it not far from Ling Xiao. This wasn't considered cheating. If it were someone else, this move might be harmful, but Ling Xiao was different. He possessed 12th level array formation strength. Once the formation is completed, the situation will be completely changed. Mass slaughter, no suspense at all. To attract more people to join Ling Xiao, he even personally adjusted the rules of the secret realm. Perfect. The formation set by the ancestral master activates afterward. Absolutely thrilling. The Extermination God Emperor nodded with satisfaction, cold light flashing in his eyes. The real world. At the border of the intelligent races, the sky is tightly sealed by a blood-red barrier, as if even the edge of the universe has been swallowed. On the boundless continent at the boundary of the Tianyun tribe, countless lives lie dormant, immersed in the illusions of a virtual universe, awaiting elimination. Those who have awakened have long since thrown themselves into the battlefield.
This is the entrance to the demon realm.
Guarded by an ancient great formation, countless cosmic warriors pass through the formation's eye and step into that slaughter-filled demon domain. The demons are no ordinary beings. They are powerful and ferocious, but their bodies are treasures. Their pure flesh can be consumed directly, and their wings are excellent flying weapons, with speeds far surpassing those of similar great flying devices. The most precious is the demon star core within their bodies, containing the power of pure vital energy, far superior to ordinary flesh essence and extremely easy to absorb. The corpse of the heavenly demon is priceless. The virtual universe recovery bonus increases, and money flows in endlessly. The hunters who kill the heavenly demons are all incredibly terrifying.
The Zhejiang West teleportation array can instantly send anyone to any corner of the heavenly demon domain.
This array was created in ancient times and is rumored to be of the 17th level. Except for the supreme god of destruction, no one knows the true nature of the formation.
Therefore, a vast demon hunting industry chain was formed in the universe. As long as the hunted bodies are brought back, the transaction is completed within seconds, and the gold and silver are immediately credited. This continent is the gathering point for celestial demon hunters.
The continent spans tens of billions of light years in diameter, guarded by immortal-level strongholds. Around the outskirts of the demon domain, such continents are scattered. They not only teleport hunters into the domain but also prevent demons from escaping. Once demons attempt to break through, they are instantly slaughtered.
Why would demons escape? Although the formation is strong, it is difficult to evenly cover the entire size of the ancient universe.
The strength is uneven, with weak points emerging.
Even the weakest spots cannot be shaken except by the supreme deities.
And the supreme deities themselves cannot leave the formation because the protective array can sense their movements and instantly strengthen its defenses, making it impregnable. These weak points are tightly sealed and guarded by the continent. Every time the demons escape, the supreme deities never show themselves, only immortal-level beings appear.
The reason they can break free is that the supreme deities pass on the full force of their sealing strike to them.
Upon reaching the exit, they break the seal and shatter the skylocking formation that envelopes the demon domain with a single strike.
Only these immortal strong ones have this qualification, but none of the escapees survive. Every time there is an escape, there is only one reason behind it.
A super genius has appeared among the human race. These immortal strongmen are the executioners who slaughter these geniuses. History shows, all geniuses who comprehend the supreme elements are doomed to be hunted down. Life and death depend entirely on luck and backing. If fortunate, under the protection of the supreme deity, one can escape disaster.
If unfortunately tracked down, death is certain.
Even so, there are geniuses who defy fate, relying on terrifying cultivation and combat talents to withstand the pursuit.
Their story has only just begun.
Of those being hunted, only 3 out of 10 survive. The only exception is the disciples of the Destruction Supreme Deity. Because the Destruction Supreme Deity personally teaches and closely guards the disciples.
When they go out for experience, senior brothers secretly protect them.
Almost no one can kill the disciples of the Destruction Supreme Deity. The only successful attempt came at a terrible cost. The Extermination Divine Emperor led his senior brothers to invade the demon realm, killing hundreds of immortal strong beings. No one dared to attack the Demon Supreme Deity because the Destruction Supreme Deity secretly guarded the disciples. One Demon Supreme Deity, unaware and underestimating the situation, made a move and ended up not even surviving.
Other supreme deities of the demonic heaven, seeing this, were terrified and retreated. The demonic heaven clan also had a destroyer supreme deity, but that was in the past.
Tens of thousands of years ago, when the demonic heaven clan first arrived, the destroyer supreme deity led the crowd to attack and kill the death supreme deity alone, but was almost entirely counter-killed by the death supreme deity. Afterwards, the death supreme deity joined forces with the destroyer supreme deity to set up the skylocking great formation. In fact, the main power of the formation was controlled by the death supreme deity. The great formation sealed the demonic heaven clan within the ancient universe, gradually shrinking the scope of the seal, intending to seal the demonic heaven clan along with the ancient universe. The formation's power was terrifying. Even the supreme deities who touched it could hardly escape serious injury. The entire demon clan mobilized, with over 2,000 supreme deities fiercely attacking the great formation, finally tearing open a gap and jointly surrounding and killing the death supreme deities. The death supreme deities were on the brink of extinction, yet they counterattacked and killed over 1,000 supreme deities. The survivors were covered in wounds and scars, retreating back to the demon domain, taking several years to recover. After recovery, the external tribes had already formed a formidable force, and the Tianma clan no longer had the strength to match them. Because the death supreme deity was completely eradicated, no one in the Tianma clan knew the original cause of their defeat. They only knew that the person's identity was mysterious, closely related to the destruction supreme deity, and was the death supreme deity. This is why whenever someone comprehends the power of death, the Tianma clan inevitably dispatches a large army to exterminate them. Now, after a long period of recovery, the Tianma clan possesses more than 2,000 supreme deities, but as long as the destruction supreme deity remains, the Tianma clan would never dare to provoke the outer universe from the ancient universe.
He can actually control a 12th level spaceship? This is outright cheating. On Hunter Continent, a peak cosmic level expert cursed angrily and suddenly stepped out of the training pod. Someone who had just woken up nearby heard this and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Old Wang, even if you're eliminated, don't be so upset. Don't think you can still make it to the second round.
Yeah, focus on hunting the sky demon properly, don't daydream. Maybe that person received a legacy, which is why they can control the spaceship in the virtual universe secret realm.
The price of the demons has risen again recently.
I heard they are planning a major offensive against the outer universe.
This is troublesome. Although the outer universe has more than 2,000 supreme deities, the number of strong ones is far less than that that of the demons. Those demon lunatics self-destruct at the slightest provocation, it's really annoying. The demon hunters looked grim.
While the price increase was good, if the demon race were to start a war while they were still alive, the consequences would be unimaginable.
This is no joke. Once it breaks out, countless beings will be reduced to ashes in this cosmic scale war. Those with moderate strength but unremarkable backgrounds are very likely to perish in the flames of war.
While the locking heaven formation can still seal them, let's kill more of the heavenly demons first. Old Wang's eyes gleamed coldly, his voice heavy but resolute. The more we kill, the more room we leave for our future selves and descendants. Alright, let's go, everyone responded in unison. I'm about to break through to the domain Lord realm.
If I can kill dozens of universe-level heavenly demons, the resources will be enough for me to build my domain, a warrior said eagerly.
Me too, let's go, kill the heavenly demon, another person responded boldly. As soon as the words fell, the surrounding heavenly demon hunters all burst into laughter and flew towards the teleportation array.
Along the way, they enthusiastically discussed the rumored prodigy in the heavenly battle.
Ling Zhao's name was mentioned repeatedly at the top of the rankings, far surpassing the second place, terrifyingly impossible to ignore.
Wait, what's going on over at the locking heaven array?
Suddenly, a cosmic-level powerhouse exclaimed, pointing at the sky-darkening light screen in the distance, an immortal-level heavenly demon has appeared. Everyone's eyes converged, and tens of thousands of light-years away, a massive heavenly demon was charging its right fist, its blood-red wings like a sky curtain covering the continent.
The earth-shattering aura surged wildly through the formation. Not good, the immortal-level demon is about to break the seal.
Old Wang's face changed drastically. Everyone turned in terror and fled, too close, nowhere to hide.
Roar!
A roar that shook the star region sounded. The immortal-level demon swung its fist at the light screen.
Boom!
The heavens and earth trembled. The light screen was blasted and torn. Tens of thousands of light-years away, the weak were blown to blood mist. Only those above the cosmic level barely survived.
It was only a sound.
That day, the demon's right arm turned to nothingness due to the backlash of power, sacrificing half of his body and soul to withstand this force. Ignoring his injuries, he forcibly broke through the seal. From afar, the realm lords, god kings, and immortal-level beings were shocked to see that the severed arm rapidly healed, fully recovering within a few days. The demon clan often exchanged their physical strength through sacrifice to gain power. Their flesh and soul could slowly repair, but this speed was unprecedented. The stronger the being, the slower the recovery. Unless they had already stored a massive amount of chi and blood energy. This means that this immortal-level powerhouse sacrificed 3 or 4 peers of the same level, merging their flesh and blood into himself. Hiss! What kind of genius is he hunting that he would give up 4 or 5 immortal-level powerhouses as the price?
Everyone was shocked.
As everyone knows, even the top genius of the Supreme Divine Kingdom, and even the strongest at the Divine King realm, have a very low probability of reaching the immortal level.
Not to mention other lower-level powerhouses. Such a lineup is simply not worthy of attracting immortal-level hunts.
It's like using tens of tons of explosives to blow up the entire family just to prevent an ant in the yard from growing into a big ant.
The high-ranking members of the Tianma clan would never be such fools. Even though the first trillion-year genius has been selected several times in the past, the Tianma clan has never acted rashly to kill.
This means that now there is a super genius in the universe that even the Tianma clan must take seriously. No matter who it is, the death of such a genius would be a tremendous loss to the entire outer universe. Moreover, with the imminent arrival of the powerful Tianma clan, such an ultimate genius is a treasure for all races. Suddenly, a cold snort erupted from the depths of the Hunter continent and an extremely terrifying aura instantly spread. A red cloud that blotted out the sky tore through the void, rapidly rushing toward the immortal strongman of the Tianma clan. The speed was astonishing, covering tens of thousands of light years in an instant. The red clouds gathered into a young divine emperor clad in red, holding a long sword. The guardian of the Hunter continent, the Red Cloud Divine Emperor, he is a super strong warrior of the Tianyun clan.
Can he kill that heavenly demon?
Unknown, but the Red Cloud Divine Emperor became an immortal strongman 300 trillion years ago, considered one of the top in the younger generation. No need to defeat him, just hold him off. The reinforcements from his intelligent race are almost here.
Everyone held their breath and stared. 300 trillion years, 30 epochs. It sounds astonishing, but for immortal beings, this is not considered long.
Many immortal strong beings live for hundreds, even thousands of epochs. The extinct Divine Emperor lived for 7,000 epochs, making him the top existence among divine emperors.
This glory cannot be achieved by destruction power alone.
His age far surpasses that of many supreme deities. Unfortunately, there is only one destroyer supreme god, otherwise, his talent, strength, and experience would far surpass many gods of the past. Even so, a weak supreme god would find it hard to defeat him. The power of the 15th level destruction is clearly superior compared to a first level elemental supreme god.
Demon clan, you have violated the laws of the universe.
The formation is not yet restored. Retreat immediately, and I may spare your life today. Facing the sky-darkening and sun-blocking powerful demon, the Red Cloud Divine Emperor showed no fear, his tone cold.
He sensed that the opponent was only at the immortal level level 3, equivalent to Divine Emperor level 4, a realm below his own. With such a gap, the Red Cloud Divine Emperor could easily kill him in an instant without any pressure. The strength difference at the Divine King level is not twofold, but fivefold. The Immortal level is the same. A small gap in realm means instant crushing defeat. At this level of strength, every cultivation method and martial skill is at the 15th rank, and the weapons are also top tier. The only thing that might create a gap is the level of the laws, but even the level of the laws is hard to make up for a large gap in realm. Ha ha ha. Before the Red Cloud Divine Emperor finished speaking, the heavenly demon burst out laughing. The mere child of the fourth heaven of the Divine Emperor dares to arrogantly claim to kill me? You are a disciple of the Supreme God of Heavenly Fire, aren't you? Arrogant. 700 trillion years ago, your master wouldn't dare speak to me like this. The demon's wild laughter shook heaven and earth, causing the Red Cloud Divine Emperor's face to change drastically. 700 trillion years ago, the master was already an immortal level 7th heaven powerhouse, and he had personally told me that back then he was defeated. A terrifying heavenly demon suddenly appeared. If it weren't for the timely arrival of the Tianyun clan's strong warriors, even the master would have hardly escaped death. You are the slaughtered demon emperor. The Red Cloud Divine Emperor was so shocked that he almost lost his voice. The slaughtered demon emperor sneered coldly, murderous intent surging like a tide in his eyes. Since you recognize me, then die. In an instant, heaven and earth trembled, and boundless and terrifying aura burst forth from his body like a raging flood. His strength rapidly soared, instantly breaking through the demon emperor's limit, and the oppressive force made it difficult for the Red Cloud Divine Emperor to even move. Despair engulfed his heart. Without enough strength, how could he challenge his position? Kill! The slaughtered demon emperor roared, blood wings spreading fiercely behind him. The world-destroying aura of slaughter swept across the starry sky like a flood, crushing the Hunter continent and the Red Cloud God Emperor. Damn it! The Red Cloud God Emperor howled wildly, fighting back with all his might, but was instantly enveloped by the law of slaughter, his flesh turning to ash, his soul dissolving into nothingness. The aura of slaughter flooded the Hunter continent like a torrent. In just a few seconds, all living beings turned to dry bones, deathly still. Humph! The slaughtered demon emperor snorted coldly, transforming into a fleeting shadow, rapidly flying deep into the starry sky, his figure shrinking to only about 100 meters to avoid drawing attention. Demon Emperor, rewind, he shouted lowly, as the raging blood energy instantly converged, surging toward the previously sacrificed wound. The right half of his body quickly restored, except for one missing palm. This move could channel the unspent sacrificial power back into the body, restoring it to its original state within just a few hours. More importantly, he destroyed the formation relying entirely on his own strength, without the aid of any supreme deity. He is a top-tier immortal level demon emperor of the slaughtered demon clan, ranked firmly in the top 3 in power, possessing terrifying strength on the level of a supreme deity. Unfortunately, like the Annihilation God Emperor, because the supreme slaughtered demon god of the Slaughter series in the demon clan still exists, he can only remain at the demon emperor realm and cannot break through. This time, he came to the human world with the goal of finding a genius capable of harnessing the power of the demon god. According to the instructions of the killing demon lord, that boy who can wield the power of the demon god is hiding in the destruction supreme divine kingdom. If he can be captured and transformed into a member of the heavenly demon clan, there is a high possibility that another powerful demon god will emerge in the future. Ambition flickered in the eyes of the killing demon emperor. Earlier, that demon emperor could not return because the borrowed demon god power could only be used once. Carrying the power twice was even more absurd, and once the power erupted, it was difficult to control. Only a few, like the killing demon emperor, had this possibility. They did not need to borrow power. They could break the formation on their own. Not long ago, the heavenly demon clan's demon god sensed that there was a supernatural being in the destruction supreme divine kingdom who could mobilize the power of the demon god, so they sent the killing demon emperor to investigate. Although it is unclear why there are people in the outer universe who can wield the power of the demon god, such super geniuses are extremely rare. Once found, they will become the greatest treasure of the demon clan, and may even give birth to an invincible demon god again. The premise is that this genius has a very strong mastery of elemental power, and that super strong individual is none other than Ling Xiao. After Ling Xiao awakened the demon god Nirvana, he was able to directly control the power of the heavenly demon. This power was only the tip of the iceberg of Nirvana. The truly powerful force was the demon god Nirvana itself. It should be known that the demon god Nirvana is the supreme secret power left behind by the former strongest of the heavenly demon race, the death demon, the god's strongest ultimate move. Since that mysterious powerful figure mysteriously fell, this move has been completely lost. If it were not so, Ling Xiao would never have been defeated so disastrously when facing the death supreme deity back then. Ling Xiao today has not yet reached his limit. This cultivation method can still be broken through to the 16th level. The 16th level is the peak of the death demon god, but it is by no means Ling Xiao's end. He still has the potential to continue breaking through his limits. Unfortunately, he does not know this yet, otherwise he would surely be stunned into silence. A mere minor cultivation cultivator at the Starsea realm, not even reaching the cosmic level, was actually targeted by that nearly invincible demon god level powerhouse of the heavenly demon clan? Ridiculous to the extreme. At this moment, Ling Xiao had not yet realized the severity of the situation and was still frantically constructing the formation. Time flew by, and his formation was about to be completed. Ding! Congratulations to the host, your chi and soul values have surpassed 6.4 trillion, and your realm has advanced to the 6th heaven of the Starsea realm. The alert sounded, only 5 hours left until deployment. Finally done. Ling Xiao suddenly opened his eyes, a cold smile curling at the corner of his mouth as he stared at the star core engraved with runes in his hand. Next, I need to find a secret realm with a powerful legacy, at least of mid-level realm lord rank or above. His gaze was sharp as he slowly rose from the void, looking around at the vast starry sky. Countless surrounding planets are far larger than the universe-level examination planets he had seen before. The smallest planets have diameters tens of thousands of times that of the Sun, with volumes exceeding billions of times. The largest planets have diameters reaching several light-years, truly existing at a planetary scale. These planets have evenly distributed gravity. A planet with a diameter of 1 light-year has gravity billions of times that of Earth, far surpassing ordinary continents. But for Ling Xiao, these would only increase the difficulty of finding the secret realm and posed no real obstacle. He quickly checked his own attributes. Name, Ling Xiao. Repair attempts, 1/10307. Martial Dao Realm, 6th Heaven of the Starsea Realm. Soul Realm, Starsea Realm, 6th Layer. Vitality, 6.4 quadrillion. 1 point equals 30,000 tons of force. Soul, 6.4 quadrillion. Secondary Profession Master, 10 types, 12th rank, superior grade, 0/50 trillion, legendary level. Skills, Weapon Master, 10 realms, 4000%, 7 billion/10 billion. Rule Mastery, 180 low level, 40 mid level, 15 high level, 3 top level. Supreme Rules, Power of Death, 800 threads, Power of Destruction, 800 threads. Talents, Undying Divine Body, Immortal level, Combat Power times 5000%, Human Emperor Body, Immortal, Blessing times 10 trillion, Void Dragon Body, Immortal level, Physical Body times 512, Power of Creation, 16th rank Supreme, 240 types. Cultivation Techniques, Undying Soul Technique, Immortal level, 10th rank Shattered, 1000x Power, Demon God Nirvana, 15th rank lower grade, Frenzied Absorption, 13th rank. Upper grade, Law of Heaven and Earth, 15th rank middle grade, 1000x, Genesis Divine Scripture, 18th rank lower grade, Soul Differentiation, 12th rank lower grade, 256 types. Martial Skills, Death Spear Technique, 15th rank upper grade, 400x, Light of World Annihilation, 15th rank middle grade, 300x, Teleportation, 15th rank lower grade, 200x, Heaven Shaking True Body, 15th rank lower grade, 200x. Equipment, Black Heaven Battle Armor, 15th rank lower grade, Black Heaven Demon Spear, 15th rank lower grade, Angel Wings, 11th rank supreme grade. Physical Combat Power, Realm Lord Stage, 1st Heaven. Ultimate Combat Power, 9th Heaven of the Realm Lord Stage. Looking at the attributes, a cold glint flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes. I have already mastered the power of 240 elements. Although the inherited power is a 16th rank supreme grade, it far surpasses the past. However, the 17th rank is still a long way off. The number of element types that the 8 divisions sacred text can derive is gradually decreasing. At most, it can still derive 3 or 4 types, after which I can only focus on breaking through the top-level elements. Forget it, top-level it is. Although it takes a long time, it evolves into a kind of element whose power is at least equal to the combined strength of dozens of low-level elements. It seems I need to collect some low-level star cores, or find a special type like the 8 sacred scriptures that can automatically awaken supernatural abilities after cultivation. Otherwise, the evolution speed will be too slow. Ling Xiao touched his chin and sighed quietly. The virtual universe store is temporarily unavailable. We can only grit our teeth and wait for the genius battle to end. Rumble. Suddenly, a deafening roar came from afar, shaking the entire sky violently. Buzz. Blazing beams of light shot straight into the sky, dazzling and blinding, causing cultivators within billions of light-years to squint involuntarily. What kind of ghostly light is this? Even I, at the domain lord level limit, can't see clearly. Who is showing off so glaringly? This light pillar is so long. Could it be a super secret realm of the mid to late stage divine king? Hurry! If we're late, there won't be a chance. Everyone who saw the dazzling light pillar quickly covered their eyes and flew rapidly toward the source of the light. Fortunately, this light is only radiant without heat. If it entered the dark universe, the intensity of the light would surge billions of times, and even a realm lord would be burned to nothingness. This light can't really be a secret realm of the divine king level, can it? That would be troublesome. Not far away, Ling Xiao was also shocked. The extermination divine emperor was feeling proud, thinking, Ling Xiao, don't chicken out just because your level is high, right? Ling Xiao hesitated not at all, pressing down with his foot, and astonishingly rushed into the dark universe, heading straight for the beam of light. Having comprehended the power of the holy light in extreme Yin, he only felt the dazzling brilliance, but the other cultivators were in a miserable state.
state. No matter if they closed their eyes or turned their backs, the light penetrated their bodies and sea of consciousness, with the burning sensation everywhere. When the Domain Lord-level strongmen arrived, the scene before them was a vast whiteness, nothing was visible, and they could only confirm their position by the brightest center of the light beam.
Damn, who hit me? You hit me, blind man. Looking for a fight, huh? I'm right next to you, dare to try. Damn, I'll hammer you to death. Chaos erupted, and the entire secret realm instantly turned into a battlefield for cultivators. Ling Xiao arrived helplessly, watching billions of Domain Lord-level experts fight fiercely. Death energy surged wildly into his body. Damn, these people can't even see with their eyes and can still kill like this. At this rate, the formation I set up will definitely attract countless heads to be delivered. He sneered coldly, but didn't care at all. The more the better, to accumulate more power and instantly kill strong opponents. The premise is that the opponent's realm does not exceed the 4th level of the immortal realm. Calculating based on the death energy of a Domain Lord level, at least 10 quintillion heads are needed. Almost impossible. Watching the crowd continuously swell, Ling Xiao secretly took out his big treasure. A 12th grade superior star core, the foundation of the 9-turn devouring heaven formation. Buzz. He lightly waved his right hand, and the star core immediately released astonishing energy. Nuclear bomb-like energy was hurled toward the starry sky ahead. Formation, activate. Ling Xiao shouted sharply, and the formation instantly activated. Boom. Endless power burst forth from the formation like a raging flood in fierce beast, instantly enveloping 1,000 light-years of space. Damn. Territory Lord-level power. Formation fluctuations, a trap. We've been caught. Retreat quickly. The sudden fluctuation caused the faces of the Domain Lord-level warriors, who were blindly fighting, to change drastically. Everyone knew this secret realm was not simple. They originally thought it was just a matter of high level, but they didn't expect it to be a trap. After sensing the powerful formation fluctuations, the strong ones wore serious expressions, scattering and sprinting wildly, their speed instantly soaring as they rushed toward the edge of the dark universe. Boom! The formation fully activated, and a black light spot suddenly appeared in the void. The light spot spread wildly, instantly transforming into a terrifying black hole several light-years in diameter. The space-tearing gravitational pull suddenly erupted. The dazzling light was instantly swallowed, and the surrounding brightness turned into endless darkness. Even the divine senses of the strong were mercilessly engulfed. Super strong beings entering the dark universe were forcibly pulled out of the realm. What kind of formation is this? The legendary 13-step formation? It's over. There's no escape. Save me. I'll give you all my wealth. With such gravity, no one can save you. Just wait to die. Countless strong warriors and geniuses fell into despair. The gravitational force far exceeds the limit of endurance. The terrifying gravity engulfs everyone, tearing them into nothingness. Only the heirloom token is protected by the virtual universe, transforming into a massive sphere of light concentrated at the center of the black hole. The powerful formation clears the battlefield within minutes. Even the legacy of the Boundary King's limit was torn into countless fragments. More powerful warriors rushed over wildly. The brilliance vanished, and the secret realm undoubtedly opened. They unleashed their maximum speed, charging straight toward the black hole. Before they could react, they were torn into pieces one after another. It's over. The slaughter lasted for several hours. Countless Domain Lord-level blood energies surged toward Ling Xiao like a flood. Eventually, they condensed into a massive death energy core, hovering above Ling Xiao's sea of consciousness. With this energy, killing mid to late stage eternal level strong opponents is effortless. But there is still a gap to reach the immortal level. Ling Xiao didn't care. He understood that relying on killing Domain Lord-level strong opponents to seize their vitality to activate weapons was simply unrealistic. As for the Realm Master level examination ground, he never even considered trying. The reason is simple. It's a death sentence. Even if the formation level is raised to the 13th rank, there wouldn't be enough time to create a formation that can easily annihilate Realm Master level experts. At least a mid-grade legendary formation of the 13th rank is required. Ordinary formations can be completed in a few minutes, but a 13th level formation is far from easy. It's simply wishful thinking. Without 7 or 8 hours, it simply cannot be constructed. Legendary formations are called legendary because they are legends themselves. To set up a perfect formation base, not even the slightest flaw can be present, and dozens of auxiliary formations of the same level must be embedded. Otherwise, this would just be a formation of perfect quality. Therefore, it only takes Ling Xiao a few minutes to set up a perfect level formation, but a legendary level formation takes at least several hours, and some super large formations require days. The power is immense, but Ling Xiao doesn't need that right now. The first round is almost over, and even if he upgraded the exam hall level, there is no time to set up another formation. First, let's see if there is anything in the loot this time that can be used to fix the vulnerabilities. Otherwise, after the first round ends, my repair attempts will reset. A glint flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes, and with a step, he charged straight toward the black hole. The formation was set up by himself, so it didn't affect him in the slightest. Even if someone was several realms stronger, they still couldn't attack his own things. It was simply absurd. Entering the black hole, what came into view was a huge glowing sphere. Inside the photosphere, countless heirlooms were tightly compressed. Damn, if I could get them all, how high could my points soar?
Ling Xiao stared in shock at what was before him.
Driven by curiosity, he reached out to grab them. VZZZ. A strong wave of fluctuation surged over him, countless heirloom tokens flooding into his body like a torrent.
In an instant, the storage space allocated by the virtual universe for the examinee was filled. Clearly, the virtual universe had not anticipated anyone possessing such a massive amount of heirloom tokens. Although many geniuses are array masters, those capable of forging legendary arrays are extremely rare, and there are not many 11th rank array masters who can craft perfect quality arrays, with the process being very slow. The virtual universe could not directly bring in the arrays they had previously constructed. Therefore, their combat power was almost at the bottom among those of the same level.
An 11th level formation master, let alone completing the formation setup in one day, would find it difficult even in a month. No one could be as abnormal as Ling Xiao.
The virtual universe sensed this immediately and instantly expanded Ling Xiao's storage space by 10,000 times.
The inheritance tokens that originally couldn't fit all disappeared instantly. Beep beep beep.
Based on the number of heritage tokens you have collected, your score has reached 12.1 quintillion.
Announcement to all. The top spot on the leaderboard has been taken by Ling Xiao.
Current score, 12.1 quintillion. The virtual universe's notification sound entered Ling Xiao's mind. The grand announcement echoed throughout the examination hall, shocking all listeners. Ling Xiao's eyes flickered, and with this move, he directly killed more than 10 trillion domain lord-level elites. The secret realm was extremely vast, and more people were rushing in madly to their deaths. On average, each person's points were less than 1. After all, after a day, less than half of the people encountered the secret realm. Even if they did, seizing the inheritance was extremely difficult. Low-level inheritance tokens number only in the dozens, but once they appear, they inevitably attract tens of thousands, millions, or even hundreds of billions of powerful beings vying for them.
Resources are scarce, so naturally, the points are few.
And the most crucial are those at the domain lord level.
The number of secret realms is inherently limited, and the time required to conquer them is exceptionally long.
If an ordinary cultivator accidentally discovers a secret realm, they probably won't be able to claim the realm or earn a single point from the moment it opens until the first battle ends.
Some might question, isn't it unfair if a genius has bad luck?
But the fact is, true super strong individuals will never fail to encounter secret realms.
Small secret realms are hard to find, but large secret realms are very conspicuous. How could they be missed?
Failing to encounter a secret realm only means your strength has not yet reached the genius standard defined by the virtual universe. Moreover, many people have far more than 1 point. It is completely normal for one person to have less than 1 point. At this moment, all the points converge on Ling Xiao alone, directly pushing his points to the top of the leaderboard, and it surpasses the second place by a full 100 million times, reaching 10 trillion points.
The domain lord level battlefield instantly erupted in chaos. 10 quadrillion points? That's impossible. Even the pinnacle secret realm inheritance at the God King level only has 1 quadrillion points. Could he have obtained an immortal level inheritance? Only one day. Even with an immortal level inheritance, it's impossible to accumulate points this fast. Could this be cheating? You're overthinking it. This virtual universe is full of loopholes? Never heard of it. He must have obtained some kind of immortal level inheritance. No matter what, Ling Xiao is definitely the top of the list without a doubt. Domain lord level experts naturally did not believe there was any possibility of cheating.
Everyone speculated that Ling Xiao had at least acquired a lower grade immortal level inheritance. While marveling at his incredible luck, they were even more shocked by the strength of his talent. After all, without enough talent, even an immortal level expert would find it difficult to secure a legacy in a single day.
Luck and strength are both indispensable. Obviously, Ling Xiao possesses both.
At the same time, in a corner of the virtual universe domain lord level examination hall, a stunning woman in white froze a powerful individual with a single palm, just as she heard the announcement about Ling Xiao's soaring points.
That annoying little brother actually appeared in the domain lord level examination hall? The last time I saw him, he was only at the planetary level, so how is he at the domain lord level now? Could it be a namesake? She is the extreme cold sovereign.
The 2 powerful pills Ling Xiao gave her earlier restored her to full health, making her strength even greater than before. After drifting for these years, her domain was shattered. Now, taking advantage of the opportunity, she has increased the number of her law threads to over 7,000, reaching the limit. Domain reunion, the extreme cold sacred scripture cultivation has reached perfection. Her strength is close to the top 10 of the second-tier divine kingdoms.
No room for breakthrough, already at the peak.
With my annoying little brother's habit of hiding things, this doesn't seem like him. Probably just a coincidence of the same name, but this coincidence is too uncanny. The extreme cold supreme was puzzled. Ling Xiao's talent was astonishing, but to climb to the top of the domain lord ranking in just a few days was truly unbelievable. Swish! Suddenly, a cold sound of something breaking through the air came from behind the extreme cold sovereign. Her expression changed drastically as she quickly gathered all her extreme cold power to protect her back.
back. Boom! A deafening explosion erupted as a long blade slashed down fiercely.
Although the icy shield blocked the blade, it caused her to spit blood. Immediately, the extremely cold Supreme's slender right hand suddenly slapped backward.
In an instant, a huge icy giant handprint thunderously appeared, pointing directly at the attacker.
The assailant, like a tiger unleashed, with blade light like lightning, instantly crushed forward.
Humph!
He sneered coldly, the blade sharp as a cold star, fiercely slashing at the extremely cold Supreme's attack.
A dazzling blade of light tore through the void, striking directly at the massive icy palm print. Boom!
The heavens and earth trembled as the blade light collided with the giant palm print in midair, instantly exploding into a flurry of snowflakes, the chill piercing to the bone.
Dare to fight back? Not bad, I've encountered an extraordinary talent.
A trace of surprise flashed in the eyes of the attacker. He is the #1 genius of the Tao Emperor Divine Kingdom, Juedo.
The Tao Emperor Divine Kingdom is ruled by the immortal level powerhouse Tao Emperor.
Juedo is his direct disciple, with unmatched strength. Except for the top-tier warriors of the Cosmic Divine Kingdom, almost no one can rival him. Unexpectedly, just as the assessment was about to end, he encountered a super genius of comparable strength. The extreme cold Supreme suddenly turned around, and what came into view was a girl with black hair and white irises, her gaze as cold as ice, without a trace of emotional fluctuation.
Extreme cold domain.
The extreme cold sovereign growled lowly, terrifying cold air spreading rapidly like a flood, instantly covering 10 million kilometers, as if the world had frozen. Juedo frowned slightly, feeling the oppressive power of this formidable domain. Her rule threads have increased to at least 7,000. This extreme cold domain is terrifyingly formidable. Juedo spoke coldly to himself. I originally planned to save it for a battle with the senior brother, but it seems I have to use it on you first.
Without hesitation, Juedo drew another black long knife from his back. Yin-Yang domain, activate.
Two blades merged into one. The black and white aura suddenly erupted, rapidly spreading into a yin-yang domain spanning millions of miles, fiercely crashing into the extreme cold domain.
Boom!
Heaven and earth trembled. The extreme cold domain instantly cracked under this impact.
13th level supernatural ability, the power of yin and yang. The extreme cold sovereign's expression changed drastically.
The fusion of yin and yang forces is in existence. Even the 12th level supernatural powers find hard to reach. The absolute blade has actually perfectly combined the two forces, reaching the 13th level. If it can be completely fused, it can advance to the 14th level, becoming a top genius of the Supreme Divine Kingdom.
Even if not fully fused, the extreme cold Supreme is by no means a match. If you can withstand this strike, I will spare your life. If you can't, don't blame me for being ruthless.
Juedo said coldly.
You younger generation, your mouths are getting harder and harder.
The Supreme Cold roared angrily.
As a veteran domain lord, he was actually provoked like this by the younger generation. Boom! Juedo paid no attention. The black and white aura surged wildly. The yin-yang domain instantly contracted, merging into her black and white demon blade.
The sky suddenly darkened, thunderclouds swirling wildly, as if a demon god had descended.
Countless bolts of lightning poured down, instantly striking the absolute blade.
These thunderbolts, capable of tearing stars apart, struck the absolute blade but were like mud sinking into the sea, causing no harm at all.
This strike is definitely no less than 13th rank. Damn it, could I really lose?
The extreme cold Supreme's expression was grave as he quickly infused his power into the Ice Soul Longsword.
Extreme cold sword technique.
Without hesitation, he slashed out with a sword strike. The sword energy was fierce, heading straight for the absolute blade.
Bang!
The sword energy struck the absolute blade, but it was like hitting an invisible barrier, instantly shattering into countless fragments. The extreme cold Supreme's expression changed drastically, a chill spreading through his heart. The difference in strength was like heaven and earth. She was simply no match.
Let's go! Without hesitation, her body suddenly emitted dazzling ice crystal light.
Dozens of ice crystal clones identical to her instantly appeared, transforming into icy shadows that shot off in all directions. Swish, swish, swish. In an instant, the extreme cold Supreme and his clones vanished before the absolute blade.
But Juedo did not pursue. Yin-Yang demon blade, sever yin and yang.
With a low shout, Juedo concentrated all his strength and swung the blade toward the void. The black and white intertwined blade energy tore through space, and the space ahead suddenly twisted violently. The extreme cold Supreme escaped several kilometers, only to be pulled back under the blade's edge in the next moment.
How did I come back? Impossible. She was so shocked that she lost her voice. The legendary ultimate skill of yin and yang power, yin-yang reversal, could actually reverse any fact. Escape becomes no escape.
Even more terrifying, the legendary supreme deity could use this move to reverse life and death, bringing the dead back to life.
This power is supremely defiant of heaven.
Although the cost is heavy and the consumption enormous, the effect is unmatched. It seems I still have no chance to advance to the next round. My points are insufficient. Living is useless.
If I lose, then so be it.
The Supreme of Extreme Cold reluctantly stood firm, ready to face the end of days.
Rumble. The blade fiercely fell. Bang.
The Extreme Cold Supreme thought death was certain but was shocked to find not a single scratch. The yin-yang demon blade exploded with a roar, turning into countless fragments scattered across the sky.
How is this possible? Juedo's expression changed abruptly. abruptly.
She was clear about her own strength, although she hadn't ranked within the top 10,000 of the Supreme Divine Kingdom. If this blade strike landed, almost no one could escape unscathed. The Extreme Cold Supreme remained completely unharmed, shocking her deeply.
Who is it? Zhu Edao quickly became alert.
The Extreme Cold Supreme also looked confused.
Soon, she realized someone had arrived. An existence capable of remotely blocking her full strength strike was no ordinary person. Yo, Extreme Cold Supreme, how come you're about to be defeated so soon? Weren't you boasting about how powerful you were every day before? A light laugh came from the void. Then, a young boy clad in black battle armor appeared through the void.
He showed no fear towards Zhu Edao, his gaze cold and stern. The Extreme Cold Supreme immediately had a gleam in his eyes.
Stinky little brother, you finally came. If you were any later, I wouldn't have been able to participate in the second round.
I didn't expect the number one on the leaderboard to really be you, she said joyfully.
Fear suddenly shrank in Zhu Edao's eyes. Number one on the leaderboard? It's actually him, Ling Xiao. Let's go. Zhu Edao turned and fled without hesitation.
She knew that if it really was Ling Xiao, with his terrifying points, she simply wouldn't survive. Even if it wasn't Ling Xiao, a strong opponent who could block her full strength strike would have no chance of winning.
Stinky little brother.
That girl is trying to run, stop her. The Extreme Cold Supreme shouted urgently. Rest assured, she won't escape.
Ling Xiao's gaze was like a blade, staring at the Zhu Edao who vanished instantly into the dark universe.
Zhu Edao smiled faintly, a confident light flickering in his eyes.
The next second, he suddenly pointed into the void. Buzz!
A spatial distortion instantly tore through the void ahead. The absolute blade had just flown tens of light years away, yet Ling Xiao forcibly pulled it back right in front of him.
How is this possible? The absolute blade's face changed drastically, shock evident and hard to conceal.
He had witnessed this scene with his own eyes before, and now, it was his turn to be the one shot.
The Extreme Cold Supreme sneered coldly. Yo, kid, weren't you just like this to me a moment ago? Why are you panicking now?
Zhu Edao snapped back to his senses, snorted coldly, and recognized that Ling Xiao was using teleportation power. Helplessly, like the Extreme Cold Supreme, he stood still waiting for the judgment of fate. Ling Xiao's strength rapidly increased, and the teleportation distance leapt from a few light years to several hundred light years. Zhu Edao's escape had become a fantasy.
Since that's the case, I won't be polite,
Ling Xiao said with a faint smile, suddenly swinging out his right palm.
A black torrent like a dark night storm instantly engulfed the absolute blade.
The destructive force mercilessly crushed it. The absolute blade turned to nothingness, leaving only a black and white intertwined source of supernatural power quietly floating. This was exactly Ling Xiao's target. Previously, the Extreme Cold Supreme was more than 10,000 light years away from him, which was already an extremely close distance within the examination hall. Even so, it was still very difficult, almost impossible, for Ling Xiao to sense the Extreme Cold Supreme. But just now, when the absolute blade released the power of yin and yang, Ling Xiao detected an unusual spatial fluctuation. He thought someone had mastered one of the 10 spatial elements and immediately rushed to the source of the fluctuation. As a result, he found that it was an enemy who mastered the power of yin and yang. Ling Xiao, adhering to the principle of take it if you come, decisively seized the source of the yin-yang supernatural power of the absolute blade. The Extreme Cold Supreme's eyes lit up, and he said slyly, "You brat, I can't even get into the second round.
You have so many points, can you share some with me?" Ling Xiao was speechless, asking for points so openly. "If I give you some, what's in it for me?"
The Extreme Cold Supreme shrugged. "At worst, I'll marry Si Kong Shui off to you."
Ling Xiao rolled his eyes. "How many times have you said that? Can you come up with a different line?"
The Extreme Cold Supreme felt awkward, secretly thinking that she probably couldn't count how many times she had sold Si Kong Shui. She fell into deep thought, then suddenly her eyes lit up.
"Come here, I have some earth-shattering good news to tell you." She beckoned, and Ling Xiao was stunned, wondering what this earth-shattering news could be. "What other earth-shattering news do you know?" Ling Xiao asked suspiciously, leaning closer. "Ha!" The Extreme Cold Supreme suddenly kissed Ling Xiao's cheek. "This is your sister's first kiss, you lucky little brother."
After saying that, her cheeks blushed slightly. She quickly pocketed the source of supernatural power that had just fallen from Zhu Edao's body and turned to leave swiftly. Ling Xiao shook his head helplessly.
"Hey, you still haven't told me your name,"
he shouted as he chased after her.
"My name is Yu Yanren, don't forget it." A laughing voice came from afar.
A gleam flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes.
"Yu Yanren, this name sounds much more pleasant than Supreme of Extreme Cold."
Watching her walk away, Ling Xiao's gaze was firm as he turned and continued forward. Source of supernatural power. This thing is directly a 13th level supernatural ability. Ling Xiao knew clearly that the true level of yin-yang power is 14th level, which means once repaired, it can directly rise to the 14th level.
It is definitely a treasure.
System, immediately fix the loophole in this source of supernatural power. He shouted the order without hesitation.
After all, this was his last chance to repair it. If he didn't use it, it would be wasted. Ding, command accepted.
Detected 4.5 quadrillion anomalies in the source of supernatural power. The system's voice exploded in his mind, and Ling Xiao's pupils suddenly contracted.
4.5 quadrillion anomalies. What does this mean? Once this thing is fully repaired, it will definitely become become one of the 8 supreme elements. I didn't expect my luck to be so incredible, actually managing to get a brand new supreme element. As long as I merge it with my power of creation, I can immediately raise the level of my rule power to the 17th rank. Ling Xiao smiled brightly. The power of the 17th rank creation rule is astonishing, and with the blessing of the new supreme element, his strength will explode exponentially. The previous powers of destruction and death were already terrifying, and now with the power of reincarnation added, he is practically invincible. Buzz! The system activated, and a golden energy surged like a flood into the source of supernatural power in his hand. The power around the source of supernatural ability surged violently, and the runes spread rapidly like a storm. At this speed, it was certain to be repaired within a few seconds. Sure enough, an orange, wildly powerful 15th level source of supernatural ability appeared in his hand. Ding! Congratulations, host, the yin-yang power source of supernatural ability has been upgraded, obtaining the source of supernatural ability of the power of reincarnation, immortal level. Source of supernatural power, power of reincarnation, a powerful supernatural ability containing the power of reincarnation, instantly mastered by integrating it into consciousness. As one of the 8 supreme elements, the power of reincarnation controls the cycle of life and death. When used in conjunction with the power of death, it can freely resurrect the dead and send people into reincarnation. However, the strength of the resurrected cannot exceed that of the controller. If 2 different supernatural powers are elevated to the level of supreme deity, they can resurrect a supreme deity that even death and reincarnation supreme deities cannot revive. The system prompt sounded again, and Ling Zhao's pupils contracted sharply. The power of reincarnation combined with the power of death can resurrect others. This ability is extremely defiant of the natural order. Not to mention it can even resurrect a supreme deity. Although both need to reach their peak, for Ling Xiao, everything is possible. In the future, it's not just these 2 elements. He can refine all 3,000 elements into supreme deities. By then, he will be invincible in the world. Even if he can't reach that level, casually reviving beings below the supreme deity is enough to dominate the universe. With the power of reincarnation, he wouldn't have to worry even if the entire galaxy were destroyed. In fact, he had always been guarding the galaxy, and there were worries in his heart. This civilization was too low level. Once he left, it wouldn't be surprising if powerful races or experts easily wiped them out. He would never allow such a thing to happen. Now, with the power of reincarnation and the power of death, he can easily resurrect the Guardian. The 8 supreme elements are indeed all incredible. No, I have to collect all the remaining supreme elements. Such powerful forces would be a huge loss if not in my hands. A resolute light flickered in Ling Zhao's eyes. It's decided. The power of yin and yang, like the power of reincarnation, is also a subordinate element of the power of reincarnation. In other words, as long as I can fix the loopholes, I can activate the subordinate elements of other elements. A cold light flashed in Ling Zhao's eyes. After this is over, besides going to the virtual universe to buy a few spatial core stars, I also need to find a bunch of subordinate elements of the extremely great supreme elements. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can repair all the supreme laws. No money to buy? No problem. I'll specifically search the battlefield for those geniuses who have comprehended subordinate elements but are weaker than me. Kill them to seize the source of superpowers, which is equivalent to getting core stars for free. The corners of his mouth slightly lifted, and Ling Xiao did not hesitate to press the source of the supernatural power firmly against his forehead. Buzz! The source of the supernatural power instantly merged into the sea of consciousness, and a violent orange light surged in like a flood. Ling Xiao clearly saw an orange light sphere emerge above the sea of consciousness, rapidly expanding and devouring the surrounding void. The sea of consciousness had long been filled with 2 massive elemental light spheres, but as they transformed into the power of the laws, they all merged into his creation power light sphere. Now, the huge orange light sphere formed by the power of reincarnation floated in the air, intimidating the mind. The light sphere expanded to its limit, and the orange light suddenly dimmed. Crack! A fissure tore through the light sphere, and the last afterglow faded away. Boom! With a loud bang, the light sphere shattered into countless fragments, instantly vanishing into the sea of consciousness, leaving only the orange threads of law inscribed with countless runes drifting slowly. Ling Xiao knew that the power of reincarnation had advanced into the power of law. He could finally use the power of reincarnation to resurrect others. Buzz! The thread of the law fluctuated, transforming into a stream of light that quickly merged into the Genesis power orb. The power instantly fused, and the Genesis power surged dramatically. The orb rapidly expanded, engulfing the entire sea of consciousness. Rumble! The sea of consciousness shattered with a roar, the scene identical to when he awakened the power of destruction. Ling Xiao understood clearly that although he was far stronger than others of the same level, when facing a domain lord at the limit, his sea of consciousness still appeared narrow, with limited spiritual perception coverage and teleportation range. This time, with the significant upgrade of the power of creation, the sea of consciousness was finally able to expand again. The long-accumulated soul energy surged in like a tide, and he felt the sea of consciousness rapidly repairing itself. In an instant, the diameter of the sea of consciousness expanded tenfold, its volume swelling 1,000 times, standing tall
hall in the void of consciousness. Boom! The power of creation shattered the sea of consciousness once again, and the repair cycle continued. After 4 times, the diameter of the sea of consciousness expanded 10,000 times, the volume swelled 100 million times, and finally stabilized. The power of creation occupied the vast majority of the sea of consciousness, its pressure boundless. Once a top-tier 16th level extraordinary ability breaks through to the 17th level, its power surges to an astonishing degree. At this moment, the impact of the power of creation shook Ling Zhao's heart. He waved his hand casually, and the void instantly shattered. Rumble! A deafening explosion erupted, and the surrounding space was directly shattered by Ling Zhao. Damn, shattering space? Isn't this the power of a God King level? How is this possible? The Extinction God Emperor in the endless void widened his eyes, shocked beyond belief. Ling Zhao unleashed terrifying battle power at the Divine King level, yet his own realm was only at the Starseed level. What exactly is going on? What he did not know was that the 17th level power had surpassed the limits of this universe. Such a powerful outburst was only natural. Even so, Ling Zhao did not expect the enhancement to be so immense. Ding! Congratulations, host, you have successfully awakened the power of reincarnation, level 15. Ding! The power of reincarnation has been transformed into the reincarnation law. Ding! The reincarnation law has merged with the power of creation, raising the power of creation to level 17, lower grade. Ding! Successfully comprehended skill, resurrection of the dead, can revive any ultimate warrior with combat power lower than yours, consumes enormous energy, please ensure sufficient reserves. A series of system prompts flooded into his mind, Ling Zhao's eyes flickering with a faint light. He quickly opened the attribute panel. Attribute panel. Name, Ling Zhao. Repair attempts, 0 out of 10. Martial arts realm, 7th heaven of the Star Sea realm. Soul realm, Star Sea realm, 7th layer. Vitality, 20 trillion. 1 point equals 30,000 kilograms of strength. Soul, 20 trillion. Master of secondary professions, 10 types, 12th grade supreme, 0/70 quadrillion. Legendary. Skill, weapon master, 10 realms, 4000%, 9.9 billion/10 billion. Rules, low level, 230, intermediate, 50, advanced, 15 types, top level, 3 types. Supreme, power of death, 800, power of destruction, 800, power of reincarnation, 1. Talents, undying divine body, immortal level, combat power times 5000%, human emperor body, immortal, blessing multiplied by 100 trillion, void dragon body, immortal level, physical body times 512 times, power of creation, 17th rank lower grade, 301 types. Cultivation methods, soul immortality technique, eternal life level, 10th rank shattered, 1000 times, demon god nirvana, 15th rank lower grade, frenzied absorption, 13th rank, upper grade, law of heaven and earth, 15th rank middle grade, 1000 times, creation divine canon, 18th rank lower grade, soul differentiation, 12th rank lower grade, 256. Martial arts, death gun technique, 15th rank, superior grade, 400x, world destroying light, 15th rank, medium grade, 300x, teleportation, 15th rank, inferior grade, 200x, heaven shaking true body, 15th rank, inferior grade, 200x. Items, black heaven battle armor, 15th rank, inferior grade, black heaven demon spear, 15th rank, inferior grade, angel wings, 11th rank, supreme grade. Physical combat power, realm lord 2nd heaven, ultimate combat power, god king 3rd heaven. Looking at the attribute panel, Ling Zhao found that his realm had not improved much, and his physical combat power had not even changed, but his ultimate combat power had soared by several minor realms. The difference in minor realms within the Divine King realm is not double, but an astonishing 5-fold. The combat power base of the first level of Divine King is 1, while the third level of Divine King is 25 times that. In other words, after the level of the Genesis power increased, Ling Zhao's combat power directly surged by 100-fold. This is a 100-fold increase in ultimate combat power. Not to mention the Divine King's 4th heaven at 125 times, 5th heaven at 625 times, 6th heaven at 3125 times, 7th heaven at 15,625 times, 8th heaven at 78,125 times, 9th heaven at 390,625 times, and the 10th heaven at an astonishing 1,953,125 times. Reaching the first heaven of the immortal realm, it skyrockets to 10 million times. That's right, a single Divine King. The combat power of the first level of heaven is actually tens of millions of times weaker than that of the eternal life first level of heaven. This is the fundamental reason why, upon reaching the Divine King realm, even cosmic level geniuses find it difficult to defeat enemies of higher levels. When strength is comparable and cultivation methods are similar, wanting to surpass an opponent by 5 times their combat power is simply wishful thinking. At this moment, Ling Zhao's realm advancement has already had a negligible impact on his strength. Improving by 2 minor realms may not necessarily surpass the ultimate combat power gained by others improving by 1 minor realm. But Ling Zhao was not afraid. He knew clearly that once he advanced to the first level of the Divine King realm, he would definitely be able to crush an ordinary eternal life at the first level. Although the the progress in realms was slow, it did not mean stagnation.
Others' limit is a 15th level cultivation method, but his limit is infinitely high. As long as he wants, he can keep breaking through. Wait a few more days? For him, time is more than enough. With the immortal god body, he cannot die. Want to be a salted fish? Eating, drinking, and having fun every day, yet still soaring in strength. But Ling Xiao has ambitions. The undying divine body does not mean absolute immortality.
As long as everyone who remembers him in this world is wiped out or forgets him, he will also die completely.
True immortality can only be achieved by reaching the pinnacle of every level.
But this, easy to say, is almost impossible to accomplish. The system exists, and so does the creator.
No matter how powerful the system is, it also has its limits.
Ling Xiao could only do his best.
Boom!
At that moment, a thunderous bell rang out, the sound waves sweeping across the land.
In an instant, all the candidates vying for the inheritance token stopped. Everyone knew the assessment was over. Reactions varied. Over? I told you it was hopeless. Didn't even get the inheritance, such bad luck.
Ha, didn't make it to the second round, but the martial arts and techniques gained. As long as you work hard, you'll definitely advance in the future.
Damn, missed the last promotion spot by 100 points. Finally over. So easy.
These four reactions almost covered the entire scene. Those who successfully advanced to the second round were all top geniuses.
Without exception, super geniuses who can easily enter the top 10 in the first-class divine realm. There are also extremely lucky ones, such as Yu Yanin who met Ling Xiao. The first round is finally over. I wonder how the second and third rounds of the assessment will be.
Ling Xiao's gaze turned to the distance, full of anticipation. Congratulations to the top-ranking players on the leaderboard for successfully advancing to the second round. You will soon be teleported to the examination venue.
Other non-qualifiers can choose to go offline or continue exploring. Examination hall open for 1 month. Death means no re-entry. As soon as the words fell, a prompt from the virtual universe came from the endless void.
Those who heard it were instantly stunned.
The next moment, an excited cheer erupted. Damn, a whole month of exploration time. This is awesome. Not quitting early means more rewards.
Ha, although the physical rewards are all illusions, the cultivation techniques and martial skills are real and effective.
In the secret realm, these are the only things that remain.
It's equivalent to an immortal exploration. You can enter the secret realm dozens of times. It's totally worth it. All those who haven't advanced cheered loudly. The density of secret realms here is several times or even more than that of the outside world.
In the outside world, unless extremely lucky, it is rare to see an unopened secret realm in a lifetime.
But here, as long as you are willing to search, you are guaranteed to find one within a day. More importantly, the inheritances inside the secret realms are all brand new, untouched.
If your luck is good, obtaining an inheritance within a month is absolutely easy.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a key to the rise of a race. All the strong do not want to miss it. For Ling Xiao and others who have advanced, these inheritances are already insignificant. Those who can enter the second round almost disdain these inheritances.
Because after the second round ends, cultivators below
the Divine King realm almost all have the chance to apprentice under Divine King level strong figures. Those with outstanding talent can even be accepted as disciples by eternal or immortal level strong figures. After entering the third stage, unless chosen by the supreme deity, immortal level experts inevitably compete to take disciples. Therefore, inheritance holds limited value for them. A strong wave of vibration enveloped Ling Xiao with a buzz, and the next moment he took a deep breath and transformed into a surging stream of data, quickly disappearing. Buzz! Amid the dizziness of the cultivators, their figures appeared on a vast continent. Ling Xiao was no exception. As soon as he landed, Ling Xiao was stunned by the towering giant tower that soared straight into the clouds.
The giant tower reached from the heavens
to the earth, flowing with thousands of elemental powers, emitting dazzling brilliance that dyed the entire continent in a kaleidoscope of colors. What shocked Ling Xiao was that, despite being tens of thousands of light years away from the giant tower, he could only see the first level. The height of the second level and above was beyond even his gaze.
How big is this thing exactly? Its height alone must be in the hundreds of billions of light years.
Ling Xiao was dumbfounded.
What does hundreds of billions of light years mean? The diameter of the Milky Way is only 100,000 light years. This giant tower was so
enormous that the Milky Way was nothing but a grain of sand in front of it, like the distance ratio between the Earth and a grain of sand.
Such a terrifying existence, could it really be a tower? Ling Xiao was curious. What level of existence must this be? 16th tier? Probably even higher.
He looked around and saw countless powerful beings scattered throughout, ranging from the weakest ordinary people to those so strong their realms couldn't even be identified. Without a doubt, these were all warriors who had passed the first trial. Those ordinary people couldn't be considered strong at all. At best, they were lucky individuals from advanced civilizations,
because even the
ordinary people had strength reaching the quasi-warrior level of 999 kilograms of force, far beyond what primitive civilizations could compare to.
How can a low civilization contend with ordinary people from a high civilization?
Although they have not reached the body tempering stage, their cultivation methods and martial martial skills crush everything, with the most crucial factor being their bloodline. The body tempering stage values Qi and blood points. Qi and blood below 10 points are not considered strong at all.
However, between different races, the power represented by the same amount of Qi and blood points varies greatly.
The Qi and blood power of powerful races can be dozens or even hundreds of times that of ordinary races. The defiant races are even more terrifying, reaching thousands of times. Races that achieve power thousands of times greater are extremely rare, even in the universe. This requires at least the 14th tier and a super physique developed to the limit.
The quasi-martial artist level cannot even come close.
Of course, conventional methods cannot achieve this, but unconventional methods are feasible. For example, if your family has a supreme deity level powerhouse, and you are born with an awakened 14th or 15th tier physical talent, the supreme deity will sense the emergence of a genius and, relying on their immense strength, will help you fully activate your gifted physique. Such a strong person is simply unmatched by low civilizations.
He fights.
With such a background, combined with a peerless genius who has only appeared in recent decades, it is extremely rare.
In hundreds of generations of talent competitions, it is not certain that even one such genius would be born.
Even if it appears, it may not necessarily make it to the end and reach the top of the leaderboard,
because the second assessment is no longer simply a contest of combat power. Dawn.
At that moment, a thunderous bell toll echoed from the depths of the void, shaking everyone's hearts and minds. At this moment, among the pure strong beings in the entire universe, only these 10 trillion geniuses remain. In the future, as long as they work hard, almost all of them can step into the Divine King realm, and Divine King strong beings have an even greater chance to break through to the eternal level.
A higher realm?
Unless they break into the final top 10, it is difficult to reach the immortal level. This is only a possibility, not a certainty. Many immortal strong beings have participated in the genius battle multiple times, even securing top 10 positions repeatedly, but have yet to reach immortality. The higher the ranking, the more significant the strength improvement.
Without sufficient talent, no amount of improvement will help.
Even so, the rewards after this assessment were impossible for all the immortal strongmen to ignore. Congratulations to everyone for successfully advancing to the second round. Next, the Extermination God Emperor will announce the rules for the second round.
As the words fell, a prompt sound echoed in everyone's mind. Rumble.
In the next moment, a terrifying Dharma figure suddenly appeared, glaring in the sky. This Dharmalaka once shocked Ling Xiao and the others, but compared to the towering giant tower before them, it actually seemed small.
This shows that the terror of this giant tower is extraordinary. Everyone.
The giant tower before you, called the Execution God Tower, has 3,000 floors. Each floor spans 330 million light-years, with a total height exceeding 1 trillion light-years. The tower is guarded by the heroic spirits who died in the ancient cosmic war, as well as countless powerful demons of the heavenly demon clan.
Your goal is to enter the Tower of Divine Execution and challenge it alone. Each person will be sent into an independent space, where enemies corresponding to your strength will appear on each floor.
In theory, regardless of your realm, the difficulty of reaching the same floor and defeating the enemies is the same. The higher the level of the challenge, the more generous the rewards. All levels of examination halls are linked, and the top 10,000 who reach the highest level will be selected after assessment.
These 10,000 will directly enter the Divine Continent cultivation jointly built by the supreme deities from the outer universe.
At the same time, the top 100 million will enter the third stage for the final ranking assessment. The higher the ranking in the third round, the richer the rewards. But to enter the continent of the gods, you must reach the top 10,000 floors in the second round. The Extermination God Emperor slowly scanned the many geniuses, his voice steady. As soon as he finished speaking, the geniuses were shocked and their pupils contracted. On the Divine Punishment Continent, this time 10,000 spots have been opened to enter the main God Continent.
For geniuses from superpowers, the Divine Continent is renowned.
It is known as the God Emperor Factory. Legend has it that as long as one enters the Divine Continent and survives, they will eventually become a God Emperor. Previous genius battles had limited slots, personally selected by the Supreme Deity, with very few able to enter.
Each session had only a few hundred participants,
but this session has as many as 10,000. Although the large number means resources might be spread thinner, the chances of entry have greatly increased. It seems the God-slaying tower is extremely important, and the assessment criteria depend entirely on how many floors one can clear. Judging by others' reactions, the quotas for the continent of the gods are more precious than anything else. If that's the case, I have to try clearing a few floors myself. A determined light flickered in Ling Yi's eyes. Zhao's eyes flashed sharply, a secret joy rising in his heart.
Everyone knows the rules. The assessment begins.
The Annihilation God Emperor glanced at Ling Xiao. Seeing his indifference, a hint of curiosity arose in his heart.
How many levels could Ling Xiao break through?
Back then, the master had only broken through to at most the 2100th level. The Grandmaster was stronger, but at most only reached the 2600 or 2700th level.
The Extinction God Emperor slowly spoke, his voice deep.
In an instant, the people around transformed into countless streams of light, disappearing from the spot in a flash. Ling Xiao also vanished accordingly, his figure soaring into the air, landing on the great continent.
Milky Way galaxy.
Buzz. Void waves surged, and a 100-meter-tall celestial demon suddenly appeared between heaven and earth. The killing demon emperor swept his cold eyes over the galaxy before him, his tone icy. Such a barren galaxy has actually nurtured a genius capable of controlling the power of the demon god.
Truly unexpected. Just how vast is the Milky Way? To the current human race, it is extremely vast. With thousands of planets, humans occupy less than 1/10 of them.
Among the remaining planets, more than half have the potential to be transformed into life-bearing worlds. At the current population growth rate, it would take at least tens of thousands of years to rule the galaxy. But looking at countless powerful beings in the universe, the galaxy is insignificant. Billions of stars are almost negligible to a domain lord-level powerhouse, let alone a boundary lord or god-king-level great being.
In front of the immortal extreme demon emperor, the galaxy is like an ant.
It's like in a small village, suddenly a boy with the potential to become the richest man in the world appears, absurd and shocking.
Found it.
The killing demon emperor's gaze locked onto a blue planet. On it, the aura of the demon god was extraordinarily intense.
This aura was extremely pure. Even from the depths of the ancient universe, it could be sensed.
The demon gods here are the title given by the demon race to the supreme deities. The supreme deities vary in strength among the 3,000 elements. The weakest is only first rank, while the strongest can reach a terrifying 15th rank.
This gap in levels is breathtaking.
Although a first-rank supreme deity is called supreme, even at the limit of immortality, those powerful beings who master 14th or 15th rank laws disdain them. These low-level deities could not kill them, but defeating them was effortless. I hope it's a demon power holder above the 10th rank, otherwise this trip will be a huge loss. A cold gleam flashed in the eyes of the killing demon emperor, and he took a step. Buzz. Space twisted, and he teleported to the sky above Blue Water Star tens of thousands of light years away.
There are actually 15 levels of intelligent guardians? Could it be that an intelligent race has already taken it?
Sensing the aura of Ling Xiao's destruction suit, the killing demon emperor's pupils suddenly contracted, and his face turned cold.
It seems that taking Ling Xiao away won't be that easy. If necessary, he must be eliminated first.
Capture. Without hesitation, his huge hands suddenly grasped at the void. Buzz. A terrifying force, like a raging flood or ferocious beast, instantly enveloped the entire Blue Water Star. Ling Xiao's figure was wrapped by this force, the space twisted, and he suddenly appeared before the killing demon emperor. At this moment, Ling Xiao, who was in the virtual universe, had not yet noticed anything unusual.
Virtual universe? It seems the second round of the genius battle has officially begun.
The slaughtered demon emperor sensed that Ling Xiao's main consciousness was absent and instantly understood the truth of the matter.
They chose to act today for a simple reason. First, they had only recently discovered Ling Xiao's abnormality. Second, when the genius battle starts, the human race's defenses are at their weakest. How could they let such an opportunity slip by? First, let's probe this kid's demonic god aura to see which supreme deity it belongs to.
The killing demon emperor's eyes narrowed, and his consciousness swiftly surged into Ling Xiao's body.
In an instant, he arrived at Ling Xiao's dantian.
Here, the true qi surged like tides, the blood energy flowed like a sea, and the most striking thing was a mass of black-red flames that was the demonic god power condensed after Ling Xiao's demonic god rebirth. But when the killing demon emperor caught a glimpse of Ling Xiao's physical strength and blood vitality, his face instantly darkened like ink. Hiss. This physical strength is terrifyingly extreme.
Is he really just a Star Sea realm?
Even the top 15 ranked geniuses of our demon clan are not half as strong as him.
What kind of genius is he exactly?
15 rank physical strength is an ultimate talent rarely seen among the disciples of the strongest divine dragon clan in the outer universe over thousands of years. Although our demon clan is strong, the gap compared to the divine dragon clan is vast. 15 rank is almost the peak. For countless years, only a few invincible heavenly demon elites have ever reached this level.
Now, a previously unknown genius of the Yarad tribe actually possesses such a physical talent, it's simply absurd.
Even more shocking is that he also wields the power of a high-level demon god. Although the exact rank has not been fully confirmed, the killing demon emperor is certain it is at least 12th rank or above. In the next moment, a look of ecstatic joy appeared on the face of the killing demon emperor.
Ha ha ha.
Such a genius, if transformed by my Tianhua clan, will surely become a super strong being among the supreme deities in the future. However, I still need to confirm the rank of his demon god power. He suddenly unleashed the Tianhua clan's innate mark, his hand gesture surging like a flood toward Ling Xiao's demon god power. This mark can stimulate the demon god power within the opponent's body, awakening a trace of demon god consciousness. Though it was only a moment, it was enough to judge the opponent's true strength.
Why is there still no reaction? Could it be that the demon god level has broken through to the 13th rank?
The slaughtered demon emperor continued for dozens of minutes but failed to fully activate the power within Ling Xiao's body.
At this moment, he was completely excited.
If he truly surpasses the 13th rank after transformation, Ling Xiao will be able to inherit the power of that demon god, and it is highly likely that he will ascend to the 14th 13th rank demon god. It should be known that his superior, the slaughtered demon god, is also only at the 13th rank. He did not hesitate and increased the output of the mark. Time passed second by second, and the slaughtered demon emperor's heart grew increasingly agitated. He no longer cared whether Ling Xiao was an intelligent species. At this moment, the demonic god power within Ling Xiao was most likely the true power of a powerful 15th rank demonic god. What he did not know was that Ling Xiao had already merged 3 supreme elements and hundreds of ordinary elements. These forces fused into the power of creation, and the power of creation was further blessed by the law of concealment. Now, even if a supreme deity descended, it would be difficult to glimpse Ling Xiao's full form. Otherwise, the killing demon emperor would have already killed him without hesitation. After all, the comprehension of the 3 supreme elements is extremely terrifying. Back then, the Death Supreme deity who caused their demon clan to suffer a total defeat only mastered 2 supreme elements. Great, great! His voice trembled with excitement. All 15-ranked demon gods of our demon clan have long since died in battle. Now, if a 15-ranked demon god appears, after the Death Supreme deity dies, this universe will surely belong to our demon clan. He sneered, his eyes burning with fanatic flames. Haha, I really don't know who that demon god is, but as long as it's not the death demon god, anyone will do. 1 hour ago. Buzz! The space suddenly trembled, and Ling Xiao's figure was instantly teleported to the first floor of the god-slaying tower. Before him was a vast, boundless continent, immense and endless, at least billions of light-years wide. He could only see the space within this range. Places farther away were temporarily undetectable. Congratulations on entering the first level of the god-slaying tower. Defeat the enemies ahead to enter the second level. A system prompt sounded in the void, cold and resolute. VZZZ. At that moment, the land several light-years ahead trembled violently. A colossal figure suddenly appeared, a pair of enormous blood-red wings unfolding behind it, standing tens of thousands of kilometers tall, shaking heaven and earth. The sky instantly darkened, thunderclouds swirling wildly, countless bolts of lightning raining down on this celestial demon, creating a terrifying spectacle. The legendary celestial demon clan? Ling Zhao's eyes flashed coldly. A powerhouse at the 7th level of the Starsea realm. Looks pretty arrogant. A roar shook the sky. Roar. Humans, die. The sound was like thunder piercing the ears, as the demon strongman tore through the void, instantly closing in on Ling Xiao. Wielding a giant axe, he swung it wildly, delivering a furious downward strike. Countless demon strongmen were suppressed within the execution god tower, each harboring immense hatred for the humans. Years ago, when they broke through the universe, they were jointly suppressed by the humans, losing everything painfully. At this moment, seeing Ling Xiao burning with rage, he swung an axe with all his might. With such little strength, you still dare to be arrogant? Ling Xiao curled his lips into a contemptuous smile. Without hesitation, he struck the void fiercely with his palm. In an instant, a terrifying aura surged out like a flood, directly hitting the Demon King. Boom! Amidst a thunderous roar, the demon instantly turned into a blood mist filling the sky, leaving only a blood-red demon core drifting down. Ling Xiao reached out and summoned the demon core into his palm. The demon core contained vast blood energy and soul power, along with the unique ferocious aura of the demon, resembling a burning dragon crystal. Beep beep beep. Congratulations on defeating the first guardian. You may rest for 1 minute before starting the next test. The alert sound rang out. Ling Xiao calmly pondered. In the virtual universe, death results in instant revival. Injuries automatically heal, so resting is actually unnecessary. His eyes were resolute as he prepared to face the next challenge. VZZZ. Suddenly, a violent force of death surged toward Ling Xiao from the void like a raging flood beast, fierce and unstoppable. The air suddenly grew still, and the intensity of the battle sharply escalated. The life force quickly merged into Ling Xiao's body. Ding! Congratulations, host, you have absorbed a purer life force. Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul power plus 200 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul power plus 200 trillion. Ding! Vitality plus 200 trillion. Soul power plus 200 trillion. The sound continued incessantly, with the values of vitality and soul power soaring at an astonishing speed. Ling Xiao was stunned by the speed, as fast as the improvements he experienced during his previous cultivation. Wait, isn't this the vitality of the Xinghai realm? How can it absorb 200 trillion instantly? He quickly calculated. For the cosmic level, it should be 4 quadrillion instantly, which converts to 4 quintillion per hour. Doubling again for the domain lord level, that's 8 quintillion per hour. By this calculation, the speed at which I absorb the death energy of the demon clan is actually 4 times that of the human race. Why bother absorbing the death energy of humans? It's simply a waste. Excitement surged in his heart. Ling Xiao knew that the speed of his power increase would accelerate significantly. It used to take 50 hours to reach the cosmic level, but now, absorbing the energy of the domain lord level only takes a little over 10 hours. If it is the death energy of a boundary lord level, the time can be shortened to 5 hours. Not to mention that his current ultimate combat power has reached the 3rd level of the God King realm, making it effortless to kill 1st and 2nd level God Kings. By this calculation, he is fully qualified to enter the boundary lord level ranking battle, but he must seize the opportunity, otherwise Otherwise, when the assessment ends, the reward will only increase by 100 million times.
Will my opponents get stronger after upgrading the exam arena? Ling Xiao asked the virtual universe curiously.
No, the voice responded calmly. The Tower of God Slayers tests your combat talent and ability to surpass levels.
All candidates face opponents matched to their own level. If you fail to defeat any opponent in the third round, you will be directly eliminated and your rewards reset. If you want to try the Lord level exam arena, wait until the third round opens to decide. Ling Xiao nodded, finding the arrangement reasonable. Then I'll wait until the third round. He decided to give up upgrading the exam arena.
The second round has no time limit, so there is plenty of time to take it slow. Suddenly, he remembered the repair count refresh. The first round of assessment lasted a whole day, and the repair count had been refreshed 10 times, providing 10 repair opportunities. Now I can push the 14th tier abilities beyond their limits, but almost all the equipment is 15th tier immortal level. Based on strength calculations, it only requires 80 quadrillion health and soul points to level up within 10 hours.
The opponents in the next 2000 floors must be at least at the boundary lord level, right?
Then let's not waste the repair chances for now and save them for a critical moment to break through the limit.
Ling Xiao tightly held onto the repair opportunity, not rushing to use it.
Having an additional 15th level ability is useless, but a 16th level ability can make strength leap. Buzz! Ling Xiao suddenly felt the demonic god power inside him raging like a runaway beast, wildly tearing at his nerves.
What is going on?
He furrowed his brows tightly, his face suddenly changing.
The power of the demon god is raging?
This is the power he personally refined. It wouldn't harm his own body in the slightest.
Could there be something wrong with his physical body outside?
Without any hesitation, he immediately activated the auxiliary consciousness, ordering it to continue breaking through levels, while his main consciousness instantly detached from the virtual universe and returned to his real body. To be safe, Ling Xiao immediately used the power of creation to envelop his consciousness, wrapping it layer by layer, building an indestructible defense. However, as soon as consciousness returned, his pupils suddenly contracted violently. Before him stood a 100-meter-tall celestial demon. Its aura was like a dark storm, tearing everything apart, causing Ling Xiao's creation power to constantly send out alarms. The opponent far surpassed his level of strength, at least in existence above the immortal level 4, so powerful that even the 15th level intelligent brain carried within his destruction battle armor could not detect it.
Damn, this guy is ruthless. Actually the demon emperor?
Ling Xiao said speechlessly.
Dead?
He's not afraid at all.
At worst, he'll unleash the power of the demon god's nirvana and fight head-on. He might not win, but he definitely won't lose. After all, he is immortal.
If he loses, he'll just find a distant place to be reborn. The people of the Milky Way can wait to die. He can slowly revive. After all, this is the true demon emperor. Wait, it seems he doesn't intend to kill me. Ling Xiao quickly sensed something was wrong. The opponent's main consciousness seemed to be absent from the scene, and combined with the chaos of the demon god's power, he instantly pinpointed the location of the opponent's main consciousness. He carefully concealed the main consciousness within his dantian, covered it with the power of creation, and condensed it into a solid barrier. Interestingly, the power of creation itself is not offensive, but it can draw upon all the forces of the laws awakened by Ling Xiao, elevating them to the top strength of the 17th tier. Because of this, Ling Xiao's entire body is shrouded by concealment laws, reaching the 17th tier in level, so even the arrival of a supreme deity cannot detect his anomaly. Even divine artifacts like the Destruction Divine Spear and Destruction Battle Armor are blocked. The slaughtered demon emperor before him only perceives the illusion of a 15th tier intelligent brain.
Ling Xiao's consciousness quickly entered the dantian, suddenly discovering that the slaughtered demon emperor was hiding within. Hiss! This physical strength is astonishing.
A Starsea realm cultivator possessing such a body, even our Tianhua clan's 15th rank geniuses feel inferior. The slaughtered demon emperor's face showed shock as he sensed the power fluctuations within Ling Xiao's dantian. He did not know that Ling Xiao was hiding even stronger energy. The slaughtered demon emperor did not hesitate and directly activated his life mark, attempting to awaken the demonic god energy within Ling Xiao. With each tremor, Ling Xiao gradually understood the other's intention. So that's it, the power of the demonic god's nirvana is the power of the demonic god. He wants to transform me into a genius of the heavenly demon clan. A cold glint flashed in his eyes.
The Tianhua clan possesses secret techniques that can transform any race into Tianhua geniuses loyal to them.
Powerful races such as the Huang clan and the Dragon clan have had their geniuses brainwashed and transformed. Because of this, various races in the outer universe remain highly vigilant against the Tianhua clan. To prevent top-tier geniuses from being transformed, the continent of the gods was established by the order of the supreme deity, specifically to cultivate elite geniuses from the outer universe. All of these are. Recently, Ling Xiao finally understood the truth completely. After killing countless super geniuses, he naturally soul-searched many people. The secrets held by those geniuses geniuses from major powers were by no means ordinary.
This is a big problem. It would be easier if they just killed me directly, but now they actually want to transform me into a member of the demon clan. Can this even be reversed? Ling Xiao was completely stunned. At this moment, besides suicide, he couldn't find any way out. He was extremely frustrated. He, Ling Xiao, had cultivated countless times since his transmigration, but had never been so passively restrained. This guy actually wants to pull something out of my divine demon power.
Ling Xiao's eyes lit up, closely watching the actions of the killing god emperor. If that were really the case, at the opponent's speed, it would take at least several hours.
As for pulling something out of the demonic power, he wasn't worried at all.
Those powers originated from the cultivation techniques and martial skills he repaired using the system to fix loopholes, so it was impossible for them to contain any backlash.
This means he can stall for time.
If I don't intervene, it will take several hours to lure it out.
In that case, you'd better obediently wait for me for more than 10 hours. Ling Zhao's eyes flickered, sneering with disdain.
If you dare to rely solely on consciousness to infiltrate, I'll make sure you regret it.
The opponent only invaded the Dantian with consciousness. Their strength was negligible.
As long as Ling Zhao's strength surpasses by one major realm, and with him preparing to push the soul immortality technique to its limit, not just the 16th
level, but the 15th level immortal realm enhancement, combined with the 17th level creation power, he would be able to severely injure the enemy. If that's still not enough, he could also use the stored death power to directly counterattack the slaughtered demon emperor. If it still doesn't work, he would self-destruct. He had to take the gamble.
In the next moment, Ling Xiao made the demon god consciousness hidden within the demon god's power even more concealed. The main consciousness, without hesitation, entered the virtual universe.
Buzz.
As soon as the consciousness returned, Ling Xiao immediately discovered that the subordinate consciousness was controlling the body, leading over 1,000 powerful heavenly demons in fierce battle. These heavenly demons had already reached the terrifying 9th heaven of the cosmic realm.
Damn, already climbed to over 1,000 floors so quickly?
Ling Xiao was stunned and speechless. He had reached the 1,299th floor of the god-slaying tower, but it had only been a few minutes. He glanced at the rapid increase in his health and soul values, which instantly grew by 400 trillion. With this in mind, he suddenly withdrew control. A cold snort, and the power of destruction suddenly erupted.
Roar, roar, roar.
Accompanied by the roar of the heavenly demon, the power of destruction swept across the scene like a violent storm, instantly turning all the heavenly demons into nothingness. Only more than 1,000 universe-level supreme demon cores remained. Ling Xiao put them away, selecting the elements he had not yet comprehended, allowing his idle consciousness to begin cultivation. The elemental imprint of the demon core from the Tianma clan is exceptionally simple, making it extremely easy to comprehend, far surpassing the star core. It is crucial to Ling Xiao at this moment. Previously, he commanded the subordinate consciousness not only to control the body in battle but also to collect demon cores for other consciousnesses to comprehend. At this moment, more than 200 consciousnesses are rapidly cultivating.
At this rate, 7 or 8 low-level elements can be mastered within an hour, while high-level elements will take longer.
Congratulations, you have successfully defeated the opponent on the 1,299th floor.
Please enter the next floor within 1 minute. Next floor opponent, 1 cosmic level 10-fold heaven. A prompt sound suddenly rang out. Death energy rapidly surged into Ling Zhao's mind.
Buzz, 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 buzz. The next moment, countless death energies surged in like a flood, frantically pouring into his body, instantly merging with the previous death light sphere. These energies clung tightly to the surface of the death energy sphere, being absorbed first at an astonishing speed. A cold light flashed in Ling Zhao's eyes, and he thought to himself, I must quickly raise my strength to the divine king level, or else the speed of improvement won't keep up. Without hesitation, he directly activated the next level. Buzz! The space spun violently, instantly turning into a frozen world of ice and snow.
Boom!
The ground shook, and a gigantic blue demon suddenly burst out from underground, soaring into the sky.
This test was specially designed to familiarize human geniuses with demon combat.
Each person's opponent was a real physical demon. Once killed, it could not be revived, while the participants were data entities who could be reborn after death.
Humans! Here you come again! The blue demon roared, locking its gaze on Ling Xiao.
Poof! A black spear suddenly appeared, piercing through its forehead. Although the demon's body was as tall as 1,000,000 kilometers, this black spear was as thin as a needle tip, even smaller than the demon's pores. One spear through the heart, the demon's soul instantly collapsed, its body turning into ashes scattered across the sky, leaving only a huge ice blue demon core.
Next level!
Ling Xiao shouted coldly.
Directly open the next level.
Ling Xiao said without hesitation.
Buzz!
The virtual universe responded immediately, teleporting him away in an instant. He appeared on a continent engulfed in raging flames.
Beep beep beep. This is level 1301. The system prompt sounded, with flames surging ahead.
Immediately, 20 fiery demon beasts burst out from the sea of flames, each massive in size and fierce in aura, rivaling the blue ice demon beasts from before.
Buzz! A spatial fluctuation erupted instantly.
Puff 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 puff. The 20 massive demon heads were twisted by the spatial distortion and snapped like broken steel, their souls dissipating instantly. Ling Xiao clenched his right hand, and countless fiery demon cores appeared in his palm. Bang bang bang! The demon core exploded, and the corpse of the heavenly demon turned into a blood mist filling the sky. A massive aura of death surged into Ling Xiao's body, instantly replenishing his entire being with the power of 20 universe realm 10th heaven forces. Next level, he ordered coldly. To rapidly advance, Ling Xiao ended each level with a swift kill. Once his strength was exhausted, the next level immediately replenished it. Buzz! As the words fell, he was teleported again. Floor 1302, 30 seconds kill. Floor 1303, 40 seconds kill. Floor 1350, 510 seconds kill. Level 1399, 1000 second kill. Ling Xiao quickly broke through, climbing straight up to the 100th level in one breath. Time passed, just over 10 minutes. The teleportation and the appearance of the heavenly demon took too long, forcing him to wait and wasting a lot of time. Even so, Ling Xiao could still break through a level within 10 seconds. Quickly, broke through to the 1400th floor. The opponent's realm suddenly changed on this floor, leaping from the cosmic realm tenfold heaven to the domain lord realm firstfold heaven. Next was still a crazy instant kill, without any suspense. 1500th floor. The opponent's realm rose again, reaching the domain lord realm secondfold heaven. But for Ling Xiao, it was still easy. 2000th floor. Ling Xiao had reached the 10th heaven of the Starsea realm, while his opponent was at the 9th heaven of the domain lord realm, still flawless. At this moment, countless defeated warriors were gathered outside the execution god tower, having been teleported out. They stared at the phantom of the execution god tower appearing on the horizon, clearly showing the number of challengers on each floor. Damn, that ruthless guy has reached the 2000th floor. I knew he could make it, just didn't expect it to be this fast. How insanely powerful is he? The 2000th floor. If his realm is master realm, first heaven, then his opponents are all-star realm, first heaven, crossing at least 3 major realms. That's right. If he is already at the universe level, then his opponent is at the first tier of the realm lord level. 2 major realms. The number 1 on the divine kingdom's universe level ranking can at most defeat the first tier of the realm lord level, but the number 1 universe level can reach up to the 10th tier. This person is amazing. I wonder who he is. Strong warriors of the same level gathered, exchanging glances with each other. Although eliminated, they were all top geniuses of the universe. At this moment, everyone was fiercely discussing Ling Xiao's ranking. Most of the strong individuals came from major powers and were well aware of the terrifying legends of the god-slaying tower. According to rumors, the universe's strongest god of destruction, when young, only reached the 2400th level. Many supreme deities, in their youth, did not even reach the 2000th level. There are rumors that as long as one can reach 2000 levels, and the element cultivated is not a supreme deity, there is a 90% chance of becoming a supreme deity. At this moment, the top talents on the leaderboard were speechlessly shocked. In this era, a super genius with the talent of a supreme deity is about to emerge? It's simply unbelievable. Even more astonishingly, there had been no prior news of such a talent. Neither the Star Beast clan, the intelligent species, nor the mechanical clan had reported anything like this genius. Could that top expert of the 2000th level be Ling Xiao? Finally, a cosmic level powerhouse recalled this name in their mind. That being who crushed countless cosmic level powerhouses in points. Damn, Ling Xiao? We're number 1 on the universe level leaderboard? Impossible. Didn't he die after being first for just a few hours? As soon as the words fell, universe level experts around exclaimed in shock. Yeah, his points were reset to 0, his name disappeared, he must be dead. How could he still be here? Other universe level experts echoed in agreement. Points reset to 0, name nowhere to be found. It must be a dead end. Wait, universe level number 1? Isn't Ling Xiao the number 1 on our domain lord level leaderboard? A domain lord level expert nearby spoke in confusion. What exactly are these universe level beings talking about? Although they had never seen Ling Xiao, his point pressure still terrified them to this day. Senior, you must be mistaken, right? He is the number 1 on the universe level leaderboard, and I even have screenshots here. It's just that he held the position for over 10 hours before his ranking disappeared. We thought he was dead. As soon as these words were spoken, the surrounding universe level experts were stunned. Nonsense, how could I be mistaken? Just ask a few domain lord level experts and you'll know. Wait, you said 3 or 4 hours? Ling Xiao's points suddenly skyrocketed, directly leaping to first place on the domain lord level leaderboard, with a score as high as 100 billion. This news shocked everyone, even the domain lord level strongman was stunned, a nearly impossible thought flashing through his mind. Are you sure you're talking about the same person? How could someone dominate both the universe level and domain lord level leaderboards at the same time? Someone questioned. Could it be 2 different people? Another person wondered. The surrounding territory lord level and divine king level strongmen all heard this conversation. Originally intending to uncover Ling Xiao's identity, they were left speechless by this chaotic discussion. He's just one person. How did I not realize that the 2 Ling Xiaos are actually one entity? A domain lord level powerhouse suddenly awakened to the truth. If he truly is at the cosmic level tenfold heaven, his strength would be equivalent to a realm lord level level 7 or 8-fold heaven, making him an undisputed top-tier domain lord. But how could his points be ridiculously high? Other top domain lords only have a few tens of billions of points, someone questioned. Immediately, a strong figure proposed. This shows that the 2000 level leaderboard is not the limit at all. His limit hasn't been reached yet. Look at his speed of level advancement. He consistently maintains 10 seconds per level, with no slowdown whatsoever. A God King level expert looked great. He is sprinting at a speed that kills the gatekeepers in seconds. Every level is a one-hit kill. Ling Xiao's light points steadily climbed within the shadow of the Execution God Tower at an astonishing speed. Is he really going to break through to the 2500th floor? Someone thought in shock. That was the level where the destruction of the supreme deity had once been halted. In the depths of the void, the Extinction God Emperor sighed. 2500 floors? The master's strength is enough to tear apart the Execution God Tower. This thing was originally an artifact left by the ancestor. It's not surprising if someone breaks it. He was well aware of Ling Xiao's power. When he was at the 6th heaven of the Starsea realm, he could easily kill a 7th heaven realm lord, surpassing 3 realms without any pressure. Now, breaking through the Execution God Tower was only a matter of time. Boom! On the 2199th floor, Ling Xiao swept across 1,000 domain lords of the 10th heaven with a single palm strike, his momentum earth-shattering. He had been fighting here for 6 hours. In the first 4 hours, his strength surged by 24 quadrillion. In the last 2 hours, due to a leap in energy realm, his speed doubled, gaining another 24 quadrillion reward. Adding the initial 2 billion points, Ling Xiao had reached the 10th heaven of the Starsea realm. One step further, and he could break through to become a universe-level powerhouse. At this moment, he had mastered 7 to 8,000 strands of law threads, with over 1,000 strands of 3 supreme law threads, their power terrifying. Ling Xiao smiled slightly. At this rate, I will soon ascend to universe level. My strength will increase 100-fold. By then, in just 1 hour, my realm can rise to the 5th or 6th heaven of the universe level, and my opponent's rank will soar straight to the Divine King realm. He killed the God King of Murder, and his power growth rate will double again. In the future, no one can stop him. Ling Xiao stared at the progressively advancing levels before him, a fierce fighting spirit igniting in his heart. He knew that once he broke through here, he might be able to see the legendary Demon Emperor. Without hesitation, Ling Xiao stepped onto the 2200th level. The opponent's realm instantly exploded to the 1st heaven of the Realm Lord level. At this rank, he could already wield a small world. Unfortunately, the power of creation overwhelms everything. That small world was as fragile as paper, shattered by a single palm strike from Ling Xiao. The first level of the Realm Lord's Heaven Demon vanished in an instant. Then, on the 2201st and 2202nd floors, enemies were consecutively killed instantly. None could withstand Ling Xiao's sharpness. Every opponent, upon seeing him, was instantly wiped out. Time slowly passed, and Ling Xiao continuously climbed the rankings. Numerous geniuses and immortal-level strongmen from the outside world, as well as nearly 2,000 intelligent races and the supreme deities of the Starbeast clans, all held their breath and watched intently. No one knew Ling Xiao's true identity, and they were completely shocked. How could this genius named Ling Xiao possibly have swept through all the way here in an instant? Even more shocking was that he had already broken through to the 2400th layer. This was the legendary record of the Destruction Supreme Deity, a tale from before the Demon Invasion, its authenticity hard to verify. The Demon Invasion battle nearly wiped out all the supreme deities, leaving only the Destruction Supreme Deity alive. Now, Ling Xiao actually had the hope of breaking that immortal record. The gods were terrified. The entire universe might tremble because of this. If the news reached the Demon Clan, Ling Xiao would likely not escape death. Unless the Destroyer Supreme God personally protects him, everyone knows the Destroyer Supreme God won't last long. Everyone, to ensure Ling Xiao's safety, I suggest hiding his final results. This way, even we cannot see them, and the Tianma clan will naturally be unable to find out, a Supreme God proposed in a deep voice. At that moment, a soft yet soul-piercing voice came from the depths of the endless void, spreading throughout the entire universe. All the Supreme Gods felt a shock in their hearts. The voice contained a warning. Among the gods present, there might be a traitor lurking. The Supreme Deity of Life makes a valid point. I fully support it. The gods responded in unison, their momentum overwhelming, and no one dared to oppose. The system prompt echoed throughout the virtual universe, roaring in the minds of all the Supreme Deities. Vote passed. Begin sealing Ling Xiao's achievements. This sudden voice shocked the gods. The surveillance in the virtual universe was everywhere. Those Supreme Deities who had once been involved with the Demon Clan broke out in cold sweat, but they understood that the virtual universe was not controlled by any single god. Not even the Destroyer Supreme Deity could interfere. Otherwise, it would have been eliminated long ago. Buzz. Just as the gods were shocked, Ling Xiao had just broken through the 2500th level. The challenges ahead grew even fiercer, and his figure streaked through the void like lightning, unstoppable. 219. The light dots on the shadow instantly went out. Ling Xiao failed to pass the 2500th level. His final result stopped at the 2499th level. Those who originally hoped he could break the record of the Supreme God god of destruction were all disappointed.
Lost? Looks like he's still not strong enough.
Having steamrolled all the way up, he ultimately lost in the face of this level gap.
With each rank increase, strength grows exponentially. That was too fast, right? Just now he looked so strong, and in the blink of an eye, he was defeated? Nonsense. Reaching the 2500th floor is not something just anyone can achieve.
Killing enemies beyond your level means there will inevitably be weaknesses in your body and soul, making being countered and instantly killed unavoidable.
Don't just talk about speed. Why don't you try going up and fighting on the 1000th floor first? All the strong warriors showed expressions of regret.
If talent only surpasses yours by a little, you will feel jealous, but if it exceeds by several times, you can only look up in admiration.
Moreover, such a genius might become your guardian in the future, and admiration would elevate to reverence.
Although Ling Xiao has not broken through 2,500 levels, this level of talent is already a testament to history. But no one knew that while everyone was discussing, Ling Xiao's level had quietly soared to 2,800. However, he chose to stop. He began absorbing the power of the Boundary Lord level, with his vitality increasing at a terrifying rate of 16 quadrillion per hour.
2 hours passed, and his vitality and soul values approached the cosmic level standard.
Break through first, then decide which level to advance to next. After checking the attribute table, Ling Xiao sat cross-legged, floating in the void, closing his eyes to cultivate.
Is the Grandmaster about to break through with this move? He's not suppressing it, just bursting through directly? In the endless void, the Extinction God Emperor was shocked. He witnessed Ling Xiao's power surge dramatically, advancing to the Great Realm in just over a day, and now about to break through again.
If he didn't know Ling Xiao was the reincarnation of the Grandmaster, he would definitely suspect that Ling Xiao had mastered secret techniques beyond the 16th or even 17th level.
The fact is exactly so.
Ling Xiao's strength has rapidly increased, relying on the 17th level Genesis power. The power of creation is his strongest attack, but not his greatest trump card. The greatest trump card is his system.
With the system, even if the power of creation reaches its limit, it can still continue to improve.
No one knows this except Ling Xiao.
Buzz.
At this moment, a thunderous wave erupted within Ling Xiao's body.
His realm rose to the cosmic level without any ripple.
Yes, he had long comprehended the threads of the laws. The only reason why the strongest at the peak of the Starsea realm failed to break through to the cosmic level was that they hadn't fully understood the power of the laws. Once the path of power is comprehended, the Starsea realm limit instantly rises to the cosmic level. But this step blocks countless strong individuals. Legend has it that out of hundreds of thousands, only one can cross this chasm. Ling Xiao instantly comprehended the law, showing how difficult it is. Ding, congratulations host, your realm has advanced to the first level of the universe realm. Repair count increased to 11 times, remaining times 11. Ding, congratulations host, the repair speed of the undying divine body's flesh and soul has increased by 100 times, and the absorption speed of the rule energy has increased by 100 times.
2 system notification sounds suddenly entered Ling Xiao's mind.
His eyes flickered slightly as he felt the absorption speed surge by 100 times, and the rate of blood and energy absorption instantly reached a terrifying level. The speed has already soared to 16 quintillion per hour. At this rate, within an hour, his realm can directly break through to the 5th heaven of the cosmic realm. If he can absorb the power of a God King level, the cultivation speed can double, instantly breaking through to the 6th heaven of the cosmic realm. But right now, with this speed alone, it's simply not enough to control the other's consciousness. A cold light flashed in Ling Xiao's eyes. Although the opponent was only a consciousness, it was an existence at the immortal level.
Even if it was the first level of immortality, he might not be able to suppress it.
But he estimated that the opponent's strength far exceeded the first level. Slaughtered Demon Emperor's strength, Immortal Realm, 10th level.
Can instantly kill ordinary immortal 10th level experts.
Even if you push the Destruction Divine Gun to its limit, you cannot cause it the slightest harm. In theory, the first layer of immortality can be killed, but before you make a move, the other party can eliminate you. If you want to kill the opponent, it is recommended to notify the Annihilation Divine Emperor, whose strength is enough to kill the Slaughtered Demon Emperor.
A prompt suddenly came from the virtual universe, audible only to Ling Xiao. He frowned, his pupils suddenly contracting. The virtual universe already knows? I thought the other party was only at the 2nd or 3rd level of immortality, yet even the invincible God Emperor has been deployed. What exactly does this demonic clan intend?
Ling Xiao felt heavy-hearted and utterly speechless.
Informed the Extermination God Emperor? That is wise. I am definitely no match right now.
He calmed down, knowing that if he personally went into battle, it would most likely be a death sentence.
The power of the Divine Emperor was far beyond what he could match. Is there any other way?
Ling Xiao was helpless. Without another plan, he could only seek help from the Annihilation Divine Emperor. After all, he was a genius of the human race, and the other party should intervene. What he didn't know was that as long as he spoke up, even if he couldn't win, the Annihilation Divine Emperor would never hesitate. Moreover, although the Slaughtered Demon Emperor is powerful, when facing the universe's #1 immortal stronghold, the Extermination God Emperor, he is undoubtedly doomed to be defeated within 10 moves.
Buzz.
Before the words had fallen, a beam of light rapidly condensed and suddenly appeared before Ling Xiao. This light could only be seen by him. Even the extermination god emperor, who was the examiner, could not detect it. At this moment, the virtual universe had completely shielded his assessment status. Outside the Tower of Divine Punishment, an illusion of Ling Xiao also appeared, causing all the strong warriors to mistakenly believe that he had been eliminated. Even the supreme deities cannot distinguish between true and false. Is this the supreme mainframe of the virtual universe? Ling Xiao's pupils contracted slightly as he stared at the light and shadow. The only way to counterattack the opponent now is break through 3,000 floors of the Execution God Tower. Only then can you control the Execution God Tower and obtain the 17th level permission of the virtual universe. This permission surpasses all supreme deities, second only to the creator of the virtual universe. At that time, you can mobilize the power of the Execution God Tower to directly annihilate your opponent. Tip: the creator of the virtual universe has disappeared without a trace. In theory, after breaking through the 3,000 layers, you will become the true master of the virtual universe, possessing almost all permissions. The Supreme Core respectfully said. As soon as the words were spoken, a flash of light exploded in Ling Xiao's eyes. 17th level permission? Surpassing all supreme deities? Controlling the virtual universe? This is simply invincible. His pupils contracted sharply. He didn't expect that the key to obtaining this permission was to break through the Execution God Tower. It seems that the owner of the Execution God Tower and the owner of the virtual universe might be the same person. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao's heart surged with excitement. Just being able to borrow the power of the Execution God Tower to directly annihilate the slaughtered demon emperor was enough to make him invincible. It's no big deal, just 3,000 floors. I'm coming. A cold sneer curled at the corner of his mouth as Ling Xiao suddenly sprinted, heading straight for the depths of the Execution God Tower. Ling Xiao abruptly opened the attribute panel. Attribute panel. Name: Ling Xiao. Number of repairs: November 11th. Martial realm: Cosmic realm, First heaven. Spiritual soul realm: Cosmic realm, First heaven. Vitality: 100 trillion. 1 point equals 30,000 tons of force. Soul: 100 quadrillion. Secondary profession master: 10 types, 13th rank, lower grade, level 4.8, 7 trillion experience, legendary level. Skill: weapon master, first level principal, 5000%, 10 billion/1 trillion. Laws: 350 low level, 90 mid level, 20 high level, 7 top level. Supreme laws: power of death, level 1800, power of destruction, level 1800, power of reincarnation, level 200. Talent: undying divine body, immortal level, combat power increased by 5000%, human emperor body, immortal level, combat power boosted by 10 trillion times. Void dragon body, immortal level, physical body strengthened by 512 times, power of creation, 17th rank low grade, possessing 470 types of power. Cultivation techniques: soul immortality art, eternal level, 10th rank shattered, combat power multiplied by 1000 times, demon god nirvana, 15th rank low grade, frenzied absorption, 13th rank high grade, law of heaven and earth, 15th rank mid grade, combat power multiplied by 1000 times, creation divine scripture, 18th rank low grade, soul differentiation, 12th rank low grade, quantity 256, martial skills, death spear technique, 15th rank high grade, combat power 400 times, world ending light, 15th rank mid grade, combat power 300 times, teleportation, 15th rank low grade, combat power 200 times, heaven shaking true body, 15th rank low grade, combat power 200 times. Equipment: black heaven battle armor, 15th rank low grade, black heaven demon spear, 15th rank low grade, angel wings, 11th rank supreme. Physical combat power, 6th heaven of the realm lord. Ultimate combat power, 4th heaven of the god king. Ling Xiao's ultimate combat power has already broken through to the 4th heaven of the god king realm. Such strength is like a deity descending, causing countless powerful beings to tremble. He knew clearly in his heart that with this power, he could easily tear through the 3,000 layers of obstacles. Before his words had fallen, he touched the tip of his toe, his figure suddenly dissipating into the air, instantly stepping into the next layer. Originally intending to continue improving his realm, but now, with control over the god-slaying tower, he knew it was better to sprint forward directly rather than continue cultivating. Buzz! The spatial fluctuation occurred, and Ling Xiao teleported to the 2,800 first floor. The enemy's strength had reached the 8th heaven of the realm lord, but facing Ling Xiao, they still perished like ants. On the 2,800 second floor, the same instant kill. Floor after floor, Ling Xiao broke through the enemy ranks at an unbeatable speed, and the number of enemies grew increasingly massive. On the 2,899th floor, tens of thousands of realm lords at the 10th heaven gathered, but before Ling Xiao, they were nothing more than dust in the blink of an eye. At this moment, Ling Xiao's realm had soared to the 3rd level of the domain lord stage. In just over 10 minutes, he had reached a new peak. When he stepped onto the 2,900th floor, what appeared before him was not the legendary 1st level of the divine king stage, but a vast legion of 100,000 realm lords at the 10th level. Not a divine king after all? Is this underestimating me? Ling Xiao sneered, without hesitation, waving raising his hand to unleash the power of destruction, instantly annihilating the thousands of powerful enemies before him. Then, on the 2901st floor, 20,000 Realm Kings at the 10th level, and on the 2910th floor, 100,000 Realm Kings at the 10th level. But no matter the number, they still could not shake Ling Xiao. At the 2999th level, the million Realm Kings of the 10th heaven gathered, yet were still easily crushed by Ling Xiao. Death energy frantically surged into his body, rapidly boosting his combat power.
About to enter the final test of the 3000th level.
Difficulty is 100 times that of the 2999th level. Please prepare.
A warning sounded in his mind.
Ling Xiao's eyes narrowed slightly, his fighting spirit burning to the extreme.
Difficulty multiplied by 100? Bring it on if you can.
He sneered coldly, his body exuding an unprecedented sense of oppression, like a war god descending to face the impending ultimate challenge. This means that the opponent's strength has reached at least the fourth heaven of the Divine King. Ling Xiao's eyes flickered slightly. The combat power unleashed by the Guardian of the 2999th level was already enough to make the weakest first heaven Divine King struggle to cope. And now, if increased 100-fold, considering the 5-fold difference between each heaven level of the Divine King realm, it would require at least the fourth heaven of the Divine King to match. Ling Xiao's current overall combat power was firmly standing at the peak of the fourth heaven of the Divine King, but he was about to step into the fifth heaven of the Divine King. If the resources of the virtual universe are sufficient, I can barely defeat the Guardian of the 3000th floor. He calmly calculated in his mind, but also understood that without absolute confidence, securing a victory would be extremely difficult. If he failed, not only would he be unable to obtain the virtual universe permissions, but he might also lose the chance to control the Execution God Tower forever. What awaited him was only death or seeking help from the Extinction God Emperor.
First, enhance the Immortal Realm attributes.
Ling Xiao decided decisively. He did not rush to sprint to the next level but instead stared at his attribute sheet. Now, most of the powerful skills he possessed were at level 15, but very few could quickly boost his strength. Among these abilities, only breaking through the level 15 limit and increasing the intensity of elemental power could possibly bring about a qualitative change.
The highest supreme elemental level is 15 tiers.
If the limit can be broken, it might rise to the 16th or 17th tier.
But even
so, my strongest Genesis power can at most increase to mid-level 17th tier, which has a negligible impact on ultimate combat power. Ling Xiao quickly dismissed the plan to raise the skill level to 15 tiers. He knew clearly that level increases do not necessarily bring significant combat power growth. The Undying God body won't work, it leans towards support.
The Human Emperor body is also support-oriented.
The Void Dragon body can enhance the physical form, but physical strength has limited effect on ultimate combat power. Although the Demon God's Nirvana is excellent, it has already reached the 15th level, making further breakthroughs extremely difficult. The Undying Soul technique is only at the 14th level. Advancing to the 15th level is still possible to hope for, but only by defying the heavens to reach the 16th level would it truly be useful.
Ling Xiao felt a surge of anxiety.
Enhancing the potential of the Human Emperor's body was the greatest, but that required at least an hour.
Damn it!
If only I had upgraded earlier. Now there are only a few dozen seconds left before it starts. He was full of regret, thinking that the 3000th level was only slightly stronger than the 2999th level, but he never expected the difference to be 100-fold.
Since that's the case, let's take a gamble.
Repair the Undying Soul technique. Ling Xiao's eyes flashed with cold light as he finally made up his mind. Breaking through two minor stages of the Undying Soul technique is definitely the key to a leap in strength.
If I fail, I can only fight to the end. With the immortal body, how could Ling Xiao easily admit defeat?
Without hesitation, he opened the attribute table.
System, break through the 15th level limit of the Soul Immortality technique. As soon as the words fell, the system quickly responded. Command received, preparing to begin breaking through the limit of the Soul Immortality technique. In an instant, a thunderous roar shook the sky. A violent flood of memories surged into Ling Xiao's sea of consciousness like a tidal wave.
A profound and unfathomable cultivation technique suddenly emerged, instantly activating his consciousness and soul, causing his power to surge dramatically.
A fierce transformation erupted in an instant.
Ling Xiao felt his soul being torn apart, as if countless sharp blades instantly sliced through his spirit, scattering fragments everywhere, and then his soul actually vanished on the spot.
Buzz!
The soul turned into nothingness, but then began to rapidly condense. This time, the condensed soul's quality and quantity far exceeded before, breaking through limits in both level and strength. The soul power Ling Xiao mobilized surged more than tenfold. From a 1000-fold soul enhancement, it skyrocketed to a terrifying 10,000-fold. In an instant, his spiritual combat power soared to the 6th heaven of the Divine King realm, unmatched in strength.
Ding!
Congratulations to the host. The cultivation method Soul Immortality technique has successfully broken through its limit and evolved into Will of the Gods, 16th tier Heavenly Tao level. Will of the Gods, a 16th tier Heavenly Tao level ultimate cultivation method forged from the fusion of the wills of ancient gods, containing countless powerful secret techniques and soul forging formulas. methods.
When cultivated to the extreme,
The soul's strength can increase by 100,000 times. It possesses the 16th tier soul ultimate skill Twilight of the Gods, which can merge one or multiple elements to instantly annihilate super strong opponents far beyond oneself. Two alert tones suddenly sounded, striking directly into Ling Xiao's mind. With incredibly good luck, he finally placed the right bet at this moment. Not only did he obtain the first 16th level cultivation technique, but he also gained absolute control over the execution god tower. Ling Xiao was shocked by the power of this cultivation technique. With just the blessing, his realm leapt from the 4th heaven of the God King to the 6th heaven.
If he could unleash his ultimate skill, the power would be immeasurable. System, open my attribute sheet. Driven by curiosity, he immediately pulled up the attribute interface. Attribute sheet. Name, Ling Xiao. Repair count, 111. Martial realm, cosmic realm, triple heaven. Spiritual realm, cosmic realm, triple heaven. Chi and blood, 5 quadrillion trillion. 1 point equals 30,000 kilograms of strength. Soul, 5 quadrillion trillion.
Secondary profession master, 10 types, 13